What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Fast Life Podcast, which is brought to you by the one and only Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. Do yourself a favor and head on over to simpsonmotorcyclehelmets.com to check out all the models, finishes, and visor options and get yourself dialed in with one of the best helmets on the market. And don't forget, you could probably catch Scott, which you've heard on this podcast before, at Mama Tried this year, which I believe is a little bit later in March or sometime. I'll get the dates for you. Put that up here. But anyway, check it out. I also want to thank my dude, Boosted Brad. Head on over to boostedbrad.com. It's a great place to find some kick-ass products for your motorcycle. Brad has a product for any budget, from pegs to risers and everything in between. Check out all the products and dope apparel and use Fast Life at checkout at boostedbrad.com and save yourself 5%. And don't forget to give Brad a follow on Instagram at boostedbrad. John Jessup's Dream Rides is a spot if you're looking for anything to do with your Harley-Davidson. His shop in Stockton, California is a spot for in-house dyno tuning, parts, service, and bike sales. And if nothing else, head on over to teamdreamrides.com, which is offering 100 days same as cash financing on all products. All you need is a job and a bank account. And don't forget to give John and the team a follow at DreamRidesJohn on Instagram. My dudes over there at Lexan Moto are growing fast and looking to onboard new dealers in 2020. So whether you're a small independent shop or a 20,000 square foot mega store, Lexan Moto has a partnership that will work for you. With awesome new gear and more on the way, Lexan offers very competitive dealer margins, fast shipping, and great customer service. Either email them at sales@lexanmotorcycle.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook at Lexan Moto USA and as well as Instagram at Lexan Moto. Don't forget to use Fast Life at checkout and get yourself 15% off your entire order at lexan-moto.com. Paint Huffer Metal Flake is killing the paint game with tons of great flakes, pearls, and other paint-related products. Check out painthuffer.com to see the vast amount of color options and get yourself stocked up with tape and other items needed in the custom paint process. And don't forget to use FastLife12 at checkout to save yourself 10% off your entire order, as well as give them a follow on Instagram under Paint Huffer Metal Flake. One of the best performance mods you can do to your Harley-Davidson is a ThunderMax computer upgrade. Its ability to auto-tune to your bike's upgrades and riding conditions without the need of a dyno make it a no-brainer. ThunderMax is your go-to for reliable performance. To check out their ECM applications and many other products to give your Harley-Davidson some new life, head on over to shoptmax.com and follow ThunderMax EFI on Instagram. Big Bear Performance is pushing the performance industry with many products to help your Harley-Davidson look and more importantly, perform better. Along with being the industry leader in Olin suspension sales, service, and tuning, check out BigBearPerformance.com, and you can always give Kevin a call and get the info and answers for your motorcycle's upgrades at 909-479-7788. Woo! Welcome back, guys. Want to remind you, we have the Fast Life Campout 3 taking place April 23rd through the 26th at Kriver Campground in Moyers, Oklahoma. It's a short ride for everybody except for you Westerners, you Pacific time zoners. But heard there's a lot of you coming out. I'm really excited about this deal, and I want to let you guys know real quick that the camp out is not something that is a profit thing. I don't make any money doing it. I actually pay to camp there just like everybody else. The whole concept of this thing is just to come out, meet people, and make a vast amount of friends nationwide. If you don't believe me, go ask Steve Chamberlain. Go ask a lot of the people that's come to this camp out before and how broad the spectrum of friendships they've created over the whole country of people that showed up. So, you know, we made this event just to kind of help bring like-minded people together that just want to ride bikes. So, you know, we're going to do a whole podcast about it here this month, so look forward to that. And, yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, we've been trying to work on the video podcast. We've been running into some bugs and stuff like that. So we've got 2 podcasts out that are only on YouTube. So if you're not following our YouTube channel, you might want to go check that out. And the only reason they're only on there is because I'm trying to figure out how to separate the audio. I'm not a producer, so I'm a custom painter and a bike rider. So I'm trying to figure this out and make this a really great experience for all you guys. And thank you for bearing with us through this process. We're just plugging along here, getting things done, getting ready for this big season we got for rides and events and just some good times. So this podcast is actually with someone I was meaning to podcast with while I was in Phoenix last September, but did not get around to it. We actually reached out again, and I had to go to Phoenix for a little bit of business. And while I was out there, reached out and got a chance to sit down with Mr. Ryan Kruesi. And dude, we had a fucking blast. So do yourself a favor and stick through this podcast because it is a funny motherfucker. Anyway, here we go. Kruesi Originals.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
Fast Life Podcast.
We just did a YouTube video. We do like couch videos talking shit.
Yeah.
And we just did a new one, and I just was like, hey, it's Ryan back with these two gay dudes. And they're like, what the fuck? And I was going to use that for the preview, and I was worried about saying that. Is that all right?
Dude, I've not been, like, criminalized yet, so...
You haven't booted you off anything or anything?
No, well...
I mean, I got gay friends and everything. I don't want to piss nobody off, and I don't know the right thing to say
I like
anymore.
black people, too. I got, like, one black friend, right? That's how it works.
Nothing to say.
No, I think it's all. I think a lot of that shit has to do with context. Like if you're coming off in a way that's like obviously like hating that or more hateful, then I think it would make sense. But if I'm saying like, dude, stop being a fag, man.
Hey, man, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If racism was funny, it wouldn't be a big deal.
How many? You've worked in so many shops and worked in so many environments. How natural is that conversation? Like, dude, quit being gay.
Yeah.
Like. And
Well, you just grow up that way. Like, you're about my age, right? How old are you?
38, 37.
41. I mean, that was just how you talked to each other back in the day.
Yeah.
It was normal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a fag. Didn't mean that he was sucking a dick, but just meant that he was a fag. It is what it is, bud.
The best way to put it, man.
Dildo, it's a term of endearment.
Yeah, so I guess back on track here. So
I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, by who? Yeah,
Trent.
I don't know. Trent. Yeah. So you came. You're
Goes
not from here, right?
No, I'm from Oregon.
Oregon. That's what I said. I knew you're from the Northwest. I've heard a lot about you, but not. It's the first time we actually meet.
I say Warsh.
Warsh.
Oh yeah, most definitely from Washington.
So you actually came down here. What would you originally come down here for? Just to do the motorcycle mechanics?
Yeah, I went to MMI.
Yeah.
In 2009. Before that, I was building drift cars for a long time, fanatically.
You were into that too? So was I.
Dude, went bankrupt. I built myself 26 cars in 1 year. That did not pan out.
What kind of cars were you building?
Mostly 8.6s, Hachirokus.
Oh, okay, Toyotas and shit.
Oh yeah, Corollas, had a bunch of those. I never made it more than 2 miles away from buying one without the motor blowing up.
Damn.
Every single time I'd have to put a new motor.
What
in.
motor were they putting in those things back then? Because I was a Nissan guy, and I'll get into that in a minute.
So I built a lot of 240s. My last one was a 240 with an SR20 blacktop. S14 turbo intake manifold, it was all stitch welded, just a bride race seat and a battery box, and that was my daily. Wah.
Yeah, dude, I had one of those. I had like 5 or 6 of them over the course of my life. Into the, I never really in Texas. We didn't have a big drift scene. By the time it got big.
Oregon, there was me and like one other dude.
But see, what we did in Texas was we used to drive to Cali with U-Hauls, and we would pick up front clips from like different shippers.
Remember JapaneseMotors.com?
Yeah, we actually went to Neslin Motors was a company that we did a lot of stuff. And then there's this Marco Vargas was this other guy used to do you go in his garage, normal ass house, and just RB26s, like everything you could think of, because he would get these front clips, pull off all the tin suspension and all that shit off of it, just have it hanging up on the wall, and then sell you the stripped down front clip. And he's got all the AC compressors off, because that was one of the big deals, is trying to.
I would go into places like that with a credit card and just burn it to the ground.
What got you into the drifting? Would you watch all like the Initial D shit back in the day?
Oh yeah, I still have all that shit on DVD at my house. So yeah,
nice.
One of the greatest cartoon series ever. But before that, I was drag racing imports. Started out doing that when I was like 20. My stepdad owned a hot rod shop, and I worked for him. We'd build motors and trannies, and then I didn't like the dude, so I didn't want to be in hot rods. Imports came up, and started racing an Eagle Talon in '95.
Damn. So did you have the all-wheel drive one and everything?
No, 2-wheel drive with a neon motor in it. Non-turbo, cammed it, did a bunch of head work, all that shit. And it was slow still, no matter what I did to it.
we had to do back then. So the first couple SRs that I ran and I did, like we had to use like Jim Wolf computer setups because we couldn't figure out the coil pack setup yet on those cars. So we all had this like, we run a normal 240 wire harness, but we'd run a distributor cap instead of the actual deal to make it all work, and a Jim Wolf computer, and it fucking was gnarly.
There was a company, it was like JW harnesses or something.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
they'd build you the whole setup, and it just plugged right in. It was all labeled.
That shit was so early days internet. Like there was never nothing but a bunch of words.
A magazine. I never had a computer until I moved here. I'm from Sweet Home, Oregon, dude. We didn't have that shit.
Damn.
It was like find them in a magazine and call these dudes up and talk to them. I had every import tuner there was. My living room was stacked with magazines. They were all categorized by what build was going on in it, and that's I read the shit out of all that stuff and made myself a mechanic, I guess.
No, that's what I was doing 240 swaps in dudes' front yards. I'd come over with the fucking like those with the cherry pickers and shit, but it would fold down into the back of the 240 because I had the hatchback. Dude, I used to just do it at like $500. Of course, I was like 18, 19 years old, so it was like, you know, I work here all week, make $500, and I just like would party.
Fuck yeah, and you got to do something rad too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to build. That's all I wanted to do. I'd work all day, and then I'd be in the garage till 12 o'clock at night building whatever car I was working on. My last one was a 8.6 with a 20 valve with individual throttle bodies and all that. Mm-hmm. I teetered it off a cliff with like a little sapling tree holding me up there. First person around the corner was a sheriff. He laid on the car till I crawled out, and then we hooked it up and pulled it away, and I drove downtown and gave it away to my buddy. Like, I've had enough. I'm going to kill myself with this shit. And then started stunt riding sport bikes because that was the better choice.
Dude, I feel like I'm talking to my own fucking life right now. Because I had so many street racing tickets and stuff. It was all bullshit. It was like I get a ticket because I'd be at the spot. We're going to the races, and I don't have a front license plate. And nobody had insurance back then. Like, insurance wasn't like...
Fuck no, I couldn't afford that.
Yeah, like, fuck no.
Bad driving record and under 25.
Yeah.
My liability was like $480 a month on my motorcycle. I've got 17 suspensions, 4 assaults with a vehicle. My license has been revoked twice. Uninsured accidents, reckless driving, all kinds of terrible shit. So you like 41 and my insurance is still liability on everything. So $36,000 motorcycle liability. Don't steal it. I'll be fucked. Please don't steal it.
Yeah. So you like to party basically.
I mean, yeah, that's what motorcycle shit's about, right?
So would you got into the sport bikes and shit and stunting that, and I mean, I'm imagining kind of the time frame, and that's when the stunt sport bike scene was going from like highways to the parking lots, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay,
I was on
so you're a little bit before.
R1. Yeah. I did it for about 3 months, broke most of the right side of my body, spent 3 months in a bed. I watched all of the Golden Girls and... God, some other shit. Quantum Leap. It was
Quantum
great.
Leap?
Yeah, so I gave up the sport bike shit after that for a little bit and bought a Harley.
Nice.
It's like, I'm going to slow down. If I'm on a Harley, I won't be fucking around, you know, it'll be all good.
Yeah.
And then I saw the very first Unknown video, like Harley Wheelies 1, like 10 years ago, and I went, fuck, you can wheelie these. I got to do this.
So, I mean, that's a big gap, though, like from when you got on a Harley versus when that shit came along, so...
Yeah, I was just riding.
So
soft tail, 16-inch ape hangers, 3-inch forward control extensions, drag pipes way out the back, slammed on its ass, raked 5 degrees in the neck. Whack as fuck, you know, I'd make fun of myself hard now.
Dude, you know what? I'm the same way, you know, when I think about some of the shit that I've built and done, and I'm like, that's fucking not something that I'm actually really proud of it, because that shit's all pushed me to where I'm at now with the knowledge and and the shit that we're all doing now, but... You know, like, fuck. I like to look at all this style of bikes and how it's come along and evolved and kind of reignited passions for motorcycles because it gets mundane. You know what I mean?
I want to build another ape hanger lowered soft tail so bad. I want to paint it with the blue and black scallops from Beyond the Law. Have you ever seen Beyond the Law?
No.
You cannot be in the Harley-Davidson community and not see the movie Beyond the Law. It's a true story. Happened here in Phoenix, Arizona, and Southern California about a dude named Dan Saxon, an ATF agent, took down a bunch of club members in the early 90s, late 80s. Phenomenal.
I feel like I've heard it.
Oh, yeah, you've had to have seen it. I'll quiz you on several different things throughout your life as we know each other more.
That's a good one.
Oh, but anyways, yeah, scallops, all that shit, and do it up just like that with the tassels off the fucking handlebars, OG, and just wear some jean shorts and a wife beater and fucking rip the streets up.
Well, I mean, think about it. What do you think that, like, all the quote-unquote kids on the dynas in this style of bike now, what do you think they're going to evolve into in the motorcycle scene? I mean,
baggers.
Yeah.
100. I mean, if you're going to keep going one way, you're gonna go into a bagger.
Yeah.
I'm building one for myself. I'm going there myself. The guys, so a lot of them, there's probably only 5% of the Dyna scene and stuff that are stunt riding.
Yeah.
A lot of them just more for the style and just shredding the bike. But when you're 25 and you're shredding hard, it's great. The little older you get, the little less the shred gets, no matter how fucking cool you are. Stuff starts to hurt and you need something a little more comfortable but still badass. So, yeah, big motor bagger.
Yeah, that's where
big
it's
motor bagger, inverted front end, that type of shit. Or cafe bikes. I mean, there's a lot of that fucking bullshit going on too. But
yeah, we don't need any more of those.
Oh my god, I built one.
Coffee shops and cafe racers. Yeah.
I built one and I couldn't test ride it. I broke my neck 2 years ago. Can't put my arms out like this, and it was like feet here, hands here type shit. So I did the work. Trent did the test riding. Couldn't even get it. I don't know how they ride it.
So when you you were up there in Oregon. Was it Washington or Oregon? Oregon.
My family's from Washington, and I grew up in Oregon, though.
Did you? Did you get into the Harley thing there, and then decide to move here on the whim of doing the MMI shit?
Yeah, I'd already built 3 choppers and a bunch of shit back in Oregon before I went to MMI.
Yeah. All
my buddies were all like, I'd been building cars, so the mechanic shit was there, and I'd been welding my whole life and doing metal work forever, so it was all kind of there. And
yeah,
I thought I was real good until I got with some real bad motherfuckers, and you realize, man, you suck.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering because I noticed that you've had like some things that you offer out of your shop that's kind of a little bit of a fabricated parts, like your bars and things like that.
Yeah.
And I'd wondered if you were more of the mechanically inclined. I mean, obviously nowadays a lot of us are very well rounded from mechanics to welding and all that shit. So
gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. So you actually went to MMI with one of my best friends, Mark Matthews.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So
yeah, that was my road dog through MMI.
Yeah,
fuck that dude will tell you some stories. We did
he
some
does
shit
all the time about you.
We did some heavy shit. We did some shit. Yep.
Yeah, I need to get you and him on the mics, and I'll just sit back.
I graduated with 2 black guys and a broke nose. That's how I graduated MMI. My mom crying. It's just, fuck you, tell me I'm not tough. I got the shit beat out of me and went to graduation. Oh yeah, we went hard. It was great. Probably the best time of my life, hands down.
That's awesome, man. Because Mark is very calm nowadays. Like he's very
kids slow you down.
Kids and he's very responsible with the shop and everything. But man, like sometimes it's awesome to just listen to him tell me these fucking wild ass Phoenix stories and MMI stories.
The dirtbag days, man.
Yeah,
that
dude.
was hard as nails. We thought we were hard as nails. The house had a motorcycle lift in the living room and a stripper pole. And then a bunch of tents out in the backyard because there was 18 motherfuckers living in a 3-bedroom house. And a motorhome parked on the side that was broke down that somebody else was living in.
That sounds like a good time, though.
I pawned a car at a title place and bought some shit and paid my way through school with people in a house with 18 people in a motorhome.
So how was the school process for you? Was it pretty streamlined, or
I mean, it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
You can go there and learn nothing. You can graduate and not even know how to use a wrench, which I've seen a lot of. Mm-hmm. Or you can suck them dudes dry for as much as you can get out of them. A lot of the times, those guys have been wrenching less than the guys that are going to school there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I love the experience. It got the door open for me. $36,000.
Oh,
fuck no, man.
Damn.
It ain't worth that shit.
Yeah, I'm always trying to tell dudes, like, man, just if you can figure out how to kind of get by and then just like get into a shop with a broom and be
apprentice under somebody.
Yeah, like
That's
you can just learn so much. And like one of the things that's really important about apprenticing is like being reliable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Showing up every day, doing this, not talking back.
Being prepared to starve and pay the sacrifice to get into this game if you really want to.
Yeah, and and it's like, fuck, man, like people come in, they do one thing and they feel, don't get me started on that shit, man. So.
Oh yeah, I got stories for days. Man, I wanted so bad I work for free. I'm like, no, I'll pay you. And then they just fucking taking selfies all day on Snapchat because they want that side of it, not the side of, I starved to death for 5 years, hid my motorcycle for a long time because I couldn't make the payments because I wanted to be in the motorcycle industry bad.
Yeah.
I worked for Trask. I was a machinist, fabricator. I was building all their exhaust systems, all that shit, doing all their machine work. I was making $8.50 an hour, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
Living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 kids, 2 cats, and a dog, and an old lady.
Yeah.
Wasn't really old, but she was my old lady.
Yeah, she got the term.
And I could have went out and did construction again, made a bunch of money, but I was hell bent on making it. I knew what I was going to do, and I've been through 10 years. I've been through some fucking people, and Trent's the first one that has come with that same ambition, that same I'm going to make it.
Well, man, like when you find someone that kind of matches your ambition and your hustle and your drive, it's kind of like, again, like that new bike in your life. It reinvigorates you to push, you know. So
yeah, Trent's like my old 2001 blue Dyna. Got me all excited again.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
So how was it working with all the other shops? I mean, like, would you say that even though you were making fucking chicken scratch, would you say that you at least got some experience?
Oh man, I'm super blessed to work where I did. I started out for Trask Performance, which is like the elite of the performance world.
Yeah.
I learned so much from them. I apprenticed under Mike Porum from CMP. Dude's a fucking badass mechanic. I have a book that I wrote, like one of them blank books, write your own shit in. I wrote the whole book while I was there, and I just every day was beating people up for information. And it was always like, you ask a lot of questions. I'm like, because I'm fucking taking all your fucking ideas, cocksucker. I'm learning right here. And I wrote this whole book. Then I went to NASI, rolled my toolbox down the road, which they're like the Ferrari of the custom world. Mm-hmm. And I got to learn the real high-end way of making custom stuff and making stuff look perfect, right? Mm-hmm. Better than factory type stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was a lead builder for them for a minute, left, worked somewhere else for 2 weeks, and then started my own shit.
When did the so you said that the unknown thing kicked out and it kind of got you wanting to jump back into the stunt thing? Mm-hmm. What time frame was this? Because I don't really remember when that first video came out.
It was like 2009.
All right.
Somewhere around there, 2009, 2010.
So while you were still doing all this stuff with like Trask and NASI, were you kind of still into the Dyna stuff? Or that?
Oh, yeah, hardcore. And every one of them were just shit talking the fuck. I had a T-Sport. Shit talking my tall shot. I had a Softail, and I traded it in for a T-Sport, which I got this T-Sport with 10,000 miles on it, 100th anniversary T-Sport for $8,000 back in the day. From a dealership. Like, that was high priced.
Not bad.
So I traded in my Softail. They gave me a bunch of money because my Softail was pretty new. And I started 12-inch T-bars, mounted the gauges on top. Right when I took it back to the shop, put mids on it, and it was just shit talked like crazy from everybody because no one in Phoenix was doing that shit at all back then.
Yeah.
It was all low, long, slow, big wheels. Pro Streets were still real big, which I never liked that shit much either.
Yeah.
And now, you know.
How long do you think it really took before, like, the underground, like, Phoenix has always had this overshadowing of, like, the big wheel stuff.
Now caught up.
For real.
Like, it's just now becoming, like,
mainstream, maybe?
It was me riding wheelies by myself, and I didn't know shit. I could never fucking, like, I was wheeling sport bikes, but a Harley is 100% different.
Yeah, like, that balance point's way farther back.
Way farther back.
Yeah.
Like a sport bike, anybody can rip a wheelie on a sport bike for the most part. They're made really nice for it. Balance point is deep. It's really deep. It's really scary when you first hit it. It's a different universe is the best way to describe it. Like when you first hit balance point on a Harley, it feels like everything drops out from underneath. Like your guts drop out. Everything just goes, light.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. And most people eat shit at that point because they panic. But pit bike is how you learn how to do that. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Is balance point on that pretty high?
Yeah. It's just like a Dyna. If you get like a real 110, a Cowie or a Honda, spend 2 months on that, you'll be dragging fender on a Harley.
Nice.
100%.
It's probably a better place to learn from than
yeah, they'll fuck you over
Dyna.
real good too though. I've been in the hospital more for the pit bike than the Harley. most definitely got an axle shoved through the back of my hamstring one time. That was terrible.
Damn.
But yeah, even you watch the old Unknown videos and they were just ripping power wheelies down the street, and it was mind blowing because there was people that were stunt riding like King Tony and Jason Pullen. There's dudes that have been doing it, but they were on purpose built stunt Harleys. Nobody on a street Harley just riding wheelies, and I was just fucking blown. The whole world was blown away.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody caught wind of that, and everybody wanted a part of it. And I did it by myself forever, and then I met Tallboy when he was 18. He showed up to ride with us one day. He had that same Dyna he's riding now, but it had ape hangers, forward controls, and this kid was riding like mile-long stand-up wheelies on it. And I started riding with him and Dom, and then it was just a whole new game. You know, I started learning a lot more from those kids, and we all kind of started coming up together. And but it took me forever to like really dip back and get the fender until I started riding a pit bike. About 6 years before I scraped fender. And now my fender's cut this deep, and I'm fucking scraping the thing, and I can't believe it. It
seems like the stunt scene on the Harley side really progressed very quickly once. Like, Unknown came out, and then it kind of swept across the country, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, as a year or two later, you got people, you know, hand dragging, double hand dragging.
As soon as the moto kids got a hold of it, it was done deal. Like, we went from probably 3 people in the whole state could drag a fender on a Harley to there's 20 kids that ride with us now that are just killers, every one of them. And they came up in less than a year. They were all moto kids, like all high-level motocross racing kids.
Yeah.
And they you know, if by the time you're 17, if you haven't made it, you haven't made it. So now they're 19, 20 years old, and they're buying Sportsters and Dynas and doing shit that's just mind-blowing because they've got that bike skill that I could never understand because I didn't grow up riding moto.
Yeah, it was, what was it? Like, fuck, I just had a brain for it. Yeah. Real good at this job, huh?
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
I'm fucking half faded. I'm just freestyling my way through this right now. We've just been smoking grass and playing with metal all day long. It's our day off. We're closed at Kruesi Originals today. Don't fucking judge me.
There you go. But, yeah, well, what I was going to say is, like...
Can I get another beer, please, sir?
When the...
Por favor?
When the stunt... When these like... The Harley stunt thing is evolving very quickly. Like from, you know, you got Rob One Wheel Revolution dude, whatever,
fucking
doing
killer.
like circle wheelies now. And I saw at the Bell Brawl this year a lot of people.
Joey just pulled off like 10 circle wheelies in a row, feet up on a stock geared Dyna.
Holy shit! Thanks.
That's some fuck you. I'm never gonna try that, and no one else really is either because that's just unreal. The guy is unreal. And I've known Joey since he was riding a Bolt and doing just shit power wheelies and was this kid trying to hang out, and now. Fucking 4 or 5 years later, he's just at a level that no one's even thought of before.
Yeah.
Guys from Unknown, like, those dudes started all, they're the biggest ones in the game, but if you watch their level compared to the 20 kids that are here in Phoenix alone, they're not even close to being on these kids' level out here.
Yeah.
They've
It's just they got
so
this
far
style
with
to it, though. Like, if anything, you know, I would say that Unknown just, when they rip those wheelies on those fucking pretty-ass bikes.
Oh, yeah.
It just has this, like, and then, of course, they got the fucking California scenic shit
they've
going
got the whole thing down, too. The flair, the flavor of the videos. Like, and they're the fucking godfathers, too. They've got the clout behind them. And
yeah.
Still, I've watched every one of their videos.
But
every one of them.
Yeah, I love the videos and all, like, the swag that they
100
carry.
times over, probably.
Yeah. But then you go see, like, East Coast and cats, and these dudes are fucking just kind of more
when
entertaining.
there was the big battle Instagram going on, Unknown or East Coast, and which one's better? Like, I mean, you can't. There's no comparison. The dudes on the East Coast, Mike and Reckless and fucking Lou, those dudes are just. They're fucking not even human.
Yeah.
They're no helmets. They're no gloves. They're throwing these things like they're just walking down the street.
It reminds me a lot of watching those, you know, those dirt bike videos of the kids in like Baltimore and shit ripping that through the streets, or even on the bicycles, man, when they do the wheelies.
The fucking bicycle shit. I've got one of those, and I have fucked myself up so much trying to ride wheelies on them. But there's kids out there. Have you seen these kids doing head drags where they're going so deep that they're dragging the back of their heads on the ground and then coming out of it and riding that shit out on like 26, 29-inch bikes? Like 12-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids, they're unreal. Put those kids on a fucking motorcycle, and all these dudes that are killing it right now aren't going to be shit anymore.
Yeah, it is kind of thing because those dudes are all in like really shitty areas, you know, ghettos or whatever they call them.
Yeah. The East Coast guys, they only get like 2 months out of the year to ride. The rest of the time it's freezing ass cold. So how the fuck are they getting so good in those 2 months? Is there some shit in the water over there? Are they breeding these people for
different
it?
type of balls, maybe.
I think that's 100% what it is. Mm-hmm. They got that East Coast toughness that's just...
get after it, you know.
Yeah.
You got 2 months.
We got 2 months, yeah. Well, fuck, we got dudes up in Canada. Our bot, they're snowed in most of the year. They're like minus 50.
Yeah.
And that dude fucking kills it. And he's only got a month out of the year, and he just goes out and he rides. He schedules in an hour every day for his whole nice season.
I mean, if you think about it, like an hour of doing that shit every day or just every work day of the week, man, that would be... You're going to get good at anything you do.
I bought my first pit bike, and I couldn't wheelie it. It pissed me off, and I was still chasing wheelies on the Harley, and I made myself 2 hours a day every single day for 2 months. And at the end of that 2 months, we hit Beat the Heat street ride, and I rode a wheelie down the I-10 for like 3 miles in fucking traffic on a 110. Just killing it. And then I scraped fendered the day after that on my Harley, and it's just been easy as hell ever since. It's amazing what the human body can achieve with practice. That's the shit that blows me away. Like, 41 years old, and I'm banging it out there with these kids, and
how's that though? Like, how does it feel like just being out there?
It's awesome.
All your buddies are like young as fuck.
The neck brace I'm wearing right now, holding my shit all together, fucking is one part of it. But I mean, it hurts all the time, and I can't feel most of my fingers on this hand. But I'll fucking keep wheeling.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
I keep it young. My old lady's young. All my friends are young. I mean, I'm way too immature to be like that.
Yeah,
41-year-old dude.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, you don't look 41. Fuck.
Live like I'm 21. That's the key. Immaturity is the key to longevity in life.
Well, that was one of the things I had heard from Mark and everything, that you had came down here to do MMI, and you were already, you know, later 20s. Was it 20s or
30?
30? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I just turned 30. I came here.
I mean, that's still it's ballsy move at that age.
I left a $42 an hour job I was a foreman for a tile and mason company, one of the biggest ones on the West Coast. Fucking killing it. I was with this chick for 4 years, caught her in bed with another dude. It was time to leave the state, so I was like, MMI, here I go. Two of my buddies from back home were the fab guys for Sucker Punch Sally.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch was big, so I came out here in like a February and talked to those dudes, and they were going to hire me as a mechanic because I already had been building cars and shit.
Yeah.
You know, that shit was just assembly line stuff anyways. And I literally came out 2 months later, and the economy at 2009, like everything had just went fucking boom to shit right then and there. So I went to school, and it was awesome.
Did that way.
Oh man, school's awesome. I graduated SOC, fucking 4-point student of the course, dean's list, all that shit, and fucking partied my ass off and missed the most school I could every rotation. But it just came natural to me. Like I was in the Lego Builders Club most of my life. Like mechanics is my life, 100%. Yeah. I've always been able to see shit and just kind of like, all right, I know how that works.
Yeah,
make it happen.
Yeah, being mechanically inclined is definitely a.
It's a God gift. Like some people just are. Some people are more book inclined and for school learning and shit like that. That just wasn't me. I'm a fucking 9th grade dropout, but I could build a car by the time I was 16 years old.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like nowadays. You know, what I've noticed with some of the kids like tapping back into that whole like those guys wanting to come to the shop is that so many people want to make statements instead of ask questions nowadays.
Amen, 100%.
From a position of like...
You can't learn shit when you know it all.
Yeah, you got to ask questions or you got to shut the fuck up so that you can absorb it. And, you know, you get these professional bike industry kids that are... All they are is just avid social media followers, right?
Yeah.
And so
there's no thirst to fucking make, like, a real name for yourself.
Yeah.
They want a fucking Instagram name, not a real reputational name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big statement too, man. Like it was a lot different 10 years ago to have a name in this industry. You had to get it through, you know, magazine channels
doing
or just
shows, traveling, hustling your fucking ass off.
Now you have kids like that have dynas or have this style of bike or this culture. Hell, even fucking bagger dudes this way. Like they don't actually go anywhere or do anything. They just go out, they get a good camera, take a couple of photos, get a couple selfies, and then go home and like just hashtag it up and become famous.
There's dudes on Instagram with 30,000 followers just because they're taking pictures of their same fucking dyna over and over again, and then they paid to boost him a bunch, and now this dude's an Instagram fucking mogul, you know, and he's getting all kinds of shit, and he's made something of himself. But that dude probably don't even have a friend to ride with because he's got so much time to take pictures of his fucking one motorcycle all the time. Like.
Yeah, that and you know, like
changed.
We were talking about like the YouTube guys. It's like since I've been actively trying to do that, and like you said, you've been kind of pushing down that path too. It's like, dude, the setup, for me at least, I don't know how it is for you, but just trying to set it up to do a video to be, you know, like I've seen the ones you do on the couch, and they're way more laid back and more free flowing, and that's how realistically I should be doing it. But I'm sitting here trying to. All right, I'm going to walk through the door and say, what's up, guys?
Oh,
you
no.
know?
Can't plan it out because then you're thinking about how this is going to work.
Exactly.
Well, we'll lay down a storyboard like type.
Yeah.
So this is where we're starting, this is where we're going to finish in the middle, and then it's just freestyle after that.
Yeah.
It's all mostly one-take shit, too. Like, the key is take a deep breath and then just spit out as much shit you can until you got to take a deep breath again. that's my method.
That's about right, too.
And it works most of the time. Most of the time, the videos are all after hours, and we're just drinking and... That last couch video we just posted on YouTube, Trent was throwing up the whole next day. Dave went home so fucked up he passed out like mid-walk through his house and split his head open on his fireplace. And I thought I was going to die when I woke up in the morning, but we were still here and we still kicked ass.
Yeah. Another day, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the bar next door will get a hold of you.
So how was the, you know, when you did, we were talking about a while ago, that video you did talking shit about the bagger, how was the backlash from that? Because it was just funny watching everybody just get butthurt.
You know how many people tried to buy all them parts off me? I got so many, every one of them was too, hey, I'm going to build me a midlife crisis bike, bro. What do you want for them fucking wheels and shit?
Yeah.
Everything, the shit is all gone. It was that was what it was all about. I guess everybody just wanted that garbage that we were taking off.
Yeah.
And
I
only honestly got one person called a little upset about it. Just a friend of mine. He's in the industry and he builds that type of stuff. But I mean, I was like, dude, just talk some shit about me. Let's get some internet war going. I don't give a fuck, you know. But I wasn't. Also, the people that follow me on Instagram, they hate that shit too. That's why they follow our style because they hate it. They want to hear it too. I'm not going on their pages into their customers and talking shit.
And that's what they did.
Big wheel bagger guys aren't following me. They're talking shit about me.
Yeah, so that's what they did is they took that video and they shared it on all the chat rooms on Facebook because that's where all the big wheel bagger guys are. They shared them on Facebook and everybody got just outraged.
I didn't even know about any of that.
Yeah, and that's where it blew up. It went crazy on that. And then, of course, people, you know, like, it's kind of like, did you see that recent?
Really? Because Black Label Bagger and all these other shops were out this show out there, and none of them would even talk to me. I walked by and they just, like, mean mugged the shit out of me. I didn't know about that.
It makes no sense that, like, all these people won't adapt. You know what I mean? Like, you could still build these baggers. You know, if you get a customer that comes in and wants to build a big wheel, you know, if you're open to that, then do it. But the people that won't adapt to the trends, which unfortunately that's what these things are.
100%, yeah.
They get so wrapped up into what was really great for them at the time. It's almost like you talked about how great it was living in that house with Mark and going through that school. Some dudes, like, that's the best part of their life, and they keep reliving that shit. You'll see them at Sturgis.
Yeah. Then you're fucked.
They'll have the frail fucking cut-off jean shirts and shit, and say Sturgis 01.
When I moved out here, I had a V-neck vest with laces down the side.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was fucking rolling
Tonto
hard,
in
it. Oh, yeah. Oregon hardcore.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's kind of the thing. And so, like, I ask, you know, a lot of people, I was like, man, like, if you pay any attention to the motorcycle industry, these things kind of have an evolution to it.
Every 5 years, they pretty much run their course.
Yeah, and you have to be, if you want to be relevant, if you care more about being around bikes and not just a type of bike, then you have to be open-minded to how things are going to evolve and change and how you're going to fit in.
I built nothing but big wheel baggers for 5 years, but 6 years ago I quit and started building Dynas because that's what I wanted to do, and I just started doing it, and people started getting on board with it.
Yeah.
Big wheel baggers, they everything starts in California, works its way to the East Coast. By the time it gets to the East Coast, it's dying in California, and it's working its way to something else.
Yeah.
This Dyna shit is the first thing that's blew up over there, and then it blew up on the East Coast, and then blew up in Canada, Mexico, Sweden. It's everywhere you can think of. There's a club style page, and it all blew up. And it's also the first time in Harley Davidson history it's been a young man's game.
Yeah.
My clientele is 18 to 35.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson is 45 and up. That's their clientele. This is the first time ever. Like, you get a 25-year-old customer hooked on this shit, you've got a customer for 45 years.
Yep.
You get a 45-year-old customer hooked on this, he's probably going to be tired of it.
In 5 more years.
Yeah,
he might not be able to ride anymore. You know
that 25-year-old customer ain't got shit for money, but he's hustling as hard as he can to buy every single part and get every single little piece of work done, and he appreciates the fuck out of it, too. And
you know, that's one of the things. So when I first got into, I worked for a shop doing Harley work. We were doing a lot of the chopper shit, painting those bikes and whatnot. But I really couldn't afford that type of shit, so I fell into the sport bike thing like we were talking about. And I built a customer base over like 5 years of doing custom sport bikes, doing the fat tires and all the crazy shit they used to do on those.
Oh, yeah.
I built customers in those, and then they followed me into the Harley scene. And so I had customers that I had built sport bikes for 5-10 years prior that I was doing a big wheel for. And now even some of them are following me into the FXR Dyna craze.
I've done 3 of our old big wheel customers. I've converted their bikes into performance bikes.
Yeah.
So we've taken all that shit off and revamped them. And it's you're selling cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we do. We sell cool. And if people think like, fuck, that's going to make me cool, I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. And then if you go, well, you know what, this would be even more cool if we do this because this is kind of getting played out over here. People will trust you and follow you if you're making a good product.
Yeah, I try to do that too. What I ran into a lot of times, because I'm usually about, I would say 2.5 years ahead of the rest of Dallas, and I'm not trying to toot my horn. I work with all the other country, and then I do it out of Dallas. So I'm seeing this trend take place. So when all the unknown shit was taking place, I was up in NorCal painting big wheel baggers. I'm seeing all these kids on Dynas. I'm like, man, what's going on? Because the Dynas back home got whips hanging off of them and forward controls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's Oregon too.
Yeah, it's Oregon.
100% ape hangers and giant sissy bars and forward controls.
So you see all this stuff taking. So you start kind of changing things, and you fall in love with this new style. And then you got that buddy that finally got enough money to build that big wheel. And you're like, yo, dude, like you're like 2 years too late, man. Like, you do this bike right now, like you're gonna get what you thought you wanted, you know what I mean, in your head, but you're not gonna get the same kind of attention off of it that even though you won't admit you want, we all know that you want that attention.
That's why you build it.
Yeah.
I'm not building some gangster. I'm not throwing all my life savings and everything into building some super flake gold fucking gangster machine out here and not want a bunch of attention for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a glory whore, man. I'm riding something around because I want motherfuckers to notice me. And why not? You spend all that money on some shit.
Yeah.
Get recognized for it.
I mean, that's really what it is. I try to, be as honest as possible. It's like, yo, like, this shit looks cool. I want to fucking do it too. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
I want to be the dude hating on the sidelines. Oh, fucking guys having fun over there, getting all the girls. Like, fuck that guy.
Dude, guys started fucking building performance, fucking wheelie riding baggers and stuff, and I went, fuck, I got to buy a bagger. I got to get on board
were
with
you
this.
hesitant at first with the bagger thing or what?
Originally, I was going to cut the neck off of one and de-rake it to a Dyna and put a Dyna front end on it and just build a big FXR. Mm-hmm. But then it just seemed like a waste almost. Yeah. So I bought a Road King. I bought a Road King from S&S that they had that they were going to build. Had a motor in it, 111, a whole bunch of fancy shit, but the bike was just a fucking mess. Mm-hmm. So I bought that for next to nothing. Like the whole bike for half of what the motor's worth.
Nice.
It was a good come up, and I sat on it for like a year and a half, and we've just now started to put it together. And everybody's riding. I don't want to ride wheelies on one. I want to build more of like a grand touring hyper. Fuck off! I'll ride wheelies on yours. Trent's talking shit over there in the corner. I want like a grand touring, like high performance road trip bike.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting in my territory now.
Something I can drop a knee on a corner and make it to California and back at a lightning amount of speed. Yeah. We road trip. There's a group of business owners here that we do in Phoenix. There's about 10 of us, and we do like a 1,000-mile road trip twice a year. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing it on my fucking wobbling old Dyna for years, and it's 110 miles an hour, lots of stops, lots of partying. It's real gnarly. Mm-hmm. So I'm building the luxury super beast for something like that. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the thing with it, too, because, like my bagger, like I have no intention of wheeling it. First off, I can't afford to fix it if I fuck up, and I'm not good enough at it to begin with. And secondly, like I really enjoy traveling on my bike. Like that's really my biggest thing that I love.
Yeah, that's what the motorcycle shit's about.
The best thing is being in Dallas. Like we have like 3 curves, and they're overpasses to get on the next highway.
Yeah, that's Phoenix, too.
And so... You got mountains right here, dude.
Yeah, but you got to get out of Phoenix, then you can hit some mountains. But
we got to drive 400 miles. Well, if going west, it's 400 miles till you see the first mountain. You can go into like Oklahoma and Arkansas and see some decent shit, but
holy shit,
it's pretty flat. You know what I mean? But
I'm from Oregon. That's just nothing but mountain. These are hills out here. It was like, look at that fucking mountain, Camelback Mountain. I'm like, that's not a fucking mountain. That's like a dirt bump over there.
Dirt bump.
But
so yeah, I mean the thing is like for us, it's like I love the fact that like I can throw my luggage on the back, a sleeping bag, a tent, whatever the case may be, and then go ride it to California and then just rip the coast.
Yeah.
And get in on it, man. Like fucking try my best to kind of just go around these corners as fast as possible, and then yeah, it's like an all-purpose touring performance machine.
I want something I can ride like a sport bike.
Yeah.
Like a super bike setup.
Yeah.
I cut all the forward controls off, built mid controls, machined the inner and outer primary, had all that shit done. And so it'll be like factory Dyna mid controls.
Nice.
And then RWD suspension, which I love those guys. They make great stuff. PM wheels, got big brakes, Tokikos all around. The S&S 111 bunch is supposed to be around 120, 130 horsepower. They did the motor. 5-speed tranny. I'm not messing with that at all. They're tough.
Yeah, those things will. I mean, even if you play with the gearing a little bit,
I gear them tall. So my gold bike made like 120 horse, so I geared it super tall to calm it down because riding wheelies with a big motor is terrible.
Yeah.
So I have
is it jerky and shit or
fuck yeah, just fucking trying to throw you out of the seat the whole time. It's trying to kill you the whole time you're riding it. But I run a 2651. It's like 5 teeth taller than stock, so I can cruise at 120 and be at like 3,800 RPMs. But it makes so much power and so much torque that it'll still rip the tire loose and I can fucking drift a corner in first gear.
Nice.
So I'm going to set the bagger up the same because it's got even more motor in it and leave a 5-speed. And I was going to chrome the frame. Fuck, that shit's expensive. I'm not paying $1,300 plus driving to California for the weekend and driving back to chrome the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So Steve-O's painting it. It's going to have some silver leaf and shit in the end of the frame. He's paint matching it. That's the paint right there. It's a Cadillac Black Diamond. And the tank, the side covers, and the bags are all like 70s Porsche road race looking shit.
It's like a turquoise color, right? Yeah, I followed. Is it McLaughlin?
McLaughlin Auto Arts.
Yeah.
He's
I saw that paint job he's doing, and then your logo with the helmet and the.
It's all spun silver leaf.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm pretty excited. I love that retro style stuff.
Yeah, it's dope. I mean, yeah. It's got that vibe.
I haven't seen it since he cleared it yet. Has he showed pictures of that? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
No, it's
different.
Yeah, it's different, and that's what's cool. Is like what So I was one of the early adopters of the performance bagger movement shit that's been kind of taking place, and I'm excited to see all these new shops starting to kind of get into it, and I'm excited to see what they're going to fucking do because everybody's got their own flavor and their own way of doing things, you know?
The thing about the bagger, why it's the next move, a dyno you can only do so much. Like, there's not a lot of parts you can do to a dyno, like suspension, some motor work, some bars, a seat, exhaust, it's done. Like, you can't get real creative with a dyno. A bagger, there is a million fucking things that people can create and do with baggers to make cool custom stuff for them. So that's what we've been doing all morning is we're making bag rails. We're teamed up with a saddlebag company. I'm making bag rails to be a one-piece stainless, and it'll be about 4 inches shorter. So the end of the bag will be 1.5 inches past the edge of the tire. So you and then just stock-looking bags, but shortened.
Yeah.
And then it'll all be stainless, and it'll come out like a crash bar. And,
So even if you did wheelies, you'll have a lot more space back there, and it won't look so hacky.
That cut the shit off with a fucking Sawzall and wrap duct tape around it or some fucking riveted on bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like every MMI Sportster with the fender cut off with a side grinder. Like he's been wheeling his forever, and I won't let him put the saddlebags on. He's like, we'll just cut them off. I'm like, that fucking shit is not coming out of here.
Yeah.
Not having it. We'll make bags, and I'm going to make the shit right so it looks legit.
Again.
So it'll look stock, but shorter, and then I'm just building a fender and building a skid plate and framing the whole thing in, so it'll be like a real stunt bike, but stock looking.
See, I'm thinking a little bit deeper here in like how when the big wheel thing took place, and then you saw these skate ramps, you know, back ends on bikes.
Yeah.
And you see those take place, and now that things are all about carving and wheeling these bikes, I'm actually really interested to see what kind of shapes come out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now, like you're talking about making them smaller and not as long, and it's a lot more work than what the other shit was because extending it on what's existing there is easy.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to change the
rails,
stance.
and then going to cut the bags, and this company's going to make the bags, and we'll manufacture the frame rails. And I like Harley Davidson. I like them to look as factory as possible,
Yeah,
but
agreed.
I want somebody to walk by and go, "Oh, that's a nice dyno," and then when they look at it, or a bagger, they look at it and be like, "What the holy fuck? How'd that dude do that?"
Yeah.
You know, like, once they really see what they're looking at.
Yeah, I think it's a good direction. It's like it's what I would think that anybody should be thinking about is how to go in the opposite direction and make themselves relevant now. You know what I mean? Even though like you've been doing this shit for a minute, especially like on this performance side, but
It's hard to stay in front of everybody,
Yeah,
stay in front of the eyes of everybody because there's so many people doing it now. But
But everybody's
also so much money to be made out there. There's plenty for everybody.
You know, it's also, you know, not saying anything bad about it, but so many people go the easy route when it comes to making parts. Like, do we really need another set of risers out there? You know what I mean?
That's why we've never made them because it's hard to compete with.
And, you know, I mean, some of my sponsors have some of the dopest ones, and then some of, you know, every month another. I mean, Speed King's shit is dope as fuck. Lucky Dave stuff is dope as shit. Booster Brad stuff, Thrashing, like everybody has really sick ass risers, you know, and but I mean, it's good to have options, though. I guess that's the bigger
like,
thing.
we've been making these handlebars for 6 years. You know,
Yeah.
somebody's like, when are you gonna make some more bars? I'm like, never.
Yeah.
Why not? Because there's 50 million fucking handlebars out there. Like,
Yeah.
there's not really another good option to do anymore.
So we don't need any more bars, and we don't need any more like bridged off of Saddleman seats brands.
Yeah, no shit. We're like, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about getting the unknown seat over the Saddleman. I'm like, it's the same fucking seat, dude. It's Saddleman.
Well, I
Saddleman
don't
is
know.
the shit. Mind you, Saddleman is the
Yeah.
shit. Love Saddleman. Saddleman is the best there is. I endorse that.
But I don't know, man. I'm thinking about getting a Thrashing Saddleman.
Yeah? I don't know. I mean, it's got the logo.
Yeah, man. Well, you know,
I put out a bunch of Kruesi Originals Saddlemans. Am I going to sell them? It's too expensive.
well, that's kind of
Dave is selling like 75 seats a day.
Lucky Dave.
That's fucking huge money. He is killing it.
Yeah, that's my seat. That's what I've been running Dave's seats since my first dyna.
Dude, his tuck and the early model Dyna tuck and roll gripper seat is fucking unreal.
See,
and it's made by Saddleman.
Yeah, me and
phenomenal.
Aaron back here were talking about it, and the reason I stick with the seat is because like the only thing about the Saddleman is like on the newer bikes, like they have that what is it called, the flat back or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
flat butt,
Step up gripper.
step up. Like My ass just doesn't fit that. It fits somebody that's going to be putting their feet on that thing, or putting their knee in it. You know what I mean?
Riding a wheelie, it's where it's at. One thing I don't like about the day how they have that slope, like more comfortable for riding, but that slope when you're in a wheelie, it goes into a slide.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the Saddleman is just like you're sitting on a stool.
You get locked in it, yeah.
Which I got the LaPera kickflip on my gold bike right now, because it came on the blue bike when I bought it, and that thing's got a back that's 8 inches tall. You look at it like, holy shit, that's the wheelie seat, but you get in, it's just super mushy. I feel like the bike's doing this shit underneath me the whole time.
Well, yeah, I would say that the Saddleman step up is the choice of like a stunt riding seat,
100%. Step up with tuck and roll gripper. That shit'll hold you in like a rock.
But like I said, I just cruise.
Comfort, Lucky Dave's. Saddleman comfort too. I
well, they have some seats. They have some seats that I just don't like the flatness of the angle.
I hated on that shit too when it first came out. I remember Unknown were the first dudes that were riding. Everybody's like, you see that? Because LaPera Daytona Sport, that was the wheelie seat. We would put hydro turf off of jet skis on the back of it to hold us in. Terrible seat. But we saw that seat. I'm like, fuck, that's hideous. I'm not ever riding that shit. Fuck that seat. And then a customer talked me into buying one for him, and I did, and I rode the seat, and it was sold. I was sold. It's like, I'll never have another seat. It's just so tight, like the bike just feels rigid underneath you. I like it.
And that's kind of what's good about it, is that like all this performance shit that's out there. It's like there's stuff that like fits the guy that wants to carve the canyons.
Yeah, you got to check out the dude's lifestyle, how he's riding. Really get to know a motherfucker, and then sell him the parts that's
going to fit what he wants to do on his bike. And then like you said, there's the guys that aren't doing any wheelies, but they set their bike up to be a perfect wheelie bike.
So we're known as the wheelie shop because me and Trent, owners, we both ride wheelies. We're not a wheelie shop. We're just dudes that ride wheelies and own a motorcycle shop. Guys come in like, well, I don't ride wheelies. I'm like, well, no shit. I didn't think that you did. I'm not going to build you a wheelie bike unless you come in here and ask me to, which we build very few wheelie bikes because there's not that many stunt guys out there.
Yeah.
There's lots of kids wanting to, and they're like, what do I need to do to fucking bang wheelies? I'm like, you need this, this, and this, and this. And they're like, yay. And then they eat shit. They're like, well, we do insurance work too, so it's a fucking great double payday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about all the kids that never quite learned how to ollie, but their parents spent tons of money
on fucking skateboards for them. Oh yeah, there's tons of those kids at the park.
Same thing. I mean, with all the whatever gets somebody into this bike shit and gets some kind of like get bitten by it.
Yeah.
They might not ever follow through and be the most legit riders or the most whatever.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, they're helping keep guys like you, myself, and everybody in business.
A lot of guys are like, hey man, I bought a Dyna, and they're like, I kind of want to learn how to ride wheelies. What do you think? Should I do it? I'm always no, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about it, don't do it. If you're not like fanatically passionate about it and willing to risk and to destroy your body and your motorcycle, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just ride your motorcycle and enjoy that shit. Have some beers with your friends, pull some pussy on the weekend, and be a normal ass dude.
Yeah.
If you want to have a busted ass neck and blown out knees and collarbone and shoulders that hang the wrong side, and then stunt ride.
Yeah. Come on, brother.
It'll be a good time. You'll spend a good part of each year in the hospital or in some kind of weird brace cast or something like that. Trent blew his spleen in half last year. It was in intensive care. So he calls me the next morning. I already knew he was in the hospital because we were out drinking that night riding, and he was drifting his bagger with his girlfriend on the back and ate shit. Fucking slick move.
Dude.
So he calls me next morning. I already know he's in intensive care. He's like, hey, man. I go, you better not be fucking calling me telling me you're not coming to work, motherfucker. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm in intensive care. My spleen is broke. I was like,
is your chick okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Dude, that freaks me out.
She landed on me.
It's her fault.
I go, dude. So all night we're going bar hopping, and we go to we tend to blow a lot of money at sushi, and we're all at sushi eating, and he's doing like circle burnouts with her sitting on the bike in the parking lot. I go, knock that fucking shit off, dude. Quit doing that. Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm good. He wasn't good. Ate shit in front of his house.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, yeah.
Well, at least he was at the house, man. The fucking not in the parking lot of the sushi spot.
So that slowed down our riding for a bit.
Picked the bike up, pissed blood at my house, and drove myself to the hospital.
Wow.
But if you want to piss blood,
the only time
get into stunt riding.
Put me on blast like that.
The only time I've ever wrecked a bike was trying to stunt, and I was on a Gixxer 600, like a 04. And the early model Gixxers, they had like the little throttle up so you can give it, let it keep going. This one didn't have it, so I thought I'd just give it a good gas, and then I'd jump up and do a Christ on the tank.
Yeah.
And then just as it's kind of losing its, the RPMs are pulling it back, I jump back on the seat. Well, I missed the seat. And I didn't have a helmet on. I'm trying to stunt in a neighborhood for my homie that I used to skateboard with. I'm like, dude, I got a bike. Check this out. Fucking busted my head open. I had like 10 staples right here. I still got a scar from it. And
always wear a helmet.
Yeah, I mean, back then, you know.
And don't do Christ either. Worst stunt there is. It'll kill you. Dude.
Everybody was always talking about how, like, some of the most technical shit you can do on the bike gets you no love, but then you go do, like, even though I know how hard it is to do a rolling burnout, but, like, the drifting and just burnouts in general, people get nuts over that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, high chairs.
It's like the woo girl thing of the motorcycle world.
Oh, yeah. It's hand drag and burnout contest. You guys want to have a hand drag and burnout contest this weekend? No, because I can't fucking hand drag. I was stunting sport bikes back in the day, and we were at a party down from my house. Like, into the shop is my house, and I'm at this party. And I leave my house, and I was learning how to do stoppies, endos.
Yeah.
Whoa, I light this thing up, going to like an endo in front of the party, and then I remember like flying through the air sideways, and my bike flying through the air sideways beside me, and just like, fuck. And then I woke up in like a pile of a broken mess on the ground. My arm, like my shoulder was down by my asshole, and I was all fucking blown to hell. Drunk, no license, no insurance, suspended license. And my buddy shows up, and he's like, we got to get you out of here. The cops are coming. He went to pick me up, and like half my body stayed on the ground. I'm like, I'm fucked up. Something's wrong with me. I got a pack of gum in my mouth, stick the whole entire thing in my mouth. And he packed like 24 pieces of gum in my mouth. I chewed like hell. I didn't get a DUI, but I did get a driving while suspended and uninsured accident.
What did that do?
A couple months. Broke my collarbone.
No, the gum. Fuck, I
didn't smell like alcohol, I guess. It saved my life.
I was like, is there a trick?
Oh, that saved me twice out of 2 gnarly wrecks. I put 5 people in the hospital, shit-faced one time. Woke up in the hospital. Fucking doctors all, I don't know how you did it, but you passed a fucking blood test. I know you're drunk. I'm like, what? I had a Virgin Mary t-shirt on. I'm pretty sure that's what did it for me.
Yeah.
She was looking over me that day.
Fucking
Jesus Cristo.
That's crazy. So, like, the putting all the gum in your mouth, it kind of kills that alcohol.
Oh, blue number 5, man. That shit'll just, like, enough blue number 5 in your mouth, I could get you a DUI all day long.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Fucking, I'm going to rewind this, and that's going to be the opener.
Or you can put a piece in your boxers if you haven't had a shower for a while and you got to go out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Blue number 5.
Yeah, I've
Tingles.
I never wrecked doing a stoppie, but I did wreck also trying to sketch on the side of the bike.
Oh man!
So I was like,
to do that on a rigid.
I was doing it, and I was like, fuck yeah, and I was like, how do I get back on the bike? So I was like, going once again in a neighborhood street, and I'm like, cool, I got this, and then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just slow down. Maybe I can just slow down and walk it out. You know what I mean? It's like, my feet are on the ground. I kind of feel it sliding. I'm like, oh, I can walk now. It's like 10 miles an hour still.
No.
Dude, another one.
I used to do those on a rigid Sportster. Just burn through my Vans all the time. And thank God I never ate shit, but yeah, I could see just catch your toes and face plant.
Yeah. That shit was my stunt career lasted like 1 season. I never
my
wrecked
sport
Willie.
bike stunt career lasted like 2 months. That was about it.
Did you wreck a lot on that, or?
Well, no. The one time that wreck in front of that house, I compounded my collarbone out of my neck. I shattered my shoulder to dust, and I broke my hip. Broke my hip down the fucking long way. I was in a bed for 2 months, like just watching TV
a hip
programs.
is a pretty gnarly break.
Gnarly. I got hit up on Deer Valley in 19th like 8 years ago so hard going through an intersection that the truck cut the neck off of my motorcycle. I didn't have a helmet on or nothing. I spun around like a helicopter. It split my legs out, so it pulled all the tendons out of my hips.
Oh, fuck.
And I was riding a rigid with a bare metal seat pan. That split my nutsack in half and peeled all the skin off the side of my dick like a sardine can. That's a scar to show at parties. Broke my scapula, broke my sternum in half right here. It was fucking gnarly, dude.
Wow.
And I had a warrant out, so the cops show up. Fucking cops show up. It's this lady cop, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, I got to get your information. I'm going to call you an ambulance. I'm like, I'm a student. I got this when I go to MMI. I'm like, I got no money. I got no insurance. And this chick I just happened to know pulled into the parking lot of the gas station. I'm like, that's my friend. She's picking me up right there. Just let me get out of here. I'm going to get to the hospital. And so she's like, all right, let me write down your name and number. And this chick drags me into, they sit me in this girl's car. And she goes, all right, there's a hospital right around the corner. I'm like, fuck that shit. When this bitch runs my fucking name, she's going to come to arrest me at that hospital. So she took me to like Thunderbird Hospital. If you're ever hurt, you don't go to Thunderbird Hospital. It's down in the hood. I sat there for 3.5 hours just shaking and bleeding out from the nuts in a chair. Oh my God, they had to soak my underwear off of me. Everything works fine now,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, that man, stunt riding, man, like that's the risk versus reward. I mean, you got laid a lot, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If you can ride a wheelie on a Harley Davidson in front of a bar, you can just go in and pick it
Get
out.
some kind of STD, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, chlamydia does flow like wine in the state of Arizona. That's a fucking fact. I had a buddy had it 13 times in 1 year out here. I'm like, dude, you either just got a problem or you got a problem. That's really all it boils down to it. Love that guy.
Yeah, like I said, listening to the stories that Mark would tell me about just all the partying out here and the bike. Because, I was telling Aaron, I was like, out here in California is like a real around the clock, around the year bike culture life. Like there's
100% live it all the time.
There's not a whole lot of checking in and checking out. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. And so like, even though in Dallas, like we have a all year riding season, but there's like, we'll have a week of just some shit weather and then we're back. Because yesterday I left, it was 70 degrees. When I come back on Wednesday, it's like 40 degrees is the high. You know what I mean? So it's like a very variable type thing. But there's a lot of cats that just don't even fuck with their bike from, November till April.
Yeah, those people don't stick around.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
It's 24 hours lifestyle here. It's 100%. We live it all the time.
And that's one of the main differences between like whenever I think about, because my life is motorcycles 100%, but I also work in the industry and things like that. But, fuck, man, like you come out here, me and my wife drove out to San Diego, last month, and, we're ripping bikes. We're riding around. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just an all-year culture.
We don't go anywhere without taking pit bikes and the Harleys everywhere we go. And the stunt game and doing shows. Like I've been doing motorcycle shows for 12 years around the country.
Yeah.
And I've got a place to stay in almost every city, every state there is, with all homeboys everywhere, especially in the stunt game. Like, it's such a huge community.
Yeah,
now
so one of the cats, it's awesome because as we were talking about, like, apprenticeships, there's a dude in Dallas. He goes by, like, a Lot Lizard on Instagram, and he's a sport bike guy, but he's been riding a Harleys, and he just hit me up out of nowhere and he's like, dude, like, I want to learn how to paint. And I get hit up for people that want to come learn, but
all the time.
This dude's legit, man. He's not even doing it for like the money. He just wants to learn, and it's fucking. This kid's in here, he's a couple years younger than me, but he's like inspiring me because he's like hungry to learn shit, and he's not like he's not trying to learn how to paint so that he can go get a job painting. He's like, yo, I like buy bikes sometimes, and it'd be cool if I could paint them. And I'm like, dude, and he's a fucking stunt riding maniac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who he is.
Yeah, I think you probably do. I mean, he's been in the stunt game for a while and the weed game. So
You know Rocks? Eric?
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, he's fucking put a hole in my wall. Yeah. I just did all this. I did all this fucking construction in my shop.
People on the planet.
Yeah, he's the most unreliable friend I've ever had.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm coming out to the bow of the creek, bro. Hey, bro, life just happened.
I got some stories of Rock. So we were at this show in Texas called Texas Hill Show, and his old lady's fucking wild, dude. I've
never met her.
Yeah, not wild like party wild like just wild.
Yeah.
She ended up knocking over a bunch of bikes out there. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be telling this story, but yeah, it's crazy. So we had our anniversary party, and we do it every year at IMS, which we have in Dallas. And so we did this construction at my shop. So I built a studio above our paint booth to do like at the shop. We have a video part of this. It's all live. I think I was telling you earlier. Yeah. And so we built all this shit, and we did this like big podcast with all my homies. I had my buddy Steve Chamberlain from Michigan flew in, and then Mark came up from Austin, and all these cats. We were in here, and then Rock showed up, and I started talking shit to him about doing burnouts. I said it's the gayest thing you can do. And so this motherfucker goes out. I just built this wall, drywalled it, fucking textured it, painted it. He loads his Harley up against it and does a burnout in my shop and puts a big ass fucking wheel tire right in my wall. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like,
oh yeah.
Now it's like it's a memory.
Rocks is a nut, dude. That dude parties hard. Best bike week I ever had in my life was probably 3 years ago out here. It was the last Busted Knuckles tour out here that they did their show, and it was me and Tallboy and all them dudes from Busted Knuckle, and it was.
Yeah, Tony rips it too, man.
He came out and judged for us for Battle at the Creek that we put on, and that shit was. That's the biggest stunt competition I've ever even seen, heard of, or been to in my entire life, and I've been to most of them, and it was fucking massive.
Is there still a lot of people? Is it mainly Harleys doing that, or is it just
we had a sport bike class. There's still tons of guys sport bike riding, but they wouldn't. Not a lot of them got on board with it. We had like 6 guys in the sport bike class, The pit bike class was fucking huge, like 30 dudes, like some killers came out. And then the Harley classes were fucking big. It was everybody. But we probably, I don't know, it was probably 5,000 people.
God damn.
Like, have you ever been to the Roadhouse in Cave Creek?
Yeah.
So the whole bar was full, and then that whole giant parking lot they have was shoulder-to-shoulder capacity to the back fence. And then there's a dirt parking lot that's private property behind it that was shoulder-to-shoulder jammed out there. People were crawling on top of buildings and shit to watch it.
Where were y'all doing the stunts? Like on the main road or what?
No, half the parking lot. Like, well...
So that big parking lot in front of it, that's where they used to put a lot of vendors and shit for Bike Week.
All Bike Week goes down there. So from the light poles over, we had one side was stunt show, and the whole other side was all the way out. Just bikes were parked down to the hideaway, but all the way down the street.
Damn,
massive. We sold out of all of our merchandise in like first half of the first day.
Shit,
just killed it, and I think they thought that we were going to bring like a couple hundred of our buddies up there and do some little stunt competition, so they only brought on one bar back and no security, and they did $25,000 in sales on the first day. Just fucking huge. We killed it.
One bar back.
Yeah, running like a motherfucker.
You should have got a raise on that day.
Or no shit. So the next day they brought in some security and some real people because it was huge.
Yeah, but that crowd's pretty chill. It ain't like a bunch of club guys trying to flex.
No, it was a lot of like. People came from all over the place, so it was a lot of like real hardcore stunt fans.
Nice.
And we had all the riders. There was only 2-3 guys from Phoenix. Trent, Willis, Gino, Evan.
Yeah.
Oh, Eli.
Justin.
They rode in the sport bike class. Justin blew a piston rod right through his block right out into the middle of the stunt lot. It was fucking awesome. Yes, we're gonna do that again. So Cave Creek probably not up there because the city threw a huge fit and they had to go to a town hall meeting the next day because they've got an 80 decimal rating up there, and we had a 2-day drift event pretty much. So trying to talk somebody else into using their venue right down the street right here.
Oh, does it start with B?
Yep.
And the second word starts with S?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
They got a pretty they got that little parking lot where they teach.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They just don't want to have to repaint it. But
fucking pussies, man.
If we could bring fucking 5,000 to 10,000 people into your parking lot.
Yeah, sell some beer. They sell beer out here? They give away shit? Like dealerships, some of them can't sell beer.
They sell it. So there's ways around it. We have a nonprofit organization, the Wounded Vets Run, that we do a bunch of stuff with. So if you bring in a nonprofit, then they automatically can have a liquor license. And then they'll run all that. They'll get a chunk of the money. And we do a party. Our shop parties. Our old shop was like a compound. It went in like a horseshoe, and then there was a barbed wire fence in front, and it would open up.
Yeah. And
our house was right here, and then it's the Infidel Nation. They're a military club. They do this Wounded Vets Run. They pick one veteran a year, and then they just throw parties and raise money for them. They cut them a check. It's usually like 20, 30 grand.
Nice.
It's fucking rad. So we would have a party, the annual party for the kickoff for the Wounded Vets Run would be at our old shop. And we had last party, 1,000 people came through the gate, did $10,000 in donations. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy. And
that's good.
Probably 30 stunt riders from all over come out because it's also one of the best stunt spots in Phoenix is right in front of our old shop. So they bring in spotlights, generator lights, all that shit. They bring in a band, sets up a stage. They have a concert. It's March 13th if anybody wants to come. Nice. Phoenix, Arizona, the old Kruesi Originals. It is the gnarliest biker party there is, hands down.
That's cool.
It's like Tokyo Drift, when you walk into that, up into the fucking car lot for the first time, it's all ding, 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 ding. That's what it is. But Harley Davidsons and...
So a lot of neon lights on bikes? LEDs?
Trent's got full LEDs on his.
Fuck with me.
Yeah, fuck with me.
Mexican in the shop's got LEDs all over his bike.
It would probably be pretty dope if you were like actually doing some gnarly shit on your bike and you had like that kind of gay stuff on there.
Oh, he does. I mean, and his bike's all polished, swing arm, polished everything, in chrome, and then he's got the full LED through everything, like the swing arm.
Dude, you should get some like Kuryakin parts for it, man.
So it's like just lit. He's got mostly Bastiani. Lots of holes drilled and shit.
Cheese graters all over the place.
Fuck
Don't get your finger stuck in it.
And that and his $50 bagger. 55. His bagger he paid $55 for.
That's fucking awesome. Can't beat that.
Yeah. Raffle.
Hey,
Raffle
this motherfucker behind you, he's a raffle king too. He wins bikes all the time for raffles.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, man, I won shit.
Dude.
All 3 out of California.
Really?
Yep. They're never bikes you want.
So our buddy raffles, our buddies raffle off a bunch of bikes, and so he raffled off one. Trent won it, and then he raffled it off, and our other buddy won it, and then he raffled off another one. The buddy who won the last one, his girlfriend won it, and as he's calling the names, he's like, "Motherfucker, I'm never gonna be able to raffle another bike again. Everybody's gonna think I'm fucking rigging this shit." But it just worked out that all of his friends went off the bikes, I guess.
All three I've won, I've literally flown my buddies out from Nebraska out there who want to ride. That don't have bikes or they lost their bikes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll pay for you to fly out there, ride it back. Cool. They literally fly out all
three bikes
and ride back.
Yeah.
And I sell them within 24, 48 hours.
I enter every one of them, but I'm not a gambler either. Like,
That's my problem. Is that like I'm just not a gambler.
Yeah.
I feel like if I want to guarantee myself to lose, I'll play.
yeah.
I'll play the gamble game.
Yeah, hey man, they go to Vegas. Go to Vegas, place fuck, do some gambling.
Dude.
I'm like, I'm gonna kick somebody's ass the minute they take $100 from me. If
So-
you just took $100 from me, I got nothing in return. I'm gonna fuck you up right now.
Me and my
Me and you,
brother,
buddy.
me and my brother at SEMA, and we went downstairs and we were watching this. We were staying at the hotel connected to the SEMA place, and we were watching this roulette table, right? And dude, we're calling red, we're calling black, we're calling all the splits all the time, like nailing it. Never put $1 down. Sat there for 2 hours watching that shit, just going, yeah. So it's gonna be black this one. Then bam, hits it on black.
You
It's
just
like
gotta go
every
hard.
time I'm thinking about like, dude, if I just put $200 right now, it's been black 3 times. It's never hit black 3 times in a row on this deal. It's definitely gonna be red on this next one. Sure enough, red. Bam.
You walk away with the satisfaction knowing you could have won.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Man, I could have made some money today. Hell yeah. We were in Vegas Bike Fest, and me and Trent were leaving the hotel. He's like, let's play some roulette. I'm like, fuck that. He goes, let's do it. So I'm like, we're just going to throw everything we got down then. So we both emptied out our pockets pretty much on the fucking the roulette table, and it hit. We won. I bought the fattest gold chain out on the strip. I got a big old thick pimp chain. I was like, fuck yeah.
From
Dude.
the middle of Fremont. The little
Oh shit.
Got
Yeah.
one of that good shit, man.
Yeah,
$100, $100 gold chain. It's real. It's real fucking good.
Real gangster. So yeah,
Got
my
it at
first
Sunnyvale Trailer Park.
time going to Vegas.
Okay, ain't nobody stealing my motherfucking remote. I got them gold chains.
My first time going to Vegas for SEMA 2011, and I was working for this lowrider company, and the dude was loaded, so he kept handing us like $100 every time we walked into a casino. And I would literally go. This is how I don't know how to gamble. I would go to the roulette table and I would get 2 like 50 and 50, and I'd put it on black and red.
Oh no! So, I mean, you're just breaking even.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Fuck yeah,
I'm back
man.
to where I was. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I didn't lose any money. And then like the first $200 he gave me to spend, I would gamble it and try and lose it. And then the other $500 he gave me over the course of the week I just put it in my pocket. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
not losing.
Oh, man,
I could have had
lose it all,
7,
That's really the way to do it. Just go there and just do a couple penny slots and keep that $700.
Yeah. My brother did pretty good. He won like $250 there on some penny slots.
I went to the casino with this chick one time. She put $50 in a thing and won like $400. And she said, "Oh, here's $100 for you. Go out and gamble this." I just was like, right on. I put it in my pocket.
Yeah. Oh, I lost it.
I'm like, thanks, baby. You got dinner? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
She was pretty hot.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't like to gamble, man. I'd love to. Every once in a while, you see, like what's $300 really to throw down on a couple tickets for a bike. Then you're like, oh, it's 3 out of 250. So odds still ain't good enough for me.
We raffled off that blue steel bike that I built, and there was a kid that got a loan for $1,000 from his parents, and then put another $100 down. So he bought 11 tickets, $100 a ticket. And then another dude, every time we would post an ad for it, he would just buy more, throwing tickets. I think he bought 8 or 9 tickets. And they were both there live at the drawings. We did it up in an event. And I just watched it. And a kid who bought one fucking ticket out of Nogales is the one that won the shit. And I call this number. I'm like, hey, and I watched both these dudes' faces just like, because you buy $1,100 worth of tickets.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm winning this motherfucker.
So my other
that kid's still paying on that loan too.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. It's 75% interest.
The other
He ain't been
customer,
back to the shop either. He's fucking pissed.
he's pissed. He's like, you fucked me. I have another good customer of mine that gets a lot of helmets done. He goes by Homie himself, dude. That dude is like $3,000 on raffles. That's what he drops.
Damn.
But he won last year. He won Jeff Holt's Dyna. He won a Dyna that I painted back when I first started painting Dynas from this
shit.
cat out in Florida. He won he actually won.
So he's made some money off of it.
Yeah, he actually won the giveaway bike they did here last year for, I think it was a trash bike. They did the giveaway.
Really?
So he won
They sell 10,000 tickets for that shit.
So he won that fucking thing. Like, they pulled a name, and so, like, something, like, for some reason, it was no good or something. Then they pulled his name, and he won it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Then 4 days later, they come back and say, oh, well, the first name we pulled, we kind of fucked up. And so, like, he ended up not getting the bike, but it's like, whatever took place. I don't know. I don't remember the story of why it didn't happen, but
they put about 80 grand into those bikes.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man. That dude's just got some luck though. They sell 10,000 tickets for that. Your odds are shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why he'll end up like dropping $3 to $5 grand on tickets. Damn. I had a customer, a helmet guy out of Dallas who was selling a panhead with a sidecar. I don't like sharing that shit on my page, because if I share one dude's raffle, then everybody in their fucking mom's raffle.
Yeah, I don't do it either.
You know what I mean? So I try not to share.
I don't want to answer
stuff.
the 50 fucking questions these people are going to ask me about your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That eats up a lot of my day.
So the dude asked me, and he had just deposited like fucking $1,500 for. He was getting 2 helmets done, so he's like depositing me $1,500 for him, and then he's like literally the next day he's like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to raffle off this bike, man. Can you post it?" And I'm like, nah, bro, like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? And I felt so bad because I just took a lot of money from this guy. And
that's when they hit you with that shit.
Yeah, and I was like, well, you know what, man? I'll do a story. That way it's not like, I'm not going to put that shit on my timeline or whatever the fuck. And my buddy from New York, the homie dude, like, he's like, fuck yeah, he dropped like $3 grand, $3,300 on tickets. He didn't win it, though. So,
damn, if I could just shit out $3 grand, I'd be fucking stoked on life.
Dude, if I just could like have the balls to bet $300 on something, I'd be like, I feel like I'd have balls like those New York balls.
When I said I threw everything down out of my pocket on that roulette table, it was $106. I walked away with $212.
Yeah,
I bought a $109 chain. Yeah, I was pumped on my shit.
Hell yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, I ain't throwing all that kind of money away. I'm still building a business from scratch.
Yeah, well, the shop, man, like, you got it dialed here. How long you been at this spot?
It'll be 2 years in August. We were at their spot up in North Phoenix for 3 years. Worked out of a garage at my house for some years before that. Mm-hmm. That was the best shop I had. It was 3-car garage, air conditioned, super nice.
Yeah, no.
Working at home sucks. Ain't a motherfucker in the world got a bit of respect for you being at home on Sunday night at 9 o'clock. Hey, bro, my shit's leaking. Can you fix this?
Yeah.
Can you fuck off? I'm trying to eat dinner right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, moved in a commercial spot. The overhead is insane. It's very expensive to be on this street right here, but...
Do you think being on this street, like, helps or what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For real?
This is, like, the most motorcycle-traveled street in the fucking world right here.
How far is MMI from here?
It's up by our old shop.
So
if you go 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
It's up on Deer Valley and, like, 35th Ave. They only have 500 fucking students.
What's it normally, or what was it?
2,500 rotation when I went, and there was 3 rotations a day. Now they have 500 total. I'm hoping they go out of business, because then I don't have to pay my school loans anymore.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, 100%. School goes out of business, your loans are gone. Come on. Still owe fucking 30-some grand.
I don't know if it's really viable. I mean, from certain aspects of, like, conversations I've been in by doing podcasts, like, you talk to certain people in certain areas of the industry, and they're literally, like, legit concerned about the number of people riding Harleys and riding bikes in general. Yeah. Like, this shit's just declining. I mean, it's weird because being someone that was into the big wheel and saw that world, and then never really seeing, like, people in their 20s on Harleys at all, and then now it's like everybody is going straight to Harley instead of Yamaha or Suzuki.
Yeah.
It feels
kids
bigger.
Always start out on sport bikes in their 20s.
Yeah.
If you're 20s, you ride a sport bike. That's just the way it is. It's a kid's bike. Then you get in your 30s, your 40s. Actually, 30s, you don't do shit, because then you're probably, like, getting some kids and you got to sell everything. And then you hit 40, 45, kids are a little bit older, you buy a bagger. Mm-hmm. And you go back into the Harley world. That's always how it's been. Mm-hmm. Now kids are rolling up and they're realizing, I could buy this sport bike for $6,500, or I could buy this really gangster-ass Dyna for $6,500. I don't have to buy something brand new and go in the hole. Like,
yeah.
And so that's what they're doing. They're buying $5,500 Harleys and having a great time.
Yeah.
10 years ago, a $5,500 Harley was a 1992 Softail. Mm-hmm. A piece of shit. I don't care how much you guys love FXRs. They're the biggest sacks of fucking shit Harley Davidson ever made. Oh, I ride an FXR. You know how much money you got to put into a Dyna to make it handle like an FXR? The same amount of money you have to put into an FXR to make it handle right, too. Because they all handle like shit. Everything on it is fucking garbage. You got to put about 20 grand into that son of a bitch to make it reliable enough to get to the bar and back. So, back in the day, for 5 grand, you couldn't buy shit.
Yeah.
Unless you were a mechanic and you planned on working on it a lot. Now, you can buy a fucking 2001 Dyna and that thing will last you a lifetime.
Yeah. Especially those motors in there. I mean...
And you can put a $350 stabilizer on it at Kruesi Originals and that motherfucker will outride any FXR on the street.
That's...
Suck it.
Suck it.
Fucking suck it.
You heard it right here.
Following fucking dick riding motherfuckers. Suck it. Fucking hate FXRs. Once you work on one of those cocksuckers, you're married to it for life, too. Hey, bro, I brought my FXR in for a fucking oil change and fucking forks are leaking. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna fucking send you down the street to somebody else, bud. Fuck you and your FXR. I'm just kidding. We'll work on them for the right price.
Yeah, it's
everybody's gotten wise to that shit too, because the FXR trend was so hard. Like FXRs were all of a sudden $10,000.
Yeah,
and then that went on for like 2-3 years, and then all those people that were buying these expensive FXRs and realizing that holy fuck, I just bought a piece of shit. Now they're all selling them for $4,500. You can buy an FXR out here for fucking $4 or $5 grand all day long now.
Yeah,
because nobody wants them anymore. Because, dude, the wiring harnesses are fucking junk. The suspension is junk. The transmissions are junk. The motors are old as fuck. So if you get one, I got 5,000 miles on it. Cool. All your gaskets are rotted out of that motherfucker, and they're all paper. So you're going to pay some dude 15 hours to scrape on one cylinder with a razor blade. Fuck you and your FXR. Give me a twin cam all day long.
I'm a huge FXR guy, but I cannot deny that what you just said is true.
If you're going to buy an FXR and you're going to build it from the frame up and you're going to go through the whole thing, you're going to have a phenomenal motorcycle. I built some nasty FXRs. But you can't buy a $4,000 FXR and expect to fucking put a couple grand into it and have some badass motorcycle. You're not. You're going to have a broke down motorcycle.
I think that what people do is that they follow certain people online that do shit like that, but they don't realize it's like if you bought a $4,000 FXR with your mechanical aptitude to be able to, know when I can get away with this for X amount of miles or months, and versus
it's
somebody,
a mechanic's bike.
Yeah. So
or take it to someone that knows what they're doing. It's not a do-it-yourselfer bike because it's old school technology.
Yeah, definitely.
My blue fucking Dyna I've been riding. Everybody's like, I paid $2,200 for the thing. They're like, oh my God, hook me up, bro. I want to get something like that. I'm like, yeah, I paid $2,200 for it, but to take it to the level, I've got maybe $2,500 into the whole bike total. Mm-hmm. But it's also all takeoff parts and tons of my time. So if someone was to buy that for $2,200 and then want it to be like that bike, they'd be $10,000 into it.
Yeah.
To bring it here and have it done like that. That's the kind of part they see me riding that, and they're like, fuck, for $2,200 I could be on something like that. No, you can't. For $2,200 you can be on broke down. And then for another 10 grand I can get you fucking dialed into something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of falsitudes. I'm sorry for falsifying how cheap and easy my bike is. Really
well, wasn't. No, dude, I've picked up Dynas, same thing, like those early model Dynas, like the twin cams.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, they're cheap. You can find some dude that put apes and kickback whips on it for fucking that's selling it because he fell in some hard times.
We sell them all the time. We buy them super cheap and we sell them super cheap, but they don't realize that when we get them for $2,200, they've got $5,000 worth of fucking gay on them that's got to be thrown away, and then a whole lot of shit that's got to be changed. And they're usually been through 4 or 5 meth heads' hands by that time. Yeah. Anything that's over 10 years old in Harley Davidson has had way too many bags of dope.
It's been traded for a CD player a time or two.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Oh fuck, this one's Blu-ray,
I got
brother.
this CD deck, man. You want to trade me for the?
Oh yeah. Fuck, guy's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
My stepdad, I don't remember a lot from the 80s. I was born in 82. I don't remember a lot from the 80s other than the cartoons I dug and a couple movies I saw. But I remember distinctively walking out of my apartment and my stepdad came home one day on a sport bike. And I was like, dude, where'd you get that? And this is Top Gun era, so like sport bikes were the shit. Yeah. He's like, I traded a fucking CD player for this thing. Because CD players were so hot back in the 80s that he was a hustler, man. He just fucking like traded
if
shit.
You could even come up on a CD player, you really had some shit.
Yeah, dude.
I never had a CD player until probably 2005. I was cassette, motherfucker. I am not changing my ways.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. I just always think about that. And he always like dabbled back and forth with sport bikes and shit all growing up. I remember I remember one day he picked me up from like school and he had to take me across town. I'm like on the back of a sport bike with no helmet on and a backpack. Like every time he put his head down, I'm like, the wind would catch me and shit. And I still thought it was cool as shit though, because nut hugging my stepdad on the back of his, CBR 500 or some shit.
Any young male and a motorcycle, like you put any young kid on a motorcycle, they're gonna get hooked.
Oh yeah.
I was probably 9 years old. I was in Newport, Oregon, like Old Town Newport down on the coast. And there was this little bar, like a biker bar right there in Old Town. And this Free Soul's an old club in Oregon, been around since like the 50s or 60s. This old Free Soul pulled out on a rigid. He had the big long beard, had his cut on, flowing in the wind, and he whacked this fucking thing up in a wheelie and rode it down the street. And I was like, I remember this so clearly at 9 years old. I was like, I'm going to be a club member and I'm going to ride wheelies on a motorcycle, on a Harley Davidson someday. I achieved both those. I still ride wheelies, not the other shit. Thank you very much. But
yeah, I mean, dude, I got a 9-year-old son. He's going on 10, and I just recently got him to where I'm taking him out on the bike and stuff, and he's like digging it. And so,
it was my whole life after that.
Yeah,
I was so enthralled by that as a kid. And anytime now, if we're on the street and I see a minivan full of kids or something, they're always waving, motorcycles every time. I'll be like, hey, and I'll bang a wheelie past right by him and, give him a smile while I'm wheeling or wave and do some shit. Like, you just hang my phone up or see what it is. You just change that kid's life.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you put a positive, like, idea in their head and it kind of sticks with them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's one of the things about, like, a lot of, this motorcycle shit where we got to think about, like, you got to try to be something that's inspiring these kids in some ways. I think stunt riding is probably the most obvious of the batch. You know what I mean?
You ain't gonna be fucking with a bunch of drugs and stuff if you're stunt riding because you can't. You're gonna eat shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like there's a lot of partying and wilding out to it, but there's also tons and tons of discipline and practice that go into it. These guys that are at the top level, they're at the top level because they're putting every hour of every free minute they got into it. And if you got a fucking drug and alcohol problem, that shit ain't going to work out for you at all. So, I mean, it's just another path to send a kid on to something to strive for.
Yeah, I remember...
striving for greatness and everything.
When CJ Barham came out with his, like, podcast and he was doing all that and we all started following him and, dude, the kid's wild as fuck, man. And it's like, he was the first one that made me realize that I'm not wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because... I felt like, man, all my drunken explorers and stuff of going out, ripping through the town, getting fucked up, having a good time, having the time of my life, to be honest with you. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm living. And then I see, like, this dude's Instagram story from one weekend of one night of his life. And I'm like, I've never done shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm super chill. Like, I'm, like, going to church the next day compared to what this kid's out there doing,
Got to spend a weekend in Phoenix. It's a good time.
I don't know if I'll live, dude.
Yeah. It's calmed down a lot now, I think, honestly. But
you got any foundry stories?
No Foundry Moto days?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. I used to go to their old parties at Chris's when they had the big half pipe and vans would set up in there and party all the time. That was like Sucker Punch Sally days.
Yeah.
That was about it. Party there. Lots of club guys there. Lots of wild shit going on.
Did you ever see a alleged alligator there?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, there was an alligator there. They had a fucking shooting range and a trap door underneath the shop, too.
Yeah.
Trap door underneath a rug, and you go down to this underground secret shooting range. It was fucking amazing. Like, the ultimate compound. It was like a giant barn behind a weird little house, full-size competition, monster fucking half-pipe. The whole Vans team would show up, and then Dice Magazine, wasn't that what it was? They had the Dice Magazine party there, and they would set up, and it was way gnarlier than our parties. It was those dudes were doing it big. Yeah, first time I went, I was scared. I ain't even fucking around. I'm from Sweet Home, Oregon, man. I'm like fucking 6,000 people, and I roll up on my motorcycle to this shit, and a bunch of angels open the gate. They're like, "Come on in." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Here we go. Boom, walk around just fucking blowing away. There's fucking thousands of people there. That big barn had that upstairs loft with all the big party spot up there.
Yeah.
Just nasty. They were killing it.
Yeah.
Foundry built some of the dopest shit, hands down. Well, Big Chris been killing it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, like, since I've been coming out here and doing podcasts and, like, getting to know everybody, and, like, we just did a SoCal tour last month, and it's, like, it's been getting brought up a lot, and it's funny because there's not a lot of things that can be talked about, you know what I mean, about it, but I'm just hoping, I'm trying to put the seed out there because I'm hoping that, like, in 20 years, after nobody can be in, like fucked over from anything, there's like this really good Netflix documentary about the Foundry.
Oh, hell yes.
How sick would that be? Like,
dude, those days were gnarly.
yeah.
Like it was gnarly. It was hardcore, like punk rock, skateboard, punk rock as fuck, hardcore club scene. Like it was
The real deal.
real deal. Yeah, like intimidating.
And you know what's crazy is like when you hear about, you know, all the club shit, all the different like just the lifestyles you hear about shit from the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, and it's like this shit took place like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like probably the most recent positive thing that I could say that you just hear about. I mean, I'm sure that whatever, it might have had its bad little thing here and there, but
Oh yeah, but it was huge, man.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was popular. There was all genres of people there. And like it was the first motorcycle thing I went to where there was just like tons and tons of just hot chicks running around. Like you go to any motorcycle event, there's not usually. If
yeah.
they are, they're there with their boyfriend and they got drugged there by them. But the Foundry parties, like that
girls
was the
showed
spot.
up like, where you going tonight, babe or bitch? Whatever,
That was like every ASU fraternity was the place
Yeah.
to be. And it was just a bunch of club dudes, a bunch of hardcore motherfuckers, and a bunch of young hot broads running around. It was fucking awesome.
dude,
man.
I want to go right now.
I know. God, I was literally came from the smallest town in the world to that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
So that was kind of like right when you came here, huh?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, I think Foundry, God, they probably went out of business a year or two after I moved here. Because, I mean, 2009 fucked over kind of. 2008,
Yeah.
2009. Like, the Chopper. So, the Chopper and the Pro Street thing were going real big with, like, the Nassies and the Borgettes and all that stuff. And then they were dying out, and the Bobbers were coming up real big. Everybody's going, like, hardcore bobber. And then, like, the swing arm style shit that
Yeah.
Sucker Punch was doing. And that was blowing up. And that just really, it didn't even get its cycle. You know, it really just caught on, and it went like this, and the economy crashed, and it said, fuck you, it's all over. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. And is Dice Magazine still around?
Yeah.
They are?
I say that, but I haven't heard anything about them going out. So
God, they did some fucking rad parties.
yeah,
And
I mean,
God, the old Steel Horse,
yeah,
or was that
Iron
the
Horse?
magazine? No, the Horse.
the Horse, yeah, the Backstreet
Yes.
Choppers,
Their parties they used to have. Hot Bike's gone.
yeah,
Fuck, man, Hot Bike was. Most these kids now, these 20 and 22-year-old kids are getting in the game now. They're not even going to know this life of the magazine life. Of waiting to get your next Hot Bike issue so you can read about the next builder or read about the next tech tip or the next mod or get into Easy Rider and watch which one the naked fucking mechanic, the chick. Remember the chick with like huge boobs that would do topless oil changes in the magazine to shit, you know?
Yeah.
Or the Beaver Hunt or any of that stuff. Like,
you know,
It's
even
just-
like even the Easy Rider magazines. Like, if you ever like, I started buying a lot more because I got a lot more nostalgic in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
where I'll be like, you know, fuck it, I want to buy this Easy Rider, I want to buy this or buy that. And you would see these like all the Easy Rider chicks that were naked were the same chicks on Instagram that you follow.
right?
But then like you go like to the back of the magazine, they'd always have this section called In the Wind.
Yeah.
And it was like,
They had a whole magazine in the wind back
Yeah.
in the day for it.
so that was the only, like, cause like it was real.
Everybody's raw old lady.
Yeah. So this really like great podcast that I did with Paul Yaffe, right? And it blew my mind because I never really was privy to. I came into the industry in 2004, right? So that was like right at the height of the chopper craze, you know, the
Oh, yeah.
discovery, build off, all that shit. And so when I did the podcast with Yaffe, and he was talking about how like the Easy Rider shows before that was like tits out. I'm on stage with this girl's tits in my hands and this girl's tits in my hands, and I'm seeing which one. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, fuck. I was going to the ones with the bounce houses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure, I've heard stories about Easy Rider shows where dudes would walk up and there'd be like dudes in a circle and like poke their head in there and there'd be one chick in the middle just blowing a circle of dudes at the fucking middle of the motorcycle event.
That sounds like. I mean,
That was hardcore Easy
Yeah.
Rider show, hardcore biker shit back in the day, and it's just not at all
so
like that.
you look at like that section In the Wind, and you would see all these like pictures of like these chicks partying, blah blah blah. And it's like I've been going to bike events for the last, you know, since 04, and I ain't gonna say I haven't seen a chick show her tits anywhere. I haven't seen a lot of them, but
Then you want to see though.
yeah, it's very rare. I mean,
Yeah.
you honestly, man, let's be real. Like you probably see more chicks' tits driving down the highway on a bike.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just like, oh, woo, the woo girls going to fucking the club that night or some shit,
Yeah.
and you're just out ripping around.
When I was married for years, and then I started doing shows and all over, and my chick was freaking out about it, and I'm like, I was sending her videos of the chicks that are walking around. I'm like, do you see you ain't got shit to worry about.
Yeah.
Because it's just Dr. Bob and his homies, and then like a bunch of older broads.
Yeah.
And it was real stagnant for like 10 years like that, where it just kind of once the biker build off and the economy kind of crashed, the motorcycle scene really went to shit for a while.
Yeah.
It was a hard time. I got to pee real bad. Can we
That's
take
cool.
a break?
Yeah, go ahead. I need some more beer if we have some. I'm sure we do. Dots and dashes.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, don't doubt it. I'm 40, bro. I get everything you're saying. Trust me.
Yeah, listeing to him pee is like Morse code, you know?
It's
It's like
said so far.
Listen in Morse code.
well, shit. I think I got one more mic. Here, let me see that bag. Yeah. Or actually, yeah, because I got that fucking camera in there too. Oh, my bad. This.
Anything else, sir? Anything else I can help you with, sir?
No, sir. You may sit back down.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Pull up that chair over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, grab your chair, bud. Let me help you out. I'm here to help everybody out. I'm a big team player here.
Uh-oh. Everybody's getting to hear all this behind the
You guys
scenes
are all-
shit.
I know, yeah.
You guys are all the fancy techs and all
The
how
whole
to do all
setup.
the mechanics. I just break bikes and pay someone to fix it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, man. God damn, if my dick was the size of my prostate, I'd be doing porno.
Well, we just brought him on. I didn't know that he was your partner in this stuff, man.
Life partner and business partner all together.
What's your name?
Can't be saying that shit in 2020, dude.
Was he the one that was worried about the fag stuff?
It's because he's Greek.
My name's Trent. Trent Mercado.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's my business partner. So, anyways, he came on work for me. And he was in MMI, which he never graduated MMI.
Yeah,
I didn't
dude.
know that
Yeah,
till a little while ago. He's like, "Well, I just was working for you, so I just quit going."
Well, no, so I was supposed to graduate.
It was like a week
of
before he
week.
graduated. Oh yeah, he quit to go to bike week.
Yeah. So I attendance failed because I was working bike week, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm not going to go back." Like I
Yeah.
only had a week left, and I attendance failed to work, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm already in it." I was like, "Fuck it." Like,
Just came on doing shit work and just hustled. Had the same like hunger I had when I was going. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this no matter what it takes, and I'm gonna throw everything away to do it. So, and he went hard for like 2 years, and I was like, if you want a fucking real good employee, sell him part of your business. You know, and made him a business partner, and he comes on, and now he gets to carry some of the stress, which fucking thank God, dude, because running a business by yourself is a good way to burn yourself out.
For sure. Yeah.
And he's been great.
Yeah, I mean,
And he speaks Spanish.
vaguely.
So that helps. He speaks
80%.
Spanish really good, and he sings.
Are you
fucking,
Spanish
he
or
sings,
Greek?
He
'Cause
sings.
you got-
No, he just looks Greek Asian.
I'm Mexican Italian.
He's like a
my
crazy-
mom's like 100% almost Italian, and my dad's like pure Mexican.
Yeah,
He sings like mariachi music beautifully too. There's a karaoke contest up at Four Corners they put on up there.
Yeah.
Josh puts on from RPM. And I keep trying to get him to fucking go up there and sing some mariachi music. Oh, no, he wants to hear that. I'm like, motherfucker, you bust out in some of that
I'm not good in front of people
fucking
like you are.
por favor.
It's the por favor shit.
It's fucking beautiful. But stunt rider, all that good shit. Too.
that's cool. So it's like you place all the same strengths that you guys have created here. So.
Yeah. I mean, you can be the best mechanic in the world and you can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't fit in with what we're doing, or
Yeah.
I mean, to sound like a trendy cocksucker, but the image that we're selling, you know, like
Yeah.
we're looking for a real positive, you know, real fucking full life and ready
You
to fuck
want
shit
someone
up.
that's going to come here and wrench on bikes and is eager to finish wrenching this bike, get it together, and go rip some miles, hit some wheelies,
Yeah.
do like
Oh,
party on the
100%.
bike. Not a dude that's like, oh yeah, well it's done. Well, you know, man, me and the old lady, we're gonna go watch Titanic. It's coming back out on IMAX.
You're not going out this night? No, I'm like,
Yeah, oh no,
Just
dude,
not gonna-
I can't.
Are we cool still?
you're not going to make it, but
Yeah, I can't explain how many times my old lady's been pissed at me because I've like canceled plans because cooler shit.
Yeah,
came
cool
up,
as
you
shit.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
that's, I can't make plans for shit.
Yeah, not at all.
Like, hey, what are you doing next Saturday? Let's do this and this. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? What if something comes up Friday that's way cooler for Saturday?
Like,
You know, like, you know, that much shit comes at us all the time. Like, want to do this, this? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course I do. But, you know, I'm like, sorry, baby, I'm not going to be able to make it to your mom's birthday dinner. And I'm sorry.
you know, I said I was going to.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, I know I RSVP'd and paid for it already, but I'm going to have to get that money back from you, too. So I I mean, we're doing it big tonight, so I'm gonna need a couple extra bucks if you got some.
Yeah, having this as like a business and a way of income is kind of a blessing with that. You know, you can be like, oh well, I'm working. You know, like it's for work. But
what I've always noticed is like the problem is it is work and it's a lot of it, and it's like there's the line between work and like fun. It's so blurry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is. And what happens is like, you know, when for me at least with my, you know, I have kids and I have a wife, and she's pretty. I brought her into this once I had already started kind of getting some success moving around and doing stuff. So, but like my kids don't really understand it. So they're like, well, why aren't you at my soccer game? Like, well, Daddy's doing podcasts in Phoenix right now, buddy. You know, I'm sorry. I really want to be there.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't like it, tell your mom to stop fucking with me on child support. I can be there.
Oh, real talk.
Bought you a fucking PlayStation last week. God damn it.
Jesus Christ. You want to play that PlayStation? You want to sell it? Yeah.
Because I'll sell it and I'll come hang out with you all weekend, buddy.
Yeah, we can hang out all weekend.
It's just hanging out in the garage with the homies all day long.
It's the best, man.
I'm a workaholic. As hardcore as it can possibly be. I'm losing my fucking shit. I never take days off. When I do, I'm like sitting around feeling like shit.
You're bored.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man? I'm eating myself up with what I should be doing.
So let me ask you
I'd
this.
rather be here doing this than fucking.
When you took that trip, like I said, you went to Hawaii. Like, how was it? Were you able to just like say fuck it and just relax?
Dude called me probably 3 times a day just to check in on how the shop was doing.
Yeah.
That's.
But I mean, I had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, I'm in the same boat, right? Because my wife, like, I tell her all the time, I was like, babe, like, if we're gonna do anything together this year, you better hope it's at Sturgis. Maybe Daytona, like something I need to double it up for a bike thing so I can make it work for me business wise.
My chick does well. She makes good money, and she likes to take like a world trip, you know, once a year. And she's like, we just, you know, you need lots of adventure in your life. We need to make sure. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I did 16 shows last year. Like, I got plenty of fucking adventure. I don't need to plan a trip to Greece. I'm burned the fuck out. I don't want to go anywhere. Yeah. We were on the road for 16 weekends straight last summer. We would come home, work for 4 days, and then hit the road for 3 days. Straight. Like, I didn't have a weekend home for 16 weeks. It was insane. Loved every minute of it. Found Jesus 3 or 4 times. It was intense. But, yeah, it gets a hold of you. I couldn't be raising kids and stuff and doing it how I'm doing it. But
well, fortunately, I had kids very young. So, like, my daughter's 18. Like, I'm about to celebrate being off one child support. In a couple months, and
I'm
then
gonna buy a new truck.
Yeah.
Woohoo! F-250, bitch.
But it's just like, man, like I had kids young, and then you know I was like super, you know, trying to be a career guy and shit in my 20s, and then you know the bike thing was always a thing for a job, but then it just turned into like, oh shit, like I'm gonna go ride here, and then you know it just kind of blossomed into everything it is now. And the problem is now it's with the family looking at it, is like they see you having fun, but you still have to do it because it's still work in some kind of form or fashion. And it's also a sacrifice a lot because sometimes, like, you know, me going to Sturgis.
It's hard on the family when they see you doing something that's fun, but it's work, but you enjoy your work, so they kind of get married during that time. She gets kind of like well, you're not working, you're just fucking partying, but like partying is the job.
Yeah,
like that's how I sell what we do.
Yeah, that's the brand that you created. So like, I went to.
You have to fucking do it.
I did a last minute trip to Sturgis, and it's not that I went to Sturgis on the bike. I rode up there. We did a podcast with a homie in Omaha. Had a good time, but I made a couple connections while I was up there, just in passing conversation, that ended up being like Covington. So like I ended up going there. I sat there with Covington Customs, who's a shop that's built baggers, really nice ones for years.
Shop, yeah.
And I'm hanging out with Mike Porum. We're up there in Sturgis, and I'm sitting there having dinner with, you know, Jerry and Dave Covington. Didn't plan it, just happened to be there, and we started talking. And then in December, I'm sitting there at Jerry Covington's house, sleeping in his fucking guest bedroom, painting 2 bikes for him. And you know what I mean? Like, if I hadn't gone to Sturgis, I wouldn't have been able to do and have that conversation. So it's like, when you do all these things, like, you're kind of like planting all this fucking garden and shit. And you never know when the shit's going to pop up and
you
feed
plant
you.
the seed and let the tree grow.
Yeah. That's exactly what Four Corners was this past summer for us.
That we just
Four
hadn't
Corners
never
was
been to
rad.
Four Corners, the rally before. You ever been to that one?
I was planning on going last year, but I ended up just bailing on it.
Fucking beautiful, man.
It is.
One of the best ones I've done. Just an absolute paradise. The way it's all set up is fantastic. Well, we just went up to check it out and just ended up getting signed with John Oakes, the dude who puts it on. So now we're hosting a fucking race series up there now.
Nice.
We're brought in for the artistry and iron for Vegas shows. And literally we just went up there to fuck off and party, and it turned into a great time. Our motto used to be, I've always been real hardcore about keeping it real with this shit. Like every shop I ever worked for got real corporate and was all about us making as much money off of dudes as they could. And I'm like, fuck that. A motorcycle shop's about fucking biker shit, partying, fucking shit up with your homies, and doing people right, you know. And so we would really keep it real. So we'd go to motorcycle shows. We'd try and meet as many new customers as we could, and then get super fucked up and run off most of them. And the ones that stuck it out and stayed and partied with us, you had a customer. We got a customer for life. Now, I may have walked away with 2 customers from that show, but those 2 customers are now some of our closest friends.
Yeah.
And every one of our customers become homies too. Like, we bring them all in, and like, I want to ride with you. I want to be your fucking boy. I don't want to just build your bike and send you on your way. I want to watch you enjoy this motherfucker that I built.
That's one of the things I think about like our kind of generation and doing all this bike stuff now, is that we take a lot more pride in the relationships that we build with customers, and that's why I have to turn a ton of them away. It's not because their money's not good or whatever, but like their vibe ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They bring in some. You get those guys that just come in with an attitude. You know, like, you're bringing a shitty attitude in here, even if you're paying your bills and everything's working out good. But when you're being like shitty with my dudes and fucking, because you get that a lot, like a lot in the motorcycle world, like, fuck you, you're my bitch now that you're working on my motorcycle, and they'll talk to you like that.
Well, they want that Walmart kind of customer service, and they don't understand that. Like,
no, it ain't happening.
Yeah,
it's like the customer always right, shit ain't flying here. Like, the customer's always cool. That's I'm gonna treat you like gold, but the minute you're shitty, you're fucking kicking rocks.
Yeah.
The old shop, there was a big sign on the wall that said, "Any negativity will be met with extreme violence." Like, just have a good time. We're gonna do the best work you possibly could ever get. Your bike will not leave here unless it's perfect, even if you want it to. If guys are like, "Hey, I want to do this and this," I'm like, "That's not happening. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
They're like, "Really? Why?" I go, "Because it's fucking shit. I'm not putting that shit on your bike." And they're like, "What?" And every time they're thankful because I was honest instead of just blowing smoke up their ass and making $50 off.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that customers nowadays have to start to understand, is that people that really take pride in what they do are going to tell you no.
Yes, amen.
They're going to try to tell you, they're going to steer you to the right direction. Maybe they're not the best customer service representatives, but honestly, what do you want better? Do you want someone that's going to make your bike work and act and operate correctly?
I want to give you the most joy out of what you're going to get.
Or do you want someone that's going to sit there and be like, "Hey, I just want to give you a call. It's Monday. I know you're just waking up for work. And so right now your bike is 3 behind on, so we're going to try to get, you know what I mean? Like, do you want that? Or do you want some dude like, "Man, look, get the fuck off my back."
Yeah.
When it's your turn to get on this lift, you're going to get all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I told you it's going to be 6 months. It's been 2 months. You need to come pick your fucking bike up and take it somewhere else. Like, I'm going to put all the time in the world into it, but it takes time to do custom shit. Like, that's hard for people to get.
You know what waters down though? Because like, I'm the biggest advocate for fuck Facebook chat rooms on any kind of bike platform whatsoever.
Forums are.
They're the
I read on the forums. So some dude that don't know shit told some other dude that don't know shit about how to work on the shit that he don't know shit about.
I saw this post the other day, and I was just like intrigued because I wanted to see what the comments were. This dude made a comment where he bought his tires off Amazon for $220 less than what they retailed for from anywhere he said in town, which I don't believe that. Most people discount tires pretty heavily just normally at shops.
You have to tires, yeah.
So when he was like saying, I was like, I don't believe that. But, you know, most people won't install tires that you buy off, you know, from like online, because you never know, like, you know, like I'm gonna be liable for this tire if it blows or whatever.
Yeah, who knows how long it's sat? And
a different labor rate. If you buy parts here, our labor rate is what it is. If you want to bring your own eBay shit in, it's
different,
30% more, higher, and there's I'm not warrantying a bit of it because I didn't source that shit. I didn't look it up. We have a bike back here that dude bought a whole bunch of just random eBay shit, and none of it works together.
Yeah,
like it literally would have saved him $10,000 if he just would have came here and said, "This is what I want to do. Will you take care of this?" And I could have done it for $5,000. Now he's going to be 10 into it because nothing.
There's so much smoke. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. So like when they see finished products out there that are being done, built, whatever, it's like this. Most people will inflate how much money they actually spent on doing their bike.
Yeah.
Right. So like, oh yeah, this is $40,000 to build this dyno. Right. You know, you hear that shit.
Yeah.
Realistically, like
you're an idiot.
Yeah. This dude like didn't spend half that, and you know, like he bought. There's just so many things. But back to the tire thing, it's like on the comments I saw like some dude saying like, look, man, like you need to support, you know, brick and mortar shops, otherwise. There's not going to be anybody to put those tires on for you other than a dealership, and that's even questionable for the future. So, and then there's on the next comment is, hey bro, bring them to us. We'll do them for $15. So there's always going to be like that alternative guy that don't give a fuck about integrity.
$15, 3/4 of that pays to dispose the tire you just took off the bike.
Yeah, like so it's really hard to like really re-educate a generation that's going down this Amazon path. I'm guilty, dude. I
shop on Amazon like a motherfucker.
I do too, dude. I do it, and I'm guilty of it. But I try. You know what? I don't give a fuck about some computer company, and if I bought, you know, a Canon camera off Amazon, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I got a long travel truck out there, and
Yeah.
all my suspension is built by local Arizona fabricators. I sourced out either Dirty B Fab out of Tucson, built my arms. The shocks were built by
Shock therapy.
Shock Therapy. Like I try and keep it like if I'm gonna buy some shit like that I know some dudes like myself are making and fabricating and selling and trying to pay for their fucking kids' school or whatever else. That's the shit I'm gonna buy. And you end up getting better deals that way because those guys are gonna want to work with you. They want your product out there, and you're gonna get a product that one dude in his shop is gonna answer the phone. And he's going to talk to you about every single problem or anything you have. They're going to fucking stand by it instead of getting Walmarted through Amazon.
Yeah, and so like, what goes down with that is like you just want people to kind of understand that like me, I will for sure pay. It's like I'm not going to buy art off fucking Amazon. Like, oh, look at this cool fucking 100%. Thing. It's like you see it on Facebook a lot. You'll see these little ads pop up for like cool pictures. And it's like, motherfuckers buy art. The shit it's not expensive. Like motherfuckers out there are trying to fucking eat and do cool ass graffiti and all kinds of stuff. It's like just look for it.
Yeah,
you know,
get some real shit.
Yeah, fucking support real people and shit. But big ass corporations, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Ha ha ha, fuck them.
Fucking Apple, like,
I mean,
of course
I
I'm gonna buy
just
this.
bought a 3-pack of Gold Bond for $20 on Amazon, shipped straight here to the shop. I mean, my fucking nuts are going to be minty for like 6 months.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah, suck it.
Fuck them.
If I could buy beer on Amazon and get a better deal, I'd probably do that shit and just plan
Can you?
ahead.
I know you could buy that.
Holy fuck, have you ever had a fucking Senor Chelada?
That sounds like a sex move.
There's a couple in the refrigerator, Trent. Would you hook us up a couple of them people's drinks of yours? Your people's drink?
People's drink.
I got a DD over here.
Yeah? Oh, man, I'm going to turn you on to something beautiful.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't drink.
Me neither.
No, I really don't.
A good man. Hey, you know
He
what?
smokes cigarettes, though, so I told him, like,
Oh, fuck you. You can't claim shit. I quit drinking, but goddamn, I smoke 6 packs of smokes a day. You know, I could stick 100 cartons of packs up my prison wallet. So,
You can still get stickers at the commissary. Just saying.
can you?
At the jail, yeah.
In Arizona?
I'm from Nebraska.
Oh.
yeah.
What, was it like
It's more conservative
you used
there.
to drink and quit?
No, I've never been a big drinker. Long story, but I'm a cocaine baby. So I've just never been a big alcohol drinker.
So you've been doing coke since you were a baby?
No, I'm a cocaine baby.
That's hardcore as fuck, dude. Oh. So you just learned your lesson young.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. My dad was a fucking dope cook, so I mean that's how I grew up too. It was, let me turn you on to something new, son. Ah, fuck yeah, I'm 14. I'll smoke that rock. Let's fucking get after it. Locked up young.
Fuck yeah, you're 14.
Hell yeah. Locked up young. Yeah, fuck all that.
Well,
I don't
in
fuck with-
Texas, like, we have values.
fucking hillbillies.
I don't know what y'all are doing in Nebraska.
That was Oregon.
Oh, no, he was Chicago's where he was from.
Oh yeah.
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, it's flowing there too.
Cabrini Green, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in like the meth capital of the world.
Well, you grew up in Oregon, so that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Gnarly.
Yeah, I think that,
Write a book someday.
like, I don't know, like, yeah.
If anybody's still listening at this point in the podcast, we're getting drunk.
I don't have a very good, I don't have a good relationship story to this situation. Like, you know. Well, you know, I grew up,
Man, let me tell you some childhood stories.
there you go. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So when I was about 15 years old, I said my dad was a dope cook. My Uncle Wally was a Vietnam vet who'd been living in the woods cooking meth for fucking ever. He was like the dope cook for the whole area where we're from. When I was 14, we lived 26 miles from the pavement. You'd hit this gravel road, drive 26 miles up. There'd be a little brush wall, honk a horn, dudes fucking slide it back with AK-47s. You rolled down into a bunch of camouflaged fucking weird little shelters and stuff that everybody was living in, cooking crystal meth and shit. And 14 years old, so they'd load us up. We'd ride around on our bicycles around town, fucking dumping off dope for people. I had a beautiful relationship with my dad. So about 17 years old, they fucking set up a sting operation because they'd gotten wise to, there was like 3 of us high school kids that were selling us dope for my dad, and they did a sting on us, and I got fucking locked up as a child. I thought I was a hard motherfucker. I really did, until I got locked up. And I had just turned 18 years old, and these dudes were really fucking big in the joint. Really, I was a 6 foot, 185 pounds, covered in tattoos and shaved head by the time I was 18, and I looked real hard, but I wasn't hard enough to be fucking locked up. That's for sure. That shit sucks. And that was that. Quit talking to my dad. Changed my life. Joined a gym, didn't go back, got a degree. All that good shit. What do you got there, Trent?
Gotta mix it up. A little senior enchilada. It's basically a michelada with its own little mix.
It's a Phoenix michelada.
It's a Phoenix
It's made
enchilada.
by a dude local. Comes from the Quick Stop. You ever seen Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah.
Any of the clerks?
Yeah.
They have a Quick Stop across the street.
Right across the street.
So he had long hair and a beard. I wanted to put him in a trench coat so bad and then get like a blonde wig and then just post up over there a bunch. Have you seen their new movie, Reboot?
I saw it on Amazon. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, shit the bed. I watched it out of respect, but Jay's been fucking doped out for so long. He looks so weird. It was like watching an old, like, 50-year-old tweaker woman act.
Yeah.
Still a beautiful movie.
Well, you know, like Kevin Smith, I've seen him on a lot of podcasts.
He lost like 100 pounds,
Yeah,
too. He
he's
looks
way-
weird as fuck.
He had a heart attack, and he ended up doing, like, full vegan and shit.
Had a gastric bypass and went vegan. He's, like, crazy skinny now. It looks weird. We should fucking close that gate before people start popping their heads in here. So a dude got...
Oh yeah, is that his old lady?
A dude got fucking killed behind the shop last week.
Oh, shit.
Like, open the bay door right there. There's a little memorial outside of our bay door. Homeboy just got fucking smoked back there. Good dude, too. Like, one of our customers was stopping here all the time, regular over here. Just got into it with the wrong crazy motherfucker, and homeboy unloaded a clip on him.
Holy shit.
Terrible. So, yeah, I see some of their friends are rolling into the bar. I don't want to get into that conversation.
Phoenix, man.
I showed up Saturday. There's fucking tape everywhere and fucking sheriff, like, assault vans and shit. And I opened the back door up, and there was shell casings and little fucking things set up everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? The cops said, unless you want to be in a police report, you better close that door. I was like, fuck, don't come in today, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking shop's a crime scene. We were all over the news. I mean, it's publicity,
Publicity,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Monday, we were here working, just like this, doors closed and shit, and the news is out here interviewing people in the parking lot. I'm like, oh, fuck, the news is here. So I jumped on my pit bike, and I was spinning fucking circle wheelies behind them. They're interviewing these people, and we made it on the news, got a bunch of calls.
Saw you on TV, dude.
You should have gave, like, all the dudes that were getting interviewed, like, hey, wear this shirt.
Yeah, hey, when did you put this on?
Hey, here's a hat, bro.
Yeah.
Throw a towel with your fucking shit
They
over
didn't
your
look
shoulder.
like they were going to take that very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Phoenix.
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 It is crazy out here, though, man. Like, there's a lot of testosterone in this fucking town.
Yeah, it's old school.
How easy is it to get steroids out here? That easy, huh?
People exercise out here. It's a healthy lifestyle. It's very sunny.
People exercise out here. Yeah.
Yeah, exercise that thumb and that fucking finger movement. This was a video podcast. That would have been an epic fucking gesture.
This is a video podcast. That would have been a dry snitch.
Turn you on to something new, son.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it when we get done.
It's yeah, yo. So it's out here. It's about how hard you can train your chicken to let you ride it around. It's all about running a bunch of gear, doing arms every day. like bikini like string tank top and then like pencil legs. You can't do no legs. You gotta have real skinny legs and be swole as fuck up top.
That's what I feel like a lot of the, I've made comments and I feel gay as fuck for making all these comments in the past, but it always feels like when I see a lot of dudes out here, I can't even frame this conversation without sounding gay as shit.
I get fucking sex crazed like a motherfucker, brother.
It's like dudes are just fucking yoked out here. I'm like, dude, like, is that like a prerequisite to just be a biker? Is like you gotta have fucking like all upper body strength and shit?
Fuck yeah, dude. And no legs, otherwise you can't wear Levi's. I found a pair of fucking pants to fit me in so long. I was blessed with my mother's thighs. Fucking voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
But yeah, yes. Yeah, that was the big chopper days. Was all about fucking like big sparkly headbands, skin tight tank tops, yoked as fuck on top with like jorts and fucking calves the size of a fucking small Rolex, like
Wow.
little tiny legs, some jorts, and that was everybody. You go to LA Fitness and it was just choppers like Borgets lined up out front, and then dudes with fucking headbands on like 45, just like so close
Hang 'em
to
and bang 'em, brother.
so close to a coronary. You're sweating bad, bro. It's only 45 out here right now. This is hardcore.
It's Phoenix.
Fucking Phoenix. Phoenix is it's its own place, that's for sure. It's like the Wild West that Bret Michaels still rules. Like, go to Scottsdale. Every motherfucker's trying to look like Bret Michaels.
Yeah, that is true.
Still, like, you understand that Bret Michaels is old, right?
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker ain't been popular in 25 years, and you guys are still dressing like this dude, and you ain't been popular in 25 years either, bud. You need to leave that poor young girl alone.
What was that show that was on VH1 with like
Rock of Love. I watched
Love.
every fucking episode. It was great. So he's pimping all them bitches.
Didn't get it. Didn't get it out.
Didn't even miss a beat.
Rock a love.
I had that shit on my DVR, dog.
That's why he changed up his remote so he didn't forget that week.
Yeah.
It's an episode.
Ever since Jingle the Chain, I come running. Jingle, jingle, rock of love. Yo, he was married the whole time he was doing that show.
You serious?
Yes, been married forever. Dude's
That's
like
gangster.
happily married. The whole show was fake. I was real disappointed. Do you remember Tool Academy? You know what I'm talking about?
The Tool Academy.
Tool Academy was a reality series where they went out and they got like 20 dudes and told them they were going to be on a dating show, and they had all these people audition for it, like hundreds of thousands of people, and they picked like the biggest top 20 toolest motherfuckers there ever was, right? And they put them on this dating show and they bullshit them. It was really just to see who the biggest tool in the world was. And they kept getting moved on for being just a douchebag, and it was beautiful. That show was
That actually
beautiful.
sounds very interesting.
That sounds like entertainment.
Awesome.
Yes,
For
I
sure.
absolutely loved it. It was amazing because everybody else knew what was going on except for these fucking dildos.
Except for these.
And they had like one girl with like this supermodel that was in on it too that they thought they were all competing for, and they'd have them do this douchey. I'm talking fucking dildos, and I don't use that as a term of endearment in this point in time.
So that is not,
Tool Academy, watch it. It's right up there with original Ninja Warrior and MXC. Not American Ninja Warrior, original Ninja Warrior and MXC. Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. One of the greatest shows ever. Just put it anywhere. Fucking show was great.
What are these things called? Chiladas?
Senor Chilada.
Senor Chilada.
Never had one of these.
I'm trying to get that dude's mustache going on. You see that?
Yeah, I think that's a new hipster thing, though.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck you and your fucking insecurity beard.
Whatever, dude.
Hey, what do you think
You
this
and your
is?
dick broom there, dude.
I know it is. This is more like a dick wisp.
Dick wisp.
It's real thin and sparse, kind of in the middle. It's more like I might brush a little dust off the shaft. That's about all that's going on. Fucker ain't coming out clean by any means.
Yeah, that's dude. I don't know. I say that with a lot of hate, right? Because I can't do this. I can't get rid of it because it's just gonna be fucking just thickness underneath this beard.
Dude, and
I
the
got a
fucked
lot
up
of
thing
gray
is,
in
I
mine.
want
I
to.
grew it out.
I
This
want to give it a
real salt and
shot,
pepper, it
try the
shows my
mustache
age.
thing, but I'm just scared.
Yeah.
Like I can't commit to it, dude.
I can't
I give
either.
him shit for having a beard forever. So you guys, it's the beards are like the tribal armband of our era.
Or maybe
Don't you have
Ma-
a tribal armband?
Fuck yeah, I got two.
Yeah.
get like
You
me,
got
bro.
one too?
You got one too.
Oh, I got the whole fucking. Is that a Michael Jordan?
Yo, yeah, was that?
armband?
Hang on, is that
a fucking dude playing basketball?
right in the middle of it, dude?
Shit, I didn't know you bald.
Yeah. That was my first tattoo ever in 1997.
Yes.
Tribal.
I got it everywhere, man.
Yeah.
97?
97. I had.
Tribal was.
I played high school basketball, and so
you should definitely get a tattoo for that.
Yeah, I was serious.
I was serious.
Let me finish my story.
D1, dog. D1.
Not even. JV.
JV.
Triple A.
Left bench, JV.
Pop Warner. No, I just, like, tattoos. I mean, fuck, back in the 90s, like, my uncle had a tattoo shop. He was a biker dude, tattoo shop. And so I'm like.
If you had 5, you were a hard motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16 years old, I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like, I like basketball, and that movie Barbed Wire just came out with fucking Pamela Anderson. So I got to get a tattoo to go around. Dude, that was the shit. Like,
by 97, I was pretty blasted by that time.
Yeah.
I started getting tattooed in like 93, but it was all like guitar string, Tonka truck, India ink, homeboy shit. I got locked up when I was 17. I got out when I was 18. And I went back to high school. I was going to get my fucking life back on track. I had 7 credits at 18 years old, and they made me a super junior. I'm sitting in my first day of class. Super junior, they told me. I'm 18. I just did about a year. So I was fucking 185 pounds. I was a swole-ass fucking high school kid because I just worked out and played basketball. And I had a bunch of tattoos, and I had a tank top on and a shaved head, And I'm sitting in the front row, just fucking ready to learn.
Full Edward Norton going on from
it was the 90s, Yeah. I was hard as nails. And I'm sitting there, but I'm excited to change my life, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm on track, I'm going to do it. And the teacher's like, "Oh, Mr. Kruesi, where'd you you new here?" I go, "Yeah. Well, no, I've been here before." He's like, "Well, where'd you go to school?" I go, "I went to school here." He's like, "When?" I go, "It's been a while." He's like, "Where you been?" I go, "I was locked up, bro." He's all, "What?" I go, "Yeah, I was locked up. I just got out, man. I'm just ready to get back in action." He's like, it put me in the back of the class and never fucking talked to me again. I was like, wow, I made it like 2 more months through school, and I was like, fuck these motherfuckers, man. They all found out I'd been in jail, and they wouldn't even fucking help me. So
they wouldn't even teach you anything. Like,
no, they didn't want shit to do with me. I just
think about how many a lot of bikers in the late 90s looked like they watched American History X, and they had that whole Edward Norton goatee thing going on.
Shave your head, grow goatee.
Yeah,
that was the
swag.
100%. Yeah. Fucking shaved head, goatee.
I mean,
that was hardcore. V-neck vest. Yeah. I had the V-neck with the Harley.
So you had a little bit of what was his name from fucking Harley and the Harley Marble?
Harley Davidson Marble. God damn it, Harley! My dad bought me these boots. Fuck. Also, one of the movies you have to watch.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, for
one
sure.
of the greatest. I just saw a dude at the fucking Roadhouse this weekend that had the Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man jacket on.
Really?
Yes, I've wanted to build that FXR forever.
Yeah. The best part of that movie is that first opening scene. I love that part so much.
When he gets up and leaves the chick.
Yeah, and he just drives across the country.
That's the iconic biker. He wakes up with this banging hot chick in his bed naked. He gets up, he's like, peace.
Late.
Gets on his bike, just burns out of the fucking parking lot, and then just hits it across the country.
Yeah.
That's like the riding out of your fucking living room and leaving
on a
your front door
hardtail
open.
strutted FXR.
Yeah.
Jumped the shit out of that thing, rode wheelies in it.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I tried to get my brother to watch it. My brother's like I'm a first generation millennial, and he's a last generation millennial.
You're 38?
I'm 82. So 82 is the first year. 81 or 82 is the first year millennials. And then my brother's 95. 96 is the last year millennials.
Really?
Yeah. So
what are they after that? Just fucked?
Gen X or something?
Gen X is before us.
Fucking 78. They were still pulling out of Vietnam when I was born. Motherfuckers weren't pulling out of my mom, but they were pulling out of Vietnam. Shit.
Yeah, I think you're Gen X. I think Gen Y is the ones after us.
Some Gen fucking X.
Yeah, it sounds way cooler. Yeah, it's like baby boomer, Gen X, and then millennial, and then Gen Y. I don't know why the fuck we got a whole long ass.
You know what happened is my generation, the Gen X generation, is what fucked you kids up today.
Amen.
Because we were all raised by single moms.
Hold on, you're like 4 years older than me, dude.
Not you guys. I mean him.
Well, yeah. Like we could have went to the same school together.
93.
He's like YZ
oh shit!
over here.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've been fucking longer, and he's been alive.
I was in high school before this motherfucker was born.
I was fucking before he was born. Like I like that shit. Like brings clarity to your brain right there. Sometimes you're like, my old lady's way younger than I am, and that
she's even younger than me. Figure that out.
This dick
Shit
is
is good. This shit is good. She's legal.
Legal, but younger than me.
Different laws in Arizona. Get off my back.
Phoenix.
Fucking Phoenix.
I hate talking about a movie and motherfuckers just staring at me like a deer in the headlights. I'm like, hey, but you're afraid of no man, Billy. Like, who's Billy? I'm gonna slap the fucking taste out of your mouth. You don't know who Billy is in 2 seconds. You better start Googling, motherfucker.
Who's Billy?
Billy, go. Oh yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Anybody that hangs out with me has got to watch that movie, start to finish, and be able to recite every bit of it.
Yeah, I think my generation is like old school.
You're still
Step
there.
Brothers, things
Yeah,
like that. You know,
Step Brothers is old school.
no, like old school movie, the movie Old School.
Oh yeah,
Like that's the kind of quotes we do.
you're not far behind me though. But I mean, I guess being born in the '70s, growing up in the '80s, like Transformers. Like I was there for Transformers in '84 when that shit blew up and watched it religiously. G.I. Joe. That was the age that G.I. Joe.
So you know what?
Have you ever watched He-Man as an adult?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Holy talk
Masters
about
of the Universe?
fuck you up real bad. Masters of the Moon, that movie was great.
Yeah.
But He-Man, so I'm a huge He-Man fan.
Yeah.
Huge. Probably a lot of my fucking insecurities coming from watching He-Man too much and why I work out so much.
Did you ever put a yardstick in your underwear, bro?
Are you fucking kidding me? I carved
pull
the
it out?
motherfuckers out of 2x4.
Yeah.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I've had the power several fucking times. But when DVDs came out, season 1 and 2 came out remastered with all this special edition shit for He-Man. And I'd always heard comedians talk about He-Man was gay and he was a pedophile and all these jokes and shit. I'm like, fuck you, cop. I will fuck you up. You talk shit about He-Man again, I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's fucking He-Man. But I hadn't watched it as an adult, was an adult mindset. Until it came out on DVD, and about 15 of the homies all came over to the house, and we're all going to watch He-Man. So excited, all us dudes.
15 dudes watching.
Yeah, we're going to just pay, man.
A whole bunch of dudes on roids watching He-Man.
No, just me. So,
Just me.
so we're all sitting there, like, by the time episode 1 is over, we're all just like, holy fuck, he is a pedophile. The dude who created He-Man is like Elton John on fire. And if you watch one episode of He-Man, this motherfucker in his purple fucking loincloth with all of his butt cheeks out and a very prominent fucking package in the front in his weird fucking like horse pose that all these bitches be doing on Instagram all the time, ass out. Hi, I'm Prince Adam from Eternia. Does that make you horny? Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. That's He-Man in a nutshell. I was fucking ruined, honestly, after that. It took me a long time. Thank God Dukes of Hazzard's still good as an adult.
Yeah, yeah. I think that whenever I got to like a conscious level where I got to claim my generation of cartoons, it was Ninja Turtles.
Oh, fucking A.
And I got to go. I remember I have my mom has a picture of me holding up the newspaper article for that's where you had to find out what time movies showed up back in the day.
Oh, yeah, TV Guide and shit?
No, you had to have a fucking newspaper that had like the show times for movies because movie phone wasn't available yet.
None of that shit was. Phone wasn't available.
Yeah.
My phone number was 4 numbers when I was a kid. There was none of this other bullshit. It was just 3830. That was my phone number. That was it. What's your phone number? 3830. The fucking A, 4 numbers.
Dude,
now it's like 16
I remember
numbers.
R&B songs in the 90s was like saying shit like, let's get those digits, those 7 digits and shit. And then all of a sudden area codes became a thing you had to put in.
Yeah, I remember when when they added that other 3 on. So it was just 3830 and they added the 367 for my town. Motherfuckers were throwing a fit. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't even have cable, but we had to dial 367.
It's time for
Oh, yeah. I'm going to burn this fucker to the ground.
There's too many of us. There's not enough corn.
We didn't have MTV in my town because my town was run by the church and MTV was Satan.
Yeah.
We didn't have MTV in my town until I was in my early 20s, like late teens, early 20s. It just was, they just blocked that shit.
Yeah. Well, apparently it didn't stop the
Footloose.
drug flow.
No, you were either fucking thumping Jesus or thumping dope.
Yeah.
Hardcore. One or the other.
I love when their plans come together.
Well, they come together once in a while because every dope fiend finds Jesus.
It seems like every town.
Every motherfucker gets locked up
Yeah.
for meth is a fucking Christian as soon as he
That
gets out.
is some fucking conspiracy shit he just brought up right now because it's true.
It's true, man.
Dope fiend finds Jesus.
Oh,
That
man,
is-
hey,
that's
man.
true.
So I was like, Jesus Christ. I bet you do, motherfucker. He got you out of the joint.
And a second wheel.
Knock me down to a felony too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
You guys are still listening and we're still drinking.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting those fucking these are those heroic hours here where we're at.
Yeah.
It's
when the life regrets come out.
We've had podcasts that go like 4 hours long.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they get fucking tons of listens, like way more than the people that do like an hour.
Really?
Big time. We're at 2 hours right now, and I think it's getting pretty good.
The first podcast I ever listened to was one of Speed Kings with a guy named Asian Tony. And I was like, well, because we were supposed to go out and do Speed Kings, but we ended up having to do the show here this weekend.
Yeah.
And
so I got you first.
Hell, you did.
You haven't done a podcast yet?
We did one with Rebel Reaper, but
yeah, he's gone.
Fuck them. Fucker, but yeah. Anyways.
Okay, yeah.
It was pretty good. But we were going to go out and do this one with Steve, so I was like, fuck, I'm going to listen to it and see what it's all about. And it was like a 2 hour and some podcast. And I was like, God, I'm not going to listen to all this shit. It's so long. But I started listening to it, and I was like, I just kept listening. And then I was listening to it on the way to the gym every morning. And I'm just like, hey, turn that podcast on. Fuck, listen to this shit. I was enthralled with like hearing Steve's history and Tony's history. And it was, and I've known him for long enough to know his history already, but it's still fucking great just listening to a little more in depth, a little more natural.
And sometimes the good thing is like you get to hear, like when you have a conversation with somebody, just like we're doing now, sometimes I'll try to get my word in or back and forth. But when you're stuck on listening to a podcast from the other end, you're forced to listen to their entire shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't have enough. You don't get the opportunity to interject with your thoughts, so you have to just absorb. And so that's why a lot of people, I think, find a lot of inspiration and fucking knowledge from podcasts by listening to other business owners that's gone through struggles.
Fucking Tony Robbins every morning.
Yeah.
Fucking dude is. I mean, say what you say. The guy's got $75 billion companies. Motherfucker knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It gets me fired up.
Motherfucker knows how to make money.
Amen. And he knows how to get your shit straight too. But I mean, that's what it is.
Phoenix.
It's either that or I gotta listen to fucking relationship fucking podcasts with my old lady. Like, is there these hints? Are you fucking telling me something here? Are you unhappy? Why do you say I'm unhappy, motherfucker? Like, just say, listen, could you eat the pussy or do something? I'm unhappy. Instead, I gotta listen to fucking relationship podcasts from some broad that is telling me about how I should find my heart music with my.
Wait, I didn't know about this.
Oh God, I've been through all of it. So now it's like, I feel. When you say these things, I feel like putting a fucking pillow in your face. I don't want to feel these ways. So if you would say these things instead, I'll feel differently. Fuck it, man. I just learned psychology.
That's like any relationship, like a book or podcast. How it goes.
Oh yeah.
I feel I need this to feel this way.
That's what she tells me. She's like, that's how you should talk to the guys at the shop. Like, there's something you want to do. Maybe you should start out this way. I'm like, that's not how any guy's going to respond to anything that if I come to Trent and go, Trent, when you don't do this, I feel. You better shut fag.
What the fuck is this feel shit?
Up. Yeah. Shit. But with women, you got to be. I use a different voice when I talk to.
See, that's where I fuck up because
goes,
I don't know.
You don't act like when you're with your dude, you act like someone else. I'm like, no, I act like myself. When I'm with you, I act like censorship.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I talk a little more like this.
Every time I get super comfortable around my wife, I was like, dude, and she's like, don't call me dude. I'm like, all right, well, you just ruined the night.
Yeah,
I'm going to bed. Well, fuck, dude, I'm going to bed.
Well, fuck, man. All right, I'm out.
I'm out. Shit, my bad. My chick now is fucking awesome. I can't complain.
My wife's cool too, but no one's perfect. I'm not perfect for her, for sure.
I'm definitely not. Yeah.
So it's she puts up with my shit and I put up with her shit.
I am a terrible person to
putting up with shit. Yeah, that's
if you can find somebody that just is allows you to be the fuck up that you are, but supports you enough to allow you to fuck up, but still push you in the right direction,
Well, you got to think we're into this bike shit. We have a passion for something. Think about how many fucking nerds are out there that have nothing. Their biggest get off in life is getting their eyebrows waxed to go to the fucking bar or the club or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's Phoenix.
Phoenix.
That's
Phoenix.
Yeah, or how many likes
Everyone's
I got from my selfie.
Shit. Everyone's got their.
Side note: any dude posting selfies on Instagram, motherfucking evaluate yourself. All right, stop it.
We need to like hashtag Kruesi evaluation.
Kruesi
Yeah.
evaluation.
Dude.
Yeah.
Why the bathroom fucking selfies? Or you're a dude.
So this is
and you're
what- hey,
taking a
check this
fucking
out.
bathroom selfie with a filter and puckered lips. I fucking swear to God.
This is what we need to do.
Nobody's
So,
socking their friends up
if we
anymore.
do it
is
right
what the
now,
problem
so
is.
everybody listening, like if you see some dude doing some fuckery like that,
Smack him.
hashtag on their photo, get cruisied.
Yes. There we go.
Kruesi.
Seek help.
Hashtag
Kruesi
get
will straighten
Kruesi.
you out. Don't do that. Hey, it's hard being
Kruesi
my friend.
Or just tag Kruesi. Just tag Kruesi and let's see what happens.
Yeah, there you go. Just
fucking
you're
like
gonna
it.
get tagged in a bunch of just
Yeah.
dudes. So
I know all my friends are hard as nails because if
know what's gonna
motherfuckers
happen,
posting
though?
shit like that, they're just getting burned to the ground. I'd be like,
know what's
that's a
gonna
pretty
happen?
rad fucking selfie you posted there, bro. Does that filter say I'm ready to suck a dick or I'm thirsty for a dick? I don't know which one you're going for because I think thirsty is more of what I'm seeing.
Everybody.
Cheekbones are looking great though, bud.
cheekbones are looking.
The problem with the bike scene is like instead of these dudes calling out people doing gay shit, everybody's just gonna do the gay shit themselves and post a fucking gay ass selfie in the bathroom and tag you in it.
Yeah.
Harley
going
wheelies
their
with
way.
rap music. That's just another problem I have real hard. Like I can't get past the fucking rap music and Harley Davidsons.
I was gonna say I made an edit last night of the writing we did this weekend, but it's a rap song.
Oh, I know it
I
is.
didn't show it to you.
Trent listens to the worst music
is it
ever
trap,
made.
bro?
Trap music. Oh yeah, it's
no,
bitch. It's all like I'm falling the fuck asleep. Like this, I mean, these guys are
that's
killing
great.
on these bikes, but I'm ready to take a nap, dog. Like motherfucker had me at. I gave up. Come on, we'll watch some Matlock, get a nap.
Murder She Wrote.
Fucking Angela Lansbury, you can't focus Murder She Wrote. I still watch it. You know
What's the earliest? This is funny. What's the most embarrassing but young, like the first, like when you first started jerking off? What's the movie? Because mine was Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh, I was way before that.
Yeah.
Easy Rider. Actually, it was Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
You know the mom from that '70s show, the redhead's mom.
I think so.
Fucking Topher Grace's kid.
Oh, yeah,
girlfriend?
yeah.
Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty.
So she was the main character in Beastmaster, and so back when I was a kid, TV showed nudity. Cable was full nudity. There was no censorship into that shit when I was a kid. Like watching Sunday TV on TBS, Beastmaster, she'd come walking out of the water and it'd be Puss and everything. But Puss back then was like a jungle, big, like, oh, I found the clitoris. Kids today's don't even know what we're talking about. Like, you don't know where the clitoris is? Yeah, it's easy to find. It's shaved. It's in front of your face. And
We
in the
get in
motherfucking
conversations about
in the
this all the
80s,
time,
in the 80s, you had to bring a weed whacker with you. And then like mow the shit down to look
at
for the
it. I'm
motherfucker.
not
So
sorry
nobody
about
had
that.
even seen one. Nobody had even seen one until 2000 at least.
Nobody knew what it looked like. There was no
Until
actual
2000,
photos.
2001, and then people were like, "Oh shit, that's a clitoris right there." I understand now. But so she'd come out like full nude, and just a little kid like watching TV, you'd see nudity and all this shit. Like PG still showed tits in the fucking 80s. So I mean, you just grew up with it.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 2. That's it.
You had cable. I didn't have cable. I had network television, man. I was like,
Well, network television. Well, I guess
I had Baywatch and fucking Xena
Baywatch
Warrior
was
Princess, and
beautiful.
sometimes on Hercules because it came on right before Xena. You might get a good chick in there or something like that, you know?
I was probably already in high school around that time, and
Yeah.
Xena she was a manly bitch.
You know, well, there wasn't a lot of options.
Fuck around, put you in a headlock.
It was that or Lucy. I love Lucy. There was
See, by the time I got to like that age of like
Charmed.
free
There was
yeah, dude, there was a late
Charmed.
night shit on like
there
cable.
was
You know,
Dude, like my
it's
brother
like-
has no idea how hard, like how much of an imagination you had to have a get off back in the day.
Dude, it was Easy Rider magazine. My dad always had a stack of Easy Riders when I was a kid. I was like, the fucking fox hunt in the back of the Easy Rider. Everybody'd send in Polaroids of their old lady to Easy Rider each
Oh,
month,
yeah, I
and she'd
remember
try
that.
and get on the cover. And it was just the most busted ass motherfuckers you ever seen in your life. All right, we're back now. The Jack Off Hour, and if you're listening, that's W Balls. I'm here with my man Trent. We talking about jive turkeys and jive turkey shit.
Yeah, I speak jive. good, very good.
Has anybody ever seen the movie Airplane? It was like 82.
Don't look at me, dude. I don't know.
It was really a bad day to quit huffing glue.
I'm guessing that's the.
We have any more
that's
beer?
the line from the movie. I think so. Yeah.
We got stuck on one of these long proverbial piss breaks. I'm gonna tell you guys a joke. So, this chick, she's about to get married. She goes into the gynecologist and she's like, "Hey, doc, I'm getting married next week. My husband's very religious. He's a virgin, and I've had sex with several men, and I'd like to be able to trick him into thinking I'm still a virgin." And doc's like, "Oh, fuck, I don't know. Are you fucking kidding me?" And she's like, "Seriously, doc, I'm desperate. I need a way to do this." So he's like, "All right, I mean, fuck, here's I got this big rubber band. Slide this thing up your leg, up by your crotch, and when he starts fucking, give it a little snap and tell him that's your virginity popping." I'm like, "That's the best I got." She's like, "Well, fuck it, I'm desperate." So she, but wedding night comes, they go in their honeymoon, they're getting ready to consummate the marriage. This motherfucker ain't never had no sex, right? He's just pumped, right? Gets his dick in a little bit, he gets about fucking full penetration. He's like, "God, this is so good." And all of a sudden there's this fucking snap, and he's like, "What was that?" And she goes, "That was my virginity popping, baby." He's like, "Oh, snap it again, it's got my balls."
What the You walked in on the joke. Right
You left me here.
Oh, there you go.
You know why the little girl fell out of the swing?
For everybody listening, this is what it's like to work with Ryan Kruesi.
Okay. No, I don't. What happened?
She didn't have any arms.
All day. All day.
All day.
All day, dude.
Hey. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So this guy and Dave, so the other guy that works for us, our other wrench, him and Ryan will go back and forth on this all day. And I'll just stand up here like,
Fucking dildos.
fucking dildos.
Ask me if I'm an orange.
Are you an orange?
No.
All day, dude. I'm telling you.
I feel demasculine.
Fucking got you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fucking flies. I'm gonna get you, bitch. All right. My turn. I'm interviewing. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
How'd you get in the motorcycle industry? You started out painting cars, right?
I grew up in a body shop with my family.
Yeah.
And I took a job working for a motorcycle custom painter who in Dallas was kind of like painting all the bikes for the big chopper builders like Rick Fairless, Strokers Dallas, all the big names in Dallas. So,
Another biker build-off legend back in the day, yeah.
And I worked on that bike. So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
As a wet sander. So I started off at the bottom of the totem pole in the shop, and it was one thing me and a friend of mine were talking about. You read any books and ever get into that shit? So there's a book called it's from Malcolm Gladwell. It's called Outliers, and it's about how like certain people come into their masters of what they do at the right time, and they become who they are. You know, like Bill Gates. If he wasn't born when he was born and lived where he lived, he would have never really been able to be who he became. Kind of things. And so, like for me, it's like I feel like because I grew up in a body shop and the chopper thing was so big that I got an opportunity to do a job and work on big name bikes, and it was able to like glue me to the industry. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm drunk.
Opportunities, like everything happens for a reason, 100%, and timing is everything. And it's fucking crazy that I'd say timing's everything and everything happens for a reason, but the motivation has to be behind it as well.
Yeah.
It's like if universe gives you an opportunity, you got to either fucking dive on that shit or let it pass you by.
One of my favorite movies of all time, behind Forrest Gump, this fucking michelada, dude. Whatever the fuck, chilada, whatever the fuck it is.
She'll get a hold of you.
I can't even speak English anymore.
Yeah, you'll start speaking Spanish before.
I don't know, sorry, gibberish, one or the other. One of my favorite movies is that movie Yes Man from Jim Carrey, and so like I love how the concept of that whole idea is just to kind of like go with shit and just
100%.
just keep saying, just keep putting yourself in a position to receive more opportunities, and you'll find yourself in a better place. You know, like nothing good can come to you if you shut yourself off from opportunity.
Yeah, amen.
You know.
Amen, dude. To take yourself up on everything. You can't climb the ladder with your fucking hands in your pockets.
Yeah, and I mean, like, when it comes to, like, kids wanting to get into this stuff, like, you have two options, you know, and it goes back to this. Like, you can come up here and sit down and just be the guy we bag on for 2 years or a year or 2 months or however long it takes, and then you could pick up a broom, and then you could fall in love with this thing the right way, and we'll all respect you for it.
Amen.
Or
getting into this is really like prospecting.
Yeah, it is.
You come in here and you're like, hey, I want to come sweep the floors and be at the shop. And I'm like, okay, if you really want to do that, I'm going to treat you like shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to run you like a fucking bitch.
I want to make sure you're going to stay.
I'm going to be a cocksucker the whole time. And if you still stick around, you're still that diehard about it, then you know you've got someone that is that you can put some time into
Yeah.
teaching to be a good mechanic. Otherwise, you want to come in and you're like, I just want to start wrenching and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, dude. You got dues to pay.
Somebody walks in, they're like already doing Instagram lives. I'm with Kruesi. What the fuck? I'm like, I'm sweeping. You know?
Like, fuck yeah. They walk in, I sweep them right out the back door. Just keep on sweeping, bitch.
Yeah, they're like pissed because you didn't tag them in your story or some shit. You know what I mean?
Like, dude, 4 years ago, I was just some kid in Nogales watching. I came across Kruesi on YouTube or something like that. 4 years ago, whatever. Watching the videos, watching the Instagram, and I was just like working at like my dad's business and produce and stuff, just in warehouses all day. And I was like, this sucks, dude. Like, I need to be a part of this and like do something. So I came up to MMI, started hanging out with this dude, and like throughout going to school, I would like go to the shop before I went to school because I went at noon. So I would show up to the shop at like 8, and he would like make me tear down his bike or fucking clean up the shop, little shit like that. And then I'd go to school, and then fucking it just turned into me just hanging out all the time. Yeah, just like you just gotta come and be.
You were Matt with the drone.
I was Matt. They didn't even know my real fucking name.
He was Matt with the drone.
I was Matt with the drone because I had like a GoPro drone that I flew.
He had a drone and we thought his name was Matt.
Yeah. So like, dude, like it's fucking hilarious.
I just found out today that this dude I've been calling Will for 2 years. His name is Joe.
Yeah. Introducing him to people as Will and shit. Like,
dude, he was taking it.
Yeah. But and it's that little, dumb shit. It's like, come be the fucking. Don't be afraid to be the squid. Like.
So when I took that job, what I remember about it is when I took that job, I got so used to the people I worked around because we all fucked with each other all day. They became like my group of homies to hang with. Yeah. So, like the way that the shop worked at, and I still admire the guy that did it. He was a 24/7. He was at the shop 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. Period. 7 days a week. So every weekend I'm off, but like, the fuck am I do? Sit at the house and do nothing? I went back to the shop. I just sat down in like a roll around chair and talked shit to the guys that were still working. You know what I mean? Like, it was just you wanted to still be there working all the time. Yeah, and just being so like around bikes so much 24/7. It just I don't know, man. Like, it's hard not to, it's hard to explain that to somebody coming up that's seeing it through social media, because back then, like in 04, like you couldn't see this. You had to just stumble across it. You know what I mean? And now, like, we talk about it on a podcast, or you show us having a good time.
How much more it meant back then if you could get into something like this. Yeah. Like now anybody can track me down through Instagram or YouTube or any of that shit.
Yeah, just watch a story.
And they can come in here if they want to push hard enough, they could work their way into this shit, Yeah. But before, to even find someone like us or find an opportunity to do this, like, that just...
You had to know a guy.
You had to know somebody. Yeah, you really had to just be a part of it anyways. It was kind of dumb luck back then.
That's what it is for me. Dumb luck. I knew how to wet sand. I was into street racing, fucking Nissan 240s with SR20 motors. Worked at Walmart changing oil because I wanted to do anything but fucking paint and body. Anything but paint and body. So I took a job, like, I wanted to fucking I wanted to build engines. Yeah. So I took a job changing oil at Walmart because I felt like I was touching an engine every day. And even though I might not have been doing anything cool amongst the eyes of everybody else.
Still got a wrench in your hand.
Still touched a fucking engine every goddamn day.
Getting oil in your hands dirty.
Yeah.
I prided myself in being dirty. When I first started wrenching, I had the grease up to my elbows and my fucking clothes would be covered in shit. And Nick was, Trask was always that's fucking shovelhead shit. Go fucking clean, wash your fucking hands. I don't care if you gotta do it 100 times, wash your fucking hands. And he was just like, clean, clean, clean. I'm like, fuck that, I'm a biker. Yeah. I would use my fucking jean vest as a fucking grease rag, every day so I could be super dirty biker guy. Now, fuck no, I don't get my hands dirty. I wear gloves and latex and I stay nice and clean and, but it all changes.
Yeah, so I mean, like, growing up and all that stuff, it's, just wanting to work on this shit because, one of the first things that, for me, though, getting into I worked in a body shop in 96 for my dad, working on old Mustangs and restoring cars, and I fucking hate it. I thought it was the gayest thing in the world. I played basketball. I didn't give a shit about cars back then. You know what I mean?
Note to tattoo,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Watch that crossover, son. Yeah. So Still got it.
Fuck around and fuck up a layup on your ass.
Go left.
Larry Bird in this bitch.
I have no shame in this shit, man. Like I remember when that
Larry
first
Bird jersey so bad.
that first Fast and Furious movie came out, man. That shit fucking like lit a fire under my ass.
Shit was bigger than Jesus, so I was already huge. Yo, I've been drinking Corona ever
Thank
since.
you, sir.
You can have a motherfucking Dominic Toretto. But anyways, I was huge in the. I was racing. I've been drag racing imports for probably 4 or 5 years before that movie came out.
Yeah.
And that movie came out, and I went to the theater opening night of that shit, and the theater parking lot was a fucking car show. Like, it was huge. That shit was fucking huge.
Yeah, it was culturally a big
Blew
thing
up
that took
so
place.
fucking big, and I just got engulfed in that whole scene. And, like, this dude, Greg Lieberman, was one of the dudes that put all the cars together for the show and all that shit, and I knew that dude, and got to know him, like, drag racing. I was in the fucking down on the track when Stefan Papadakis put the first fucking front-wheel drive into the sixes. Mm-hmm. Like, I was fucking enthralled in that shit.
Yeah.
And then I got a video in the mail or something, like option video. Remember
Option D?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a fucking option video. Drift option. Agunai.
Yeah.
Like
Drift King back in the day, baby.
Oh man,
Before the fucking Tokyo
I got
Drift.
the Drift Bible. I got all that shit, dude. The Drift King was the shit. And I just, as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait a second, dude. Fuck drag racing. This is unbelievable. Like, they were just fucking shredded. They were shredding. Like, the intensity was there.
Those videos like showed like a different vibe. Like everybody was having a good time. Like drag racing seemed so serious.
So competitive, so serious. Dudes fucking hating on each other. That was just like stunt riding. It was just everybody pumped. It was super fucking just rad, high energy, and just it was fucking craziness. It was extreme, you know. It was
Lawlessness.
Like, yes, and it was just running the mountain roads and fucking wiling out. And I had to be a part of that. I would drive to Suncoast Video in fucking Eugene, Oregon, first of every month to get the next edition of Initial D that would drop on DVD. Initialize, Initial Drift. Have you seen the live action movie?
I watched some of it. No, I haven't seen anything recent. I just seen the old stuff in the cartoon they had.
There's a ton of stuff on Netflix now. Like, they've got a live action movie. It got so
big. It actually got to a point where it was so big. I was actually talking to a dude the other day that's like still in the drift thing, and like right now the 240s got to the point where they were so expensive to get those now.
$7,500 for a clapped out shit box.
They're like
FXRs,
FXRs, dude.
Yeah, so like so people are like, I got a whole bunch of homies that are doing just the old GT Mustangs now.
Oh,
like that's the new 240.
Notchback Fox body Mustang is something I've been wanting to build for so long. It looks like an old 80s JDM car.
Yeah.
Fucking bolt-on fender flares, fucking deep dish it, and just stuff it and build it like an 80s retro fucking JDM drift slut. Steering angle kit on them because their steering angle is for shit.
Yeah.
5-speed 5.0 of the RV cam, and you've got the nastiest thing that ever hit the street.
Yeah.
And make it look Japanese. Put a big old fucking HKS. Which,
HKS.
if you notice all the colors on my dyno up there in that hot bike article, those are HKS high power colors.
Shit.
Everything on my bike is all HKS. It's all the HKS titanium and purple colors. And then the other side it says performance and all in Japanese with the Japanese sun and everything.
Yeah. I remember I had the HKS blow-off valve. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I could not pass a fucking underpass to save my life. The biggest whistle in the world. And then I ended up going to a Blitz after that and get me a Blitz blow-off valve. And that thing was much more deep and fucking throaty.
I had a fucking Blitz Norspec exhaust and a downpipe on my 240, but a HKS blow-off valve and a Grex radiator and clutch pack. And
it's good times, man.
And I fucking miss it so bad. And all the homies that we ride with, all stunt riders, are all getting into it now because the drift scene's still huge out here. Like, they have drift events twice a month out at Wild Horse, and
we used to go.
It's fucking rad, and I want to do it. And we have a dealer license. Like I just had a BMW like 3 years ago. I bought for $400. Had Sparco race seats in it. It was all fucking nasty. I bought an auction for $400. And I was like, I could buy another one for $400 or $500 and go drift it, but then that $400 or $500 car is going to become a $30,000 car by the time I'm happy with drifting it the way it should be. And the 5 Harley projects I got going on back here that I should probably get started on. I should get those done.
That's
and then
one thing.
I should finish my truck.
That's the thing about me is that I don't have enough CPU to be into more than one thing.
Yeah.
Because
tunnel vision.
Yeah, I have a hard time. So like me, there's a lot of cars and trucks I'm digging. Like I love certain things, but I won't allow myself to get indulged with wanting one because I'll funnel things into it. And right now, with my life being around motorcycles, as long as I'm funneling my money towards that, it comes back around for me.
Yeah.
If I start getting into drifting again or 240s,
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna put money into anything that's not gonna make me money.
Yeah.
Either I'm not gonna buy something that I can't make money off of.
for sure.
And that's something everybody should live their life by. Like, don't put your money into something that's gonna be a loss. And if I buy a drift car, I'm gonna lose $5,000. I'm gonna lose $5,000 and probably my business because I'm gonna become so obsessed with that shit again. I'm gonna dump everything into it.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of buddies that build side by sides and race, and they're like, "Come fucking drive my shit, dude. Go drive this thing." I'm like, "No, I don't want to." They're like, "Why not? It's badass." I'm like, "I know it's badass, and I know I'm gonna sell every fucking thing I own, and I'm gonna start building side by sides, and I'm gonna go bankrupt."
Yeah, and then I'm gonna talk shit about you.
Which,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not- I
probably
don't
make a
wanna
lot
do
of
it.
money building side by sides.
Yeah, we're too late on that game.
100%. But I mean,
There's too many people in that shit. There's a lot of money to be made.
Man, like, fuck that though. Like,
Yo, best meme I ever saw. It was fucking. It had all these things, like a dirt bike and all these shit. And it said maximum skill level. It had a dirt bike. It said next level or maximum skill level was a 3-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Minimal skill level was a fucking dirt bike. Low skill level was a quad. Drinks way too much was a side by side. Fair enough.
I guess I've seen so many people like coming in and out of the industry that I get kind of like people come in, which we all need them as customers, but at the same time, it's like I don't, I guess I'm kind of a Nazi with it because I don't give a fuck about it, but I don't like when people come in here just to like want to do bike things for a while. You know what I mean? Like I say I don't like it. Like do what you want to do for fun, but I'm just not trying to fuck with you that much. But all that side by sides and jet skis and boats and all that shit, like how do you really have enough time to really enjoy this motorcycle lifestyle and all the things that are involved with it when
You're doing all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
when you got all this other shit.
like
on the
how
plate.
like I
That's
can't
the thing. Like, I'm not gonna have a side by side when I'm gonna spend every Sunday fucking riding in the fucking lot,
yeah
which is our only day off. Like, I'm gonna. They're like, "Hey, let's go camping and ride side by sides this weekend." I'd be like, "Yeah, that sounds pretty good, but would rather go ride my fucking Harley because this kid's gonna get better than I am this Sunday if I don't keep up with him." So
exactly. And so that's
it's
what
about
that's
what
with
you
everything.
obsess over, I guess.
And you know what happens is a lot of those dudes, like, they come into it, and like I said, without trying to be too much of a dick, it's like, I get it. They come into these different scenes, they want to fucking just have a good time, and then when it gets kind of boring or, too much drama happens for them,
Immediate
they
gratification. They come in and they want to be like killing it, and then they realize it takes a bunch of work, and so they go on to the next one and they try to kill it, and that, and it takes a bunch of work. So you keep bouncing around until you find one that you're like, this is it. This is my life set of where I'm going to be. And a lot of people just spend their life looking for that.
True.
Where am I going to be? I didn't find it till I felt like my whole life I was looking for like, what the fuck? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And then I hit 30 and I got in the motorcycle industry and I was like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is who I will be for the rest of my life. And I'm going to be the baddest and the best motherfucker at this I possibly can be, and I'm going to fucking die trying.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that do that, and then there's people that do that for a minute and go, fuck, this is hard. Mm-hmm. They go, I'm gonna be a side-by-side racer, and fuck, this is hard. I'm gonna fucking learn how to ride wheelies. Fuck, this is hard and terrifying. I'm gonna fucking quit doing this. I'm gonna race dirt bikes.
I'm gonna go
fuck,
get into golf.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do jujitsu. Fuck, this hurts. Like,
well, I mean, Instagram has a lot to like social media and shit has a lot to do with that because like you see shit on Instagram and there's dudes that are so good at what they do, they make it look easy.
Well, you know what?
You're just
You-
like,
so much.
I'll just run
practice,
that. You
dude.
know what?
But you know what I think it is like we going back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like you see past a couple layers of what makes this great.
Yeah.
Through Instagram.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. So you don't get to see like put like this. If I hit up my boys and say, hey, I'm chilling in the shop tonight. Y'all want to come through and have a beer? Guess what? Most of them say no. Really?
Yeah.
But realistically, think about
I
it.
gotta
You
get
know,
work in the morning. Yeah.
you know that's the funnest fucking times you ever have.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just random, like, fuck it, I'm going by the shop. We're going to hang out.
Yep.
And there's that one dude that stops by and his wife's in the car still. And it's like 30 minutes later.
I comes
She's
out drunk.
the fuck?
Dude, last Wednesday night we got fucking we were just fucking brainstorm team building skills is what we call it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we shut down the shop and we start fucking drinking and we were talking about like some plans for the year and some stuff like that. I'm like, fuck, we should do a fucking blasting couch video. So then we're still drinking and we're doing that and like, hey, let's go to the bar and have a couple drinks next door. And then we're fucking
$120 later, we're
wasted.
fucked off.
Wasted on a Wednesday. And that's
That's
it.
biker shit, dude.
That's
Yeah, that's
fucking biker,
biker shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? I woke up, I threw up, I fucking went running, and then I came in here and I worked my ass off all day long, and I got 3 more projects done than I thought I was going to in the day.
Yeah.
Because it's just fucking mentality. And that's what the shit's about. Like, right on, I'll party harder than you, and I will outwork your fucking ass all day long the next day out of spite. Even though I feel like I'm going to die, you ain't going to outwork me, motherfucker. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
I will go home and cry to my old lady all night long when I'm done at the end of the day, but you ain't going to see it. That's for goddamn
You're not
sure.
gonna see that shit.
Oh, he's really soft if you just get to know him.
You better shut your mouth.
Shut your whole mouth.
Did you know that Ryan cries during superhero movies? Do you know you're going to have a black eye tomorrow?
Hey, Endgame was fucking sad, dude.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh, I'm a fucking comic book fanatic. I go deep on that shit. You kidding me?
How much more are we gonna become best friends?
Oh man, when fucking Captain America picked up Thor's hammer, I lost my shit in the theater. It's like motherfucker just pulled my soul out of my chest. Like,
No, dude, I go. I tried to catch my bottom lip next to my son. I didn't want to.
I walked down with the bill of my hat all the way down to my nose because my eyes were so puffy. I lost my shit. Oh, yeah.
When fucking Iron Man died, though, dude, come on,
it was
man.
brutal.
So when he died, it was crazy, but like the memorial afterwards and everybody's going, yeah, that shit had me too.
Yeah,
It's tough, man.
Oh yeah, I can't get through any of those. I'm emotional fucking roller coaster, but the fucking the superhero shit fuck Phoenix. Burn you. It's they're achieving fucking such greatness,
Dude.
You know, it's fantasy. It is what it is, but the greatness that these fucking people achieve and the selflessness that a superhero is going for is just shit that all kids should grow up on. You're like that's a great motto to live your life by. And
honestly, like
they're sacrificing so much for everything. Every superhero's life is a fucking catastrophic relationship failure after another because their whole life is dedicated to fucking saving the planet instead of saving themselves.
Yeah. So for me, like with
Smallville was the greatest show ever made.
come on now.
Just quick. Had to get that in there.
I did like
Bo Duke played Jonathan Kent, motherfucker. Show some respect right there. I'm flipping through the channels, mini 2001, something like that, and I flipped to a channel and then it's Bo Duke driving this blue Ford down a road and he's flipping through the radio stations. And he's flipping to some shit, and then I saw just some good old boys. And I went, holy fuck, it's Bo Duke and the Dukes of Hazzard soundtrack. And then he wrecks, and then I realized, holy shit, he's playing Jonathan Kent, and this is fucking Superman. I was done.
I didn't even know that it was him.
What? You ever watch Smallville?
Well, first off, I didn't watch TV when I was a kid. I played basketball. Bro, read it.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out. I got a Michael Jordan tattoo. Fucking
Or a Jordan.
Joran.
man, that's a British Knights tattoo.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck, man, I got pee.
Oh shit.
Ask Trent about that time Cody Corley cried hysterically in Nogales.
That was San Carlos. I can't even back that
How do
up.
you come back after
I
that?
can't, yeah, like you can't
need to
transition
stop
out
this
of
and
that.
restart it.
It's just-
So we're back again. So we had to figure this one out. His name was not Michael Jordan. It was Jordan.
yeah, it was Jordan. Damn it.
The stencil was from China. Like when you buy Levi's off Amazon when they're pronounced Levi's.
Levi's. Oh shit, dude.
Just missing solid content because he's
Dude, like,
in the
I don't
bathroom
even-
spitting shit.
He's gonna be there for a minute, right? He has a prostate to suck.
Oh yeah, he's got the
Fucking
he's got that old
12-ounce
man
beer can. Might as well check him, make sure he doesn't have cancer.
Is that the business owner to expect? That's co-business owner.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
That's the business partner right there.
So y'all work on bikes here?
Aside from that, we work on bikes.
I mean, I see a lot of bikes. So is that kind of your main gig or what? Oh shit!
So what do you ride?
2000 Dyna convertible and a 2004 Road Glide, which is up on the stand. We were working on it when you guys came up today.
Forgot about that. building frame rails for that thing.
Yeah, well, we were.
Well, we talked about that already.
Fucked around, got drunk, forgot what they were. We got any beer left?
I think we got one more.
I found my phone. I'm calling for more.
Calling for more.
You got beer delivery here?
For Ryan Kruesi, yeah.
It's Phoenix.
Yeah, it's Phoenix. It's fucking Phoenix, dude.
My girlfriend texts me, I'm watching a new show about witches. You're missing out. It's called fucking Charmed. I saw it.
Came out in the 80s.
I was there. It was the 90s. The streets were flowing with lattes.
It's like the beginning of the fucking pumpkin
Hey, will you
spice.
bring me a case of beer?
That's how you do it?
Just talk text.
Yeah.
Oh, everything. I can't spell for shit. You know how hard it is to be fucking single and dating in this world and be illiterate?
Yeah.
And then your fucking thumbs are the size of the keyboard on top of it? These bitches are like, this motherfucker's retarded. He's got to have a swinging dick, I guess, because... I just talk text and I send it. You're getting what you get. You ever get a text message from me and you'll be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
He also can't speak proper English, so his phone doesn't pick shit up.
I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
Close. Yeah, like
I either speak with a fucking lisp or something's going on.
He's got to get like a fucking like an app on top of the app.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
help him out.
My keyboard's on maximum size right now too. I blew that shit up as big as I could, and I talked to it like, I am going to the store, and it's like French horror for taco burrito night on Saturday, and I'm fucked. Fuck it, send it, figure it out, bud.
Decode this shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'll
get text messages
I
from
reply
him
to
and I'm just-
Instagram messages from people all the time. They're asking us stuff about the business. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. They're just like, what the fuck? Fuck it, don't talk to me if you don't want to fucking decipher.
How do you deal with the ones that ask the like to the point questions like, what fairing is that, bro? Get him.
With as much kindness as I can.
Hey,
My best is like, hey, I'm doing this and I'm working on this and I'm doing this and this to my bike. What should I do to make this work better? I'm like, take it to a professional. That's my answer for everything now. Like, they're trying to get me to tell them how to work on their bike when obviously the questions are asking, they don't know shit. I was like, right on, I understand you want to work on your own shit, but a motorcycle will fucking kill you. It will fucking kill you if you don't know what you're doing. Just take it to a professional, preferably a professional with some credentials to back them up as well. Not, hey, I'm a custom bike builder. Right on. Where'd you come from? Well, I used to own a bike shop. What was the bike shop name? South Coast Cycles. We did 10 speeds and stuff, and mostly mountain bikes.
We were about to break out, and then the economy fell out.
Yeah. So I became a custom bike builder.
Yeah.
Well, what? Here's a question: if you want to, I interview someone, coming to work here, trying to find someone. This is my question. Line out the steps for installing an Evo drivetrain into a rigid frame. Tell me the steps of setting one up right now. No one can answer that.
Including me.
Because there's a fucking... It starts at the front, and you work your way back, and you shim it, and then you line the drivetrain, and there's a fucking... Like, this is OG shit you got to know. Otherwise, your bike shakes like a motherfucker if it's not shimmed and aligned right. Mm-hmm. And Dave was the first mechanic that came through. I go, it was the first thing he came in for an interview. He's 33-year master tech. I go, tell me how to fucking set up an Evo drivetrain in a rigid frame. And he laid it all out. Started the fucking front two bolts, torqued them, shimmed to the rest, then fucking loose the tranny, you line it up to the fucking primary, you align that, then you shim to that, and blah, blah, blah. He laid it out. And I was like, you're hired.
Yeah.
And right on. I guarantee you could go to 75% of the shops in Arizona and ask that same question, and ain't a motherfucker going to be able to answer it.
I'd go to 80% probably.
Yeah, well, I mean,
a
like,
lot of
I think
Just because MMI's here. So
well, that, and they're
it
not
just
teaching a
floods
lot of the older
industry.
stuff anymore, and you got a lot of people that, I think a lot of people in MMI that want to go to it, they have a specific bike they want to work on, and that's,
Amen.
they only have eyes for that, so there's
Yep.
there's no,
there's a lot of guys that go there and they're like, okay, I'm gonna open a shop, and they just go open a shop. Like,
In Phoenix?
Yeah, I knew I was going to open a shop. I knew I was going to be a bike builder, but I knew I was also going to spend 5 to 6 years in the industry learning as much as I possibly could. I had a 5-year plan. Like, I'm going in the industry, I'm going to work with the best of the best. I'm going to suck up as much shit as I can, and then I'm going to start my own shit. Once I know I'm dialed. And then I did that, and a lot of guys, they get arrogant because, like, well, I went to fucking MMI. Well, that means you don't know shit. That means you know 100%. Enough to go be someone's apprentice that does know shit that can teach you the right way of doing things.
Yeah. You know enough to clean a shop. That's
Amen.
about it. Like,
amen.
You know enough to sweep a shop floor.
And then go there with an open mind and a fucking small attitude, no attitude, and listen to somebody and learn what they got to teach you. I get so many guys that come in here that work for MMI, and then I hire them, and they fucking know it all. And I'm literally like, you can't learn shit if you know it all. Like,
yeah,
you don't fucking tell me shit, motherfucker. I've been doing this as long as you've been alive, and you're gonna argue with me on what I'm telling you to do on this motorcycle. It's time for you to go, friend. I made 4 motherfuckers cry.
Yeah,
cry in here working for me. I swear to God, like, I will explain things in extreme detail. Very nice. And I'm also like the coolest laid back.
There's a lot of
you fuck 2 things up, I'm gonna make you cry.
Being in this business like on your own
down the road.
Being in this business on your own.
I made Trent cry 3 times a day.
No, you shut the.
Did you touch him inappropriately?
I'm gonna make your butthole burn.
Being in this industry, man, it means a lot.
Did your girlfriend tell you that? I'm gonna make your butthole burn.
You're so mad at me. We were cooking. She's like cutting peppers or something. She was like got all pissed off. You fucking cocksucker. She goes, I make your asshole burn. And she like tried to shove her finger in my butt with pepper juice. What the fuck are you doing?
Why was your butthole out in the kitchen?
Well, she was digging.
She was digging.
I might have been naked. Maybe, but
rock on.
It was fucking hilarious.
Party on, dude. Rock out with your cock out when you're making
eggs.
She's
Greek.
She's not Greek.
She looks Mexican too.
She's Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
Very Chinese.
We had our 23andMe done together a while back. I'd like to say I am 100% Northwestern European.
Average white American.
100% Northwestern European.
Yeah.
Came back on my DNA test. I am 100% Northwestern European. My girlfriend is 1% black. We were at dinner with some friends. Some of my friends are black. And she thought it was okay to say things that she shouldn't say because she is 1% black, and it was the most embarrassing fucking dinner I've ever been to in my life. Look at me. I look like a fucking racist. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm white. They're all up my neck. They all look like I got them in the joint. A mustache. I got a wood stash.
That's like that's a white person equivalent to having a fucking like caprice.
Yeah. So hey, I 100% scream 82 Mustang, Confederate flag in my front room, fucking 45 pistol, fucking Ku Klux Klan. I got the look. Am I? 100% not at all. And it embarrasses the shit out of me when people talk like that around me. And she is Chinese mostly.
Yeah.
So, which also, I think she thinks it's okay for her to say horribly
anybody but white people can say it.
Yeah, but she says these horribly racist things to my friends, and I'm just sitting here going, shut the fuck up. She's like,
she is real outlandish.
Oh, she's like, it's okay. You don't understand what it's like to be prejudiced against because I've been fucking made fun of my whole life. I'm like, that's cool, but it doesn't mean that you need to call this motherfucker a slave at fucking dinner with all of our friends. Jesus Christ, woman.
She likes to party.
No, I mean, she likes to talk a bunch of shit, and she's fucking hilarious too. But it's like very outlandish at sometimes. And
it's funny.
The best part about it is the people that were sitting beside us was a mixed race couple, and she made them very, very uncomfortable. And I had to go over and apologize for my extremely racist Asian girlfriend. I was like, God damn it. You're just pigeonholing me. Like, you just made me fit the fucking criteria of what I look like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so she's going to say that shit, but nobody's going to tell her or look at her any certain way. They're going to go right to you.
Yeah.
Because you're the white.
Where's the common denominator?
Oh,
yeah, dude. Like,
real nice, Peckerwood.
Yeah.
Watch your brainwasher.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's not going to have to deal with any of that shit. That's
so, also at this I was the only white dude at the table. Really, because all our friends are Mexican or black or something. You know, we hang out with everybody.
Well, I mean, it's hard to find 100% white dude nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but
You guys are the minorities now.
I'm
you know what I mean?
I'm sitting at
100% OG Northwestern European.
Yeah, yeah.
100% Northwestern European.
One more
But I
time,
was
100%
sitting. I was at a
Northwestern
very
European.
ethnically diverse table. It was like a CW multicultural street gang. We were all there.
CW.
And then my fucking Asian girlfriend is just being horribly racist the whole time. I'm just like, shut the fuck. Like,
It's just the white guilt. In you.
it is 100%. It's that white guilt. Everybody else is laughing and thinking it's funny, and I'm just horrified. I'm just like, I'm getting.
In living color.
I watch too much CW.
in living color.
It's CW superhero shows. It's really fucking everybody over. Everybody's a tranny or something on there now. I'm like, I'm getting stuck in the parking lot. My best friend is gonna stab me in the back.
I'm getting stuck in the parking lot.
Well, there's a quick stop across the street. That's what she said in reply.
Fired.
Well,
I say prove it.
Let's hear the response.
probably find me a new girlfriend across the street too.
That'll teach her.
Trifling ass mother.
While she sits in your apartment right now with all of your shit. And you not there.
And her cat.
Fuck around to get home to an empty house.
Trent, you ride the pit bike across the street, get some more beer. You down to drink more beer?
I can fuck with some more beer.
Yeah, I like your style, dude.
I like
Oh, this, I'm pretty good at this part. It's the heroic hours here, buddy.
What's the longest podcast you had?
4 hours and 45 minutes.
Hey, I'm gonna give you some cash.
We're gonna go 5.
No. What do you want?
I want a Sprite.
Okay,
This is out
get him a Sprite. No, put
yeah,
your no way.
yeah,
no.
you're
Fuck
good,
off.
you're
You bought
good.
the last one. No, thank you, but no, thank you.
Okay.
Got you. Whatever he
You never know,
needs.
I might
Whatever.
be in Phoenix and break my bike. I'll be like, dude, I need my bike fixed, bro.
Well, I'll charge you for that.
Hey, remember the time you
Hey,
know?
we get some more. You want some more of these chiladas too?
Yeah, that's fucking good.
Yeah, get some more chilada cups too here.
I'm eating a fucking
Or
cup.
something? Jesus.
Yeah, dude. It's
Oh,
fucking
the
good.
fucking shit on the side. Get a couple fucking O'Doul's for homie over here. We'll fucking make you O'Doul's chilada.
I don't drink. I don't have any alcohol in my system. I never do alcohol.
There's no alcohol in O'Doul's.
Okay, there is. There's 0.08, 0.05.
Well, there's true that. If you drink 7 or 8 of those, it gets you through. Gets you
Gets
through the hard times.
It's been so long that I've had liquor in my system.
Yeah, so when I jumped on the flight this morning,
Man, that's good.
I decided I used to fly all the time, everywhere, all the time, and I was really used to it, but I don't fly that much anymore, and I really think about it a lot, so I decided, like, I'm going to do an edible this morning.
Yeah? I don't know how you do that on a plane.
Yeah, dude, it was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just fell asleep.
Okay, I can do that. Yes.
Yeah, I took one, like, I got to the airport, and I just fucking, like, bit off half of one, and I left the rest. My buddy took me to the airport. I just left the rest in my car, so it's at his house if, anybody wants to go.
I ate mushrooms last night and watched the new Maleficent.
What? Say that again?
Maleficent? Like Disney movie?
Okay, yeah, I know what you're
Maleficent?
talking about, but I just I
There's
never
like a
heard
new
someone
one,
say
part
it.
2. Yeah. So, I ate some mushrooms, watched
Maleficent?
some Maleficent. That shit was shit. It was mal shit. It was a fucked shitty movie. And the mushrooms didn't do anything to me. I was disappointed. Maleficent. What are you doing, asshole? Going to get fucking beer.
There we go.
It's going a long way.
Yeah,
So there's 2 bulls sitting up on this hill. And they're
Okay.
looking down on a herd of Guernseys.
don't know what that is.
A Guernsey is female cow.
Okay, there we go.
There's 2 bulls sitting up on a hill looking down at a herd of Guernseys. And this young bull says, the old bull, he says, let's run down there and fuck one of them cows. And the old bull looks at him, he says, let's walk down and fuck them all.
I've heard that one before, but I knew it was coming.
It's from Colors. Great movie.
Colors.
I am a nightmare walking,
Colors.
psychopath talking. Colors. Now Rocket's gonna jock it and no one's gonna stop it.
Hey, didn't you say something about rap music and fucking like biker shit right now?
Yeah, well, hey man, 90s rap music was speaking real truth. That was that good shit. This rap music now is just rat shit.
True. I don't even know what's new rap music anymore. I just hope that someone will remix something from the
Trent's
90s.
not here right now, so I'm gonna shit talk him. He listens to that fucking garbage ass rap music where they just got nothing to talk about. So it's like I'm a rap about your keyboard right now. I see a 1, 2, and a 4. a left and a right. Now I'm going to rap a little more. There's Red, Caster Pro. I don't even know what to say about Pacifico. I got red juice. It's red juice. Bitch done cut me loose.
I would help you out, but I'm fucking, I'm just.
Nothing. I talked about nothing, though.
Yeah.
Not a motherfucking thing. In the 90s, motherfuckers were rapping about a struggle that was on the street that was real.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there was some good-ass fucking rap music that came out of the early 90s, and I was enthralled in that just gang shit. I was gang-banging and fucking trying to be a cool guy, and they were singing about real life. Now most of these dudes are rolling out with college degrees and realize that here's a great business opportunity. I could mumble on some bullshit to a one mix fucking beat on this fucking keyboard that I just bought at Walmart. Shit. I can put it on iTunes, and now I'm a fucking rap god. It's all that, what's that motherfucker's name with the purple hair? It's like 16. Sings Gucci Gang. Lil Pump. It's a little everything. Lil Pump, Lil Stump, Lil Juice, Lil Jim. There's a motherfucker named called Ray Lobster or fucking some bullshit like that. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. I just like that song because it sounds like Kruesi Gang, and then I started singing it a bunch. You ever make fun of something so much you end up liking it?
Yeah, like I got 2 phones. I made fun of that song. And then one day I had 2 phones. I was like, fuck. It makes sense.
I feel you now. I understand.
All right.
I was in bands for years through my 20s and metal bands and a punk band, and it was real hardcore. But screamo was coming up real big in the early 2000s, and I hate that shit. Yeah. Garbage music. But I would make fun of it so much that I got really, really good at singing screamo music. Yeah. And before I knew it, I was like, man, I should start a fucking screamo band. I'm pretty good at this shit. And then I was making fun of this fucking band. Because my heart is in Ohio. Who is that? Slash my wrist and black my eyes. Suck my wrist and black my eyes. You know that band?
No. But
they're real big during that time. So I'm making fun of them, and I was telling Trent about it, and I was like, fuck it, I'll play the songs. You know what I'm talking about? And I played it, and I was like, fuck this. It's a pretty good song. It's on my playlist now, and I enjoy it. But, make fun of it enough, you start liking it.
So my younger brother, he's been a big part of my business and this podcast and stuff. But there was this point in time, like mid 2000s, where like I grew up on rap, so it was a very slow process for me going from liking rap to getting into like rock music and shit, which now pretty much all rock music, but. I remember I was like, Kill Switch Engage came out.
Oh, man.
Right?
End of Heartache, dude?
Yeah, dude. That
was amazing.
That exact album.
So that was like the heart of my like metal career when I was in fucking my band was big, and it was all during that.
I was all digging it. He's got to make it. I don't know how to do this.
I'll give it to the Mexican.
Yeah. That is Greek. So I remember like thinking like I was dating this chick, and she was pretty banging and stuff like that. She had like auditioned for Playboy and stuff. Is a pretty cool highlight of my 20s. She auditioned. She didn't get in. And I went to my brother used to be like super emo.
So was Trent. He had the fucking hair over one eye.
Yeah, dude. It was just my brother's fucking.
He had to beat me up.
He had like a candy necklace thing that what you would eat.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
Dude, it was so gay. And I just remember like thinking like, fuck, man, this like shit's pretty badass. And I walked into my grandma's house where he was living, and he
best part of the story. Of course he was. D&D basement, right, at grandma's house?
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like he was like fucking 8 or 9. No, he's probably like 11. And he walks out with his emo haircut and like eyeliner and a Kill Switch Engage shirt on. And I was like, well, I'm done with this, man.
So Kill Switch was the start of singing in metal.
Yeah,
so like,
and it was good.
I love my girlfriend. Like, what the fuck happened? What happened here? All of a sudden, I'm kicking ass, though. And then I'm crying.
Yeah.
No, Kill Switch was the only band that did it.
Yeah.
Kill Switch is the only band that did it. No, fuck off. Fuck you and your emo fucking young person's views.
Fucking disrespect.
All right, so
name
how
give me one that was as good that did it like Kill Switch did.
Okay, that did it as good though, or just
even
didn't
good.
Get big.
But
that was
even
going to
good.
be a difference there.
Who?
How was Mudvayne? Was Mudvayne accepted?
Are you fucking shitting me? Mudvayne? Like
what? Dude, I dug it. Dude, I still have 2 songs on my playlist now.
Well, I don't know it. Anything that's on like K-Pud, like 97.9, that's like the. that radio rock shit. I can't get into the jock rock at all. That's all.
I don't know what I'm allowed to like to be accepted by the hardcore culture.
Oh, amen. So
Yeah.
honestly, what I listen to is just really old country music all the time now because I feel like it's the only real music.
Highwaymen.
Highwaymen. Oh yeah, well, I've seen Willie Nelson 4 times. It's the greatest experience of your life.
There you go.
I was a highwayman.
Thank you, sir. I just watched the Walk the Line movie over and over again.
Along the coach roads I did ride, the sword and pistol by my side. Many a young lady's lost her soul. Give me a fucking beer. I'm losing my voice and talking fucking gibberish over here. I just learned a new language.
Talking jive.
Motherfucker starts speaking in tongues. We made it to the best part of the story.
Put these fucking beers together. Let's like really show the world how fucking good we are.
Wait, we should make wizard staffs.
Fuck around. Where are we at?
Fuck around and find out. Oh, and I've been throwing away a whole bunch.
Bite my dick and slash my thighs. Bite my dick and slash my thighs.
It's funny because like you're actually good at that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're making fun of it, but dude, you could have had a career.
I want to be the Weird Al. I want to be the Weird Al of Screamo.
You could be.
That would be fucking awesome.
You got it, man. Do it.
The
dude.
Weird Al of Screamo, dude.
Yo, Weird Al Yankovic. When Even Worse came out, you know, like y'all know what I'm talking about. Even Worse. So Michael Jackson Bad came out. The album Bad. That was huge. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I could dance like Michael Jackson like a motherfucker.
Oh, you're into that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Screamo's faggots, right?
You're right.
I mean,
I'm glad I got a trifecta of fag out of you guys. It wasn't just me this time.
If, just to be clear, Ryan Kruesi didn't say fag one time. It was these two dudes over here.
fuck pouring it to Mexican here.
Yeah, it's fucking racist.
Ooh, it's always.
I'll tell you, the most racist people I've ever met have been Mexican.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or black or minorities.
Dude, okay, so my
mine.
kids are mixed with black, right? I got 2 different baby mamas. It's a horrible story. I'll tell you about it one day.
I'm gonna tell you something. Black girls are the best pussy I ever had in my life.
Well, they come with some crazy shit on the other side. So
Yeah, so them white blonde bitches. Talking about some crazy shit.
I think so does every
You
chick.
bleached all the way to your fucking brain, bitch. Put the knife down.
Put the knife down, Cheryl.
Cheryl,
I don't know.
Karen,
White. I don't know.
Rose.
White name, dude. I don't fucking know.
I remember going because
For us, it'd be Lupita or Maria, you know? I don't know what you white dudes are fucking
Or
with.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie.
Or Debbie.
No, I just had a bunch of Stephanies in my life, and they were always the worst. Did we just become best friends again?
Here we go. Here we go.
Drifting, sport bikes, comic books,
Playboy and Stephanie.
Playboy Stephanie.
Getting sued.
Give it a couple weeks. She'll be hitting you up.
I remember when I was young, like like for the black folks, Easter's a big thing for them, for like church and going there and getting all dressed up.
For them.
I don't know how to say. Is that racist?
I'm sorry, Holden.
Holden.
You made me do this.
I was supposed to have Holden on many times. I haven't.
Lanky alien.
Better be late in the afternoon.
CP time.
Early afternoon. Late
I remember
morning.
being at this church. It was like all black, and I'm like the only white dude in it. And it's like Easter Sunday, and the sermon's going on, and this dude's blaming everything on white people, dude. Every fucking thing. I'm the only white dude there. It's like, and gas prices high on this side of town. They ain't paying this on the other side of town. I'm like, yeah, we are. It's the same shit.
Yeah,
like,
I promise you, dude. It's
you know, I'm
the
like,
I'm
like, I want to
hallelujah.
fuck them crackers. It was like the
Saltine motherfucker.
can't even take it.
Everybody be hating. Actually,
I love it, man. This thing started off so professional-ish.
here's a problem.
Like professional-ish.
I'm 100% Northwestern European.
Yeah.
But I'm tan as fuck all the time, so
Yeah.
I look pretty Mexican all the time, and people are like,
Okay.
"Oh, Kruesi," you know? Like,
Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah,
Kruesi. Okay, what's up, Holmes? And the mustache. I'm like, I'm not though. I just tan well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Trent over here, all Mexican, looks like a pale
It
Greek.
looks like he has a little Indian in him. Can you take alcohol very
Filipino.
well?
No.
Maybe
So
like
you got Indian in you.
He's
don't
like
you?
he's like a light skinned.
He's a Northwest.
like a high stepping Filipino.
He's a Northeast Indian. Like, you can't give him a lot of alcohol. He just doesn't operate very well.
Yeah, I don't. Again.
No, he doesn't. He burns the curry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I got nothing to add.
So you don't edit? Are you sure?
anyway,
No, you want to push the limit?
No, fuck
hey,
no.
this is your podcast.
Hey,
We'll
it's
go
cool.
as far as you want.
Dude, I
I got
talked
the Mexican thing I could lay back on. You
I
guys
talked
gotta
about
figure
one
that.
time on this podcast.
I'm 100% Northwestern European, so that makes me minority.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah, that's a fact, actually. Now, from
I'm a
2020.
dark-skinned 100% Northwestern European.
Yeah.
Dark skin.
What is that even?
What does that amount to?
Yeah.
What?
Ethnically challenged? Is that what I am?
Probably. I don't know, dude.
I mean,
Don't ask
if
me
I'm
that
white,
question.
I could be. I'm 100% white, so I'm ethnically challenged.
Yeah.
Is Northwestern
You know
European
what?
white?
You know what I would prefer is if you refer to me as ethnically challenged from here on out. Okay,
Is,
sir.
is that what you?
I would.
Is that what you
I
identify?
identify.
As? Is that what you identify?
I identify as ethnically challenged.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean,
Sure. Amen.
Fucking A.
yeah.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start a T-shirt brand.
That's what I'm here.
Ethnically challenged.
Fuck it.
That's
What's that
T-shirt.
supposed to mean? It means I'm all white, so I'm ethnically challenged. I don't have any ethnicity in me. But wouldn't white be an ethnicity? So would I
Yeah,
not be ethnic in a way, or aren't
mean,
we all?
so what
we're
is-
all ethnic then.
What is white?
We're ethnic?
What is like white though? You know what I mean? Like what is?
It's a
white?
lighter shade.
Couple of words that
things.
come to mind: power.
Oh, that's terrible.
Superior.
I got black kids. Leave me alone.
No. Don't turn it into that. This is
Yeah.
not a fucking ad for hater tots.
Hater tots.
You guys haven't seen the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. It's fucking beautiful. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I started a tater tot brand for young teenage girls that are into fucking fashion. I called it Hater Tots. But the wrong genre picked it up. So what do I do? Ku Klux Klan.
Full circle.
Hater Tots. It's terrible.
Yeah, the best one ever in regards to tater tots and TV was Kenny Powers with
Kenny
Tits
Powers.
and Taters.
Fucking Kenny
What was it?
Powers.
Tits and Taters.
Kenny Powers. I'm going to do it old school, and I'm going to go back to spoken word.
Spoken word.
I'm writing this book old school. Spoken word. Oh, man.
I got him on one of my helmets. That's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Kenny Powers
Yeah.
is fucking great.
Yeah.
Kenny fucking Powers. I throw a ball fast as fuck. I based a lot of my whole self off of Kenny Powers, honestly.
Wait, don't bury
you
him.
want to come to Kenny? Come on into Kruesi Originals. We built a bike bad as fuck. Yeah, he's beautiful. I don't ride a
Come here,
jet
big,
ski
beautiful
unless it's naked. The way I ride a jet ski is if it's got cheetah print on it, bitch.
I like how at the end of the whole season he's like riding a jet-powered fucking Suzuki 600. You haven't seen the last episode of the last
I
season?
only watched like the first 2 or 3
Oh,
seasons.
dude, you got to watch the whole thing. It goes fucking wild.
Yeah?
I actually had to stop watching the show.
I kind of made it till he went to Mexico, and then that was about after
Mexico
that.
was that season, and then the season after that was even fucking way better.
Really?
The last season, he got all his fame back and became rich and shit. And it was hard to watch because one of those shows is like all this shit's funny, but you see him wrecking his shit the whole time, so you get anxiety watching him fuck up what he's been trying to get.
The reality is really,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, this is great fun, but man, this is really
He's
how I'm living
fucking
my
this,
own life.
yeah.
I can understand this dude right now. Like, fuck yeah, I made 10 grand this week, but I blew 9 of it on bullshit.
Right?
got this katana.
Yeah, look at this katana I got. Man, we went to sushi for lunch yesterday. It was $600.
Yeah,
that
that's-
happens.
Yeah, that happens.
Me and him fucking. So one time we had this fucking crazy payday where we finished up we made like $8 grand in one day. Like flipped some bikes, finished some jobs, big payday. So we go down to this sushi place down the way. we're getting fucked up.
Fucked up.
Ordering fucking $high bottles of sushi. Where they gave us our own servant.
Bottles of
They gave us a servant.
Sake. Okay,
Yeah,
I was like,
sake.
they put sushi in bottles.
They put a fucking
Put it in my arm.
they put
It's in
a
my skin, bitch.
they put a servant on us she was paying her fucking green card to work for us. Like she was on us 24/7, didn't leave.
Couldn't speak a lick
Not a
of
bit,
English.
but she was just there.
Hey.
Like our like fucking shoulder rubs, everything like servant because we were.
She didn't roll out with the food on
We're
her
like,
naked body.
oh,
I don't
damn
wanna hear
near.
the shit.
Oh,
She
damn,
was-
yeah,
no, she was 50.
That would have just been the fuck. I would have read it.
I would have beat that too. I mean, come on. She was like Vietnamese, so she looked 35.
Yeah. She was Vietnamese 50.
Pussy was
That's
22
25.
still.
Yeah. Vietnamese 50.
Yeah, she was fine. So yeah, but they put us right on her, right? We're in there just wilding out. So then we go in there like a week later. That money's blown. But now we go in there just to have a normal dinner. They put the servants right on us again. Oh, thank you for coming back. So happy to see you again. I'm like, listen, bitch, I ain't doing that shit again.
I'm not the same motherfucker I was last week.
I got $40 in my pocket tonight. I ain't got no 8,000. You better fuck off. I blew all that shit. Now I'm hurt and I'm worried about how I'm gonna pay rent.
It's y'all's fault.
We haven't been back to that place since.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
Oh, I just shot so much of that salty shit up my fucking nose.
You're welcome.
Is it still open?
I don't know. I don't even think it's still open.
Are you crying?
That hurts so bad. I just coughed all that shit through my sinuses.
Hey, like a boss. You're 100% Northwestern white, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck around.
I'm 100% Northwestern European. Senor Chilada fucked me over. If Trump would have done his job and built the wall, this wouldn't have burned my nose
Yeah,
out.
fuck it. Cheers.
Nostrovia.
Okay.
Okay. Holy fuck. Podcasts are fun. Talking shit is fun.
If I don't hear you talking shit on the next, when you go to fucking Steve's podcast, be like, "Where's the fucking chiladas at, bro?"
Oh, I'm bringing them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get nice and fit.
I want to hear him get fucking lit, man.
Oh my god, my fucking nose hurts so bad right now.
Are you guys doing California? Do it then?
Yeah, we were supposed to go last weekend, but we had a show here, and then might go
Bless you.
a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Go out there and do it with Steve. Steve's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
I talked to him the other day, actually. That's where I got I bought a couple parts, 2 parts from him.
Steve fucking
Yeah,
sells more of our parts than we do. He sells a ton of our parts for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out.
fuck, he kills it, dude. Speaking Cycles, SpeakKingCycles.com. Check him out. Kruesi Originals.com. He sells all of our stuff. Buy it from Steve. It's easier on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to get Steve to fly out to Dallas and do my podcast. That'd be a good time.
Fuck, if we would have had a heads up, I bet Steve would have drove out here and done this with us.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's gonna be out here for Bike Week.
Yeah, true. You coming out for Bike Week? Come the fuck out for Bike Week, dude. Put you up. You got a place to stay. And let's
You know
do a
what?
fucking Bike Week podcast. Everybody will be here.
At the Roadhouse, dude. That'd
We'll put
be
all the
rad.
fucking hitters together and just do a big fucking a whiling out. That shit would be fun.
yeah. I mean, I was talking to Mike because Mike invited me, a while back, and man, I got a lot of customers that are even pissed I'm probably here right now.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
feeling, yeah.
So it's like, I mean,
They
I
get
got,
out-
I got his bike in my shop right now. He don't fucking.
They're all like, why the fuck are you out fucking doing this when you should
Yeah.
be working on a motorcycle? I'm like, because doing that is the reason I'm working on your motorcycle. That's why you
Yeah.
came here, because I
Yeah.
do this shit right here. Like,
Yeah. It's well,
It'd never be me. I have another motorcycle ride.
we had a
That's the dudes that it bugs though. The people that don't have another fucking bike to ride.
Yeah, like
Maybe
you want to put a
fucking-
6-month project into your bike and you really, really love to ride, buy another bike and then put the 6-month project down and have something else to ride. Don't go, hey, I'm ready to put a 6-month project down and then start bitching a month or two into it.
Yeah, 'cause the weather's
Because
nice.
then I'm going to be like, fuck you, dickhead. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I told you, it's going to be 6 months. And honestly, for us to do like a big frame up build, it's a year.
yeah.
At least.
It's a
At least.
year.
It's on timing too, because like I'm from Nebraska, right? So my winters last 6-7 months. 7, you know what I mean? 4,
Oh,
4
God.
to 6 months.
Yeah, I
right?
know that feeling.
We could literally go. We could be snowing in October, September, November, December. Don't know, right?
Yeah.
This year we waited till it didn't snow till December.
Time to shut it down, ride yourself a snowmobile or something.
Right, but like I sent my bike to his shop. I think it was like the 1st or 2nd week of December. It's been in the shop since then.
Yeah.
I don't bitch about it. It's snowing when I left the Nebraska
Battery's
today.
dead.
Amen.
What'd you say?
Battery's dead.
Carburetor's clogged.
It's fuel injected. I've been Milwaukee 8.
Oh. Oil pump's bad.
All right.
Oil pumps. Shit. Lifter retainer.
Rocker arms are gonna break. Lifters will blow up.
Firmware update needed.
No, but like when I let my bike down there, I know it's not going to get that until March or April.
Fuck
It is
those.
what it is.
Yeah.
Those M8s make a fucking ton of power for a Toyota fucking Corolla motor. Fucking just
You had to buy a tool for that.
goddamn cheap made
first one we
motherfuckers those
did,
M8 motors are, but Jesus Christ, they make a fucking ton of power if you
Yeah.
put some shit in them.
Dude,
A fucking ton of power. Like smallest S&S cam made in a 107 will make 115 plus horsepower.
Why do you think that is? What do you think?
Four valves.
It's super. It's super
Four
detuned.
valve,
You know,
water
like
cooled,
you gotta understand. Like, so I have
higher
a.
flow head.
I got the 114 19 model, and from the factory, that thing was 86 horsepower, and the 107 is 84. I mean, as soon as you put a cam in there, you're at 110.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Those 117s with a cam will make 130 horsepower. It's fucking
That's
insane. That's insane. But they'll blow the fuck up 2 miles down the road too, because the oil pumps are garbage.
Well, so a lot of
push
that.
too
The
hard.
rocker
aren't
arm
they?
fucking retainers are fucking garbage. The lifter blocks are plastic. They're fucking plastic. We've pulled motors apart that had 68 miles on them, and those were broke to fucking half. Like, rode them from Harley to here. We pulled them apart to build the motors, and the shit was already broken inside the motor.
And that's
Fucking junk.
that's the weird thing about it, because like when I did my motor, I just put a cam in it. I didn't even do an oil pump or anything like that. 30,000 miles later, you know what I mean? Fucking not
Dude,
an
those
issue.
fucking the quarter 20 screws that bolt into those cast fucking pop metal fucking standoffs.
Yeah.
They just pop the fuck off inside the heads all the time. And do you know that 1 out of 3 heads the valves don't even seal because they machine press the valve seats in, so they put a metal burr on every single one of them, and then the valves catch. So like you'll get 107s that'll make a bunch of power, and you'll get a 107 that won't make shit because the fucking valves aren't sealing on a 1 out of 3 of them.
Oh shit.
They make a ton of power, but they require. I won't do a cam job on one unless we replace the whole cam chest, oil pump, cam plate, everything. It's fucking junk. We put the fucking fueling or the S&S stud conversion, and we do the S&S fucking lifter block retainers.
Yeah.
So you're like $3,000-$4,000 into a cam job, but you'll make 30 fucking horsepower. Like you can't do that with any twin cam at all.
Yeah.
I fucking crank the compression up like a motherfucker, put big cams and 110s and all that shit, and you ain't gonna make no power that the smallest bolt-in cam in a 107 will make. It's impressive, but you just gotta be prepared to
Well, it's like the
dump some money to make it bulletproof.
Winter packages are one of the best ways to go. That's why I did my lowrider S. I did the 128 kit.
Oh man.
I had the 128 kit by S&S. Their winter package deal includes a cam plate, includes push rods, adjustable push rods.
All that shit. And that probably made 130, 140 horsepower out of that thing easily, huh?
Yeah.
It'd be probably upper 140s
That's a fucking ton of power.
on a lowrider S. It's
Yeah.
light as shit.
Ton of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make a bunch of. Do I want one? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You're gonna be there next year.
No.
As soon as you buy one, I'm gonna tag you in this thing.
It's gonna say #suck it, Kruesi. I'll buy one at auction for $4,500
There you
and
go.
beat the shit out of it.
Hey,
But
buying one is buying one. It doesn't matter.
it's just it doesn't feel like a Harley when I ride one.
What was Dom's quote? It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Winning's winning.
You never had your car.
Almost had me.
You never had your car.
Never had your car.
Shit. Weren't double clutching, granny shifting.
Like you should.
Dude,
You can have any beer you want, as long as it's Corona.
If you can't follow back with someone who said, "Man, I almost had you," like you never had your car. You know, if you can't, that can't be the first thing you say at the end of it. You ain't living life, dude. You're not living life.
Nitrous injection. Oh man, LED mirrors.
LED mirrors.
Dude, the
I
best
need
part
more
about
NOS.
His fucking Eclipse in the part 2 when they got the hood open and they're going over the motor. That's a non-turbo Dodge Neon
What?
motor in the motherfucker. Same when I have my Eagle Talon. He's like talking all this shit. I'm like, none of that shit's in there. That's a fucking
Yeah.
Dodge. That's a 140 horsepower Dodge Neon motor.
Have you seen the dudes that like own Fast and the Furious? That,
So-
like, started it.
So
and
check
shit?
this out.
2 brothers, right?
Yeah, yuppies.
So check this out.
I don't know
So
shit about
I got into the car thing, and then the Fast and Furious happened, and I fell deep into it, right? And then when I started doing the whole transporting the motors back and forth from LA, I went to LA first time. Never been to LA before. I'm like a year and a half out of high school, and then I'm at June Motors. I'm at Motorex. I'm at fucking Signal Auto over there and fucking all these places, and I'm seeing the cars from Fast and Furious at Motorex, like the Skylines. I'm seeing all this culture that you'd seen through like Super Street Magazine and shit live in person.
Import tuner, all the good shit.
You know, and then it was like a culture shock for real, man. Like going out there and seeing all this shit live and stuff. And then there was this super small drift scene starting to take place because Super Street did a feature on this couple. It was like a chick and a dude. They was doing like kind of drifting in the mountains out there back in like
Hawaii is where it all started out in America.
For real?
Yeah, it started out in Hawaii because, I mean, there's lots of Japanese there, and they got lots of toge roads like they do in Japan. And it kicked off there, and then it just kind of spread from Hawaii over to California. And
I remember the first drift competition or drift event I did in Texas. Mind you, I drove shit boxes that were fast.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, looks first. Or fast first, looks last.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything I ever had looked like shit, but it would fuck shit up on the street.
I remember being the shittiest guy ever to try to drift a car, but I could make it go around a corner real good.
Oh, yeah.
And so me and my buddy, who was also super into it, we rode my 240. It was SR, all the shit. We rode it down to Houston, and we're doing this little track day at like a Greyhound park. It's a big thing. All drift event. First thing in Texas. First time ever doing it. And we're all drifting. All the homies are there. We're fucking having a good time. And my buddy's out drifting my car. And the front wheel comes off.
Yeah. Gotcha, bitch.
So it's like, holy shit. Like, that's what we drove that here. We had to replace the studs in a fucking parking lot just to get it home that day. It was
every drift car I ever had was homemade in a garage. I had a 240 with an SR20, and we didn't have the radiator hoses were like they wouldn't fit up, so I had a 9/16 socket wedged between two hoses, hose clamped together, and that's what ran my radiator the whole time.
Please tell me it was a deep socket.
Oh, a deep socket. Okay. 100%. My buddy Morgan put it in there, which I didn't know until like a year later. He's like, yeah, while we were talking, he's like, yeah, and I use that one socket. I go, wait, what? You put a fucking socket in my radiator line as a fucking junction? He goes, yeah, bro, it's 9/16. It's like, we don't use those. It's all metric.
It fucking worked.
Right on.
Wasn't gonna be a 14, bitch.
Fucking send her to the fender.
Fucking send her to the fender.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
I don't know where them beers over there.
You guys are you party too much, man.
What
Is
time
this what
it?
Just does to you? I'm supposed to be on the other side of town right now, like having dinner with like painters and shit.
I just got
What time is it?
I got a text message from Jeff B. Trolling.
7. Nah, it's 7.
It just says, me and Dom have been homies a long time, and we never get to ride together.
Is there a period or a fucking exclamation point at the end of that? Like, show some emotion?
Where's the context to that? Was that just a random text, or was there a conversation
There's more.
before that? Okay.
And I've been friends with y'all for a while, and the only riding we did was running from cops. Ha ha.
That is true. Remember the last time he was here? You don't.
Barely.
We did the oil pan. So you know Jeff B. Trolling?
I heard of him on Instagram.
So he came here. We did an oil pan mod on his Dyna, and then we went riding around the neighborhood or something. And we're coming down this like greenway right here, doing a wheelie. I'm on my quad for some reason.
Oh fuck! I do remember that.
Yeah, and
That was Jeff.
It's
Be trolling.
Kruesi, Jeff, and
He just had
Gino.
a kid, so now he's Jeff B. Breeden.
Yeah, Jeff B. Breeden. So we're all going down Greenway, like Kruesi's in front, then it's Jeff, then it's Gino, and then it's me. And I'm on my quad for some reason, and like they're all doing wheelies, and I turn around, and there's a cop like behind me. Like I'm the last in the line, and I just see like a cop turn onto the street we're on. So I like haul ass around Gino, tap my head, like, hey, fucking cop, go by Jeff, cop, go by Kruesi, cop. We go like into this whole like left turn, right turn throughout the neighborhood, and we're coming right behind the shop, and I'm on the quad, and I just like rear brake, drift into this turn, and I look to my left, and Jeff is like sliding right at me. We're like tandem drifting through this turn with the cop at the other end of the street, just whop, pop, 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 whop, pop, and then we get into the alley, pull into the shop, close the door, and just like.
Don't nobody
holy
move.
shit,
Don't nobody move.
Nobody move.
Now as the cops are circling around the outside
Cops
of the fucking
circling
shop.
around, and then a customer walks in the fucking front door, dude. Of like, right here, walks right here, who's like wanting to talk to us about an Indian that's sitting in the shop. And we're like trying to keep her cool so he don't freak
So
out.
professional.
Like, yeah, and cops are fucking patrolling the neighborhood looking for us, dude.
Oh, Mr.
So
McQuarrie.
Yeah.
Little
Mr.
old
McQuarrie.
Irish boy. He's like 78 years old.
You just
Built him
gotta
an
smack
Indian.
him around a little on the
He's
beat.
like, oh, I'm celebrating my 66th wedding anniversary today, Ryan. I go, God damn, what's the trick to being married that long? He's like, to be perfectly honest, Ryan, you got to smack them around really good when they fucking first start out. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, teach him who's fucking boss.
He's like 5'4".
He's just like the cutest little Irish dude, you know, and he's like, you fucking smack him around really
Could
good.
have been like on Lord of the Rings or some shit.
Yeah, 100%. Like me and my ox, but smaller.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, wow, I think you're serious, dude. I feel like, I guess, fuck it, it's worked out for 66
Yeah.
years. Ain't
Well, yeah,
got a
but-
case yet.
You'll get me too like a motherfucker nowadays.
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking A.
Fucking blew me away. But yes,
All right,
Jeff B. Breeden.
you guys rock, man. Thank you.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Tell everybody how to find this craziness that is the
Kruesi
Kruesi.
Originals? Spell with a K.
Spell with, first off, spell with a K.
To be clear,
Kruesi. Sport
Calling
Edition.
setup dealers like all over the place.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, so how do you spell Kruesi? It's CR. I was like, no. Kruesi.
They're like, so it's like you're cruising? I'm like, no, it's like my last name, motherfucker. Kruesi. Like, oh, Mr. Kruesi. Bitch,
don't church it up, dirt.
I said it's, pretend there's a Z in it. Yes, Kruesi Originals, KruesiOriginals.com, and YouTube, and Instagram.
North Phoenix. If you want
North Phoenix.
come and experience the
It's just
shit.
pretty much, we're in the slope. Sunny
Shit
slope.
show.
Top of the slope, bottom of the square.
Yeah, so that
If you're
means
from Phoenix, you'll understand.
we're right in the middle of a shootout. Come on down.
Yeah, apparently you can get shot in this fucking alley over here. So, dude, thank you.
Fuck, thank you,
hey,
man.
good
It's been a
time,
hell of a
dude.
time.
I really-
fucking A.
I didn't know if you guys would be cool or not, but you ended up being pretty cool.
Try to be.
I mean,
was
I'm
pretty fucking
cool as
stoned when you
fuck,
got here.
dude. I'm pretty cool, and like you guys shined out my coolness with your coolness.
Had a good
So,
time. How long we been on this motherfucker?
3 hours and 28 minutes.
Fuck, man. It's
Man,
good.
I was really going for that 4 hours and 45.
You know what? I was gonna do it, but I'm getting called to the other side of town.
I'm gonna have to
you gotta
spend
do.
3 hours and 28 minutes listening to my voice on this podcast
Yeah.
when it comes out.
and I usually don't watch the shit.
I might be like, God damn it, I
Just
sound
add it,
so
yeah.
I'm fucked up. I should have got so fucked up.
The key is don't ever listen to it. 'cause
That's what I do.
Right.
I don't, because I'm always half fucked off when I do anything with like a video or anything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But
You'll just get so like insecure. I don't know.
secondhand embarrassment.
I get like weird, like oh fuck, I sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Over analyzing the fuck out of everything. Yeah.
Because I am.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking A.
Yeah. Fuck
Peace
off.
out. Fast life, girl.
wait, couple wise words. You ready?
Wise words coming on.
Avoid the clap.
Phoenix.
You'll burn you, bitch.
Phoenix.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that shit show, but it was a good time, man. I was laughing my ass off, and really excited to see all the things that those guys are going to be doing over the next couple of months, years in this industry. So, as promised, we're a little bit late, but we are here to give away a Lexan gift box care package. I like to say care package a little bit better. And after doing my system to, randomly pick somebody through our Patreon, which if you are not a Patreon supporter, you should do that. All you have to do is go to our website, fastlifegarage.com, click on the link on the homepage that says become a patron, and just donate $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel comfortable. It will draft it from your account on the first every month. And those dollars, you're not going to miss them, but they're going to help me do this. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. We have some giveaways that we're currently giving away right now, and then we have stuff I'm working on to give away throughout the rest of this year. So the only way you're going to be able to get to be a part of that is to go sign up. And this month on the Lexan, we have the homie Matthew Zamora. I hope I said your last name right. If I am for sure, if I think this is who I think it is, and he's one of the dudes that rode from Michigan all the way down to the Fast Life Campout last year and actually got caught in a snowstorm on the way back. So congratulations, man. I'll reach out to you on Instagram, or if you hear this, reach out to me, and we'll get something sent to you right away. I want to thank you, and I want to thank all of you listeners for checking this out. And if you don't mind, go check out Simpson Motorcycle Helmets on Instagram and SimpsonMotorcycleHelmets.com. Dream Rides John on Instagram and TeamDreamRides.com. Big Bear Choppers on Instagram and BigBearPerformance.com. Paint Huffer Metal Flake on Instagram and PaintHuffer.com. Fast Life 12 for 10% off at checkout. Thundermax EFI on Instagram and ShopTmax.com. Lexan Moto on Instagram and Lexan-Moto.com. Fast Life for 15% off at checkout. And last but not least, Boosted Brad on Instagram and boostedbrad.com. Fast Life at checkout for 5% off. Go check these guys out. They're all badass products and badass services out there to help you get your bike rolling, help you with your paint game, help you with your wheelie game, your carving game, your riding game, just help you with your game as a dude. With these products strapped to your bike, strapped to your head, strapped to your helmet, you're going to be cool as shit. So check them all out. They help keep this podcast rolling, just like you guys listening every time we release one. And as before, if you guys don't mind, whatever you listen to this on, whatever platform, go like it, rate it, just help me out with that stuff, because it helps us get more reach with getting more people that might not follow our Performance Dyna FXR bagger, whatever crowd that we are. And it helps it reach out to more people and get us more listeners, and ultimately helps us grow. So thank you guys, and we'll see you here pretty soon with another podcast. Peace, and welcome to March.